Africans are people of color. Okay,
No,
if you want.
Jupiter. I believe the orbit of Jupiter is going the other way around, because what Brother Reggie says was, black people can be racist because if they was in the workplace, they could easily discriminate white people or non-African
Yes.
people in the workplace. And then I said to Brother Reggie, which he knows very well, that would never happen, because there's more unsynchronized Africans who believe if we have non-African people working in our companies around us, we'll get more money and we can defeat racism that way. And then you
Yeah, but
said
I'm
something,
telling you that your
right?
answer doesn't make sense because you're trying to
Mhm.
debunk what he answered, which was completely rational on the
Okay.
basis of the second premise. Your
Mm.
premise was, let me explain it to you. You've got
Go on,
20
Jude.
people, 10 are
Go on.
black, 10 are white. You're
Hmm.
basically asking him if the 10 black people,
Hmm.
yeah, were to band together for their own benefit, how
Hmm.
does that affect the 10 white people? And he said
Hmm.
to you, well, it could affect them. Let me give you
Hmm.
the example of the workplace. If you were
Right.
going to employ, if you as
Hmm.
from the black group were going to
Hmm.
employ somebody and you only want to employ somebody from the black group, but you have to
Hmm.
make it look like you're being equal, so you advertise it to everybody, you could
Hmm.
waste the white person's time going for the job because you know that you have no intention of employing any of the white applicants. You then
Hmm.
turned around and said,
Hmm.
"Oh, well, that's not going to that doesn't work because there are not as many people that all agree in the black group." But hold on, you were going on the premise that the whole black group were together.
Now, notice family, Jupiter, big up to her and stuff, right? Is mentioning deceptive language. She's trying to confuse the African family by coming up with certain languages that does not make no sense
Oh
at
my
all.
god!
Because I always, and you know, this brother Cal always makes a distinction between synchronized Africans and unsynchronized Africans. And the
But
fact
you
that
were
brother
talking
Reggie said,
about
hold on,
synchronized
Jupiter,
African.
Jupiter, Jupiter, I allowed you to speak with respect, and I do respect you, right?
Jesus.
So if you can allow me to finish the sentence, right? And Brother Reggie was saying, well, black people could be discriminated against white people. So, but then when you look at it carefully, and we have to be truthful, uh, non-African people exercise more power collectively than black people. It will never happen. So that's why, unfortunately, his statement gets debunked straight away. And then you decided to come in and said it's rational, which I find very interesting. And then here we are now.
Okay. The reason
Mm,
it's debunked, I don't think you're grasping the point. It's
okay.
because you didn't say to Reggie in the beginning,
Hmm.
okay, in the way it is now, where there are
Hmm.
unsynchronized mindsets, how does it affect white people? You
Hmm.
asked the premise if everybody was synchronized, if everybody was racist, yeah, how would that affect non-Africans? So you can't then debunk him on the premise that people are unsynchronized because you were going on the very premise that the question was based on if they were synchronized.
Now, Jupiter, unfortunately, right, and you're a very intelligent woman, you are definitely going to Saturn with what you just said there. It makes no sense because I never said that. And Brother Reggie wasn't inclined to what Brother Reggie was inclining to, that there's black racist people. And what Brother Reggie needs to understand, right, is that black people collectively cannot discriminate with power against non-African people in the institution that we have. So that's why,
Yes,
unfortunately, it
they
makes
can.
no sense. But
Yes,
you
they
came
can.
in, you came in and decided to say color, and then you decided to say synchronized mind. And I know what you're doing because when Kel speaks, I'm talking about synchronized Africans, unsynchronized Africans. Kel believes, as a Pan Africanist, all non-African people are synchronized when it comes to their race. They're all synchronized. So when you're trying to come up with something that's not part of the blueprint, then it will be erased and thrown in the bin.
So in other words, Kale was saying, okay, that
Okay, look.
so basically what Kale is saying is that African people are behind the curve when it comes to quote unquote racial loyalty or something like that. That's what I think Kale was trying to refer to.
I
Trying to play
understand what
message.
Cal's saying.
Yeah.
But I'm telling him that he can't debunk Reggie on the premise that he did, because it doesn't make sense.
Okay. Right. Okay. This is
Make the argument that people are unsynchronized, but you could, if you make an argument about unsynchronized people, and I use unsynchronized as in everybody has the same mindset, so they're all on the same level, so they're synchronized. He asked the premise, if everybody was racist, how would that affect? If everybody was racist, that was African, how would that affect the non-Africans? Reggie gave an example, and then he moved from the Africans all being of the same mindset to saying, yeah, but all Africans ain't of the same mindset. He actually debunked his own bloody question.
Now, Jupiter, this
He didn't
makes
debunk Reggie. He made a fool of himself, and then to make himself
but Jupiter, hold on, Jupiter.
We're going around in circles.
Whether brother Reggie made a fool of himself, the fact of the matter is, you're still practicing unethical code of conduct of denying and controlling African human rights. I'm talking about unsynchronized African descendants and synchronized African, and you're trying to bring all of us as one. But the synchronized minds, you're referring to all people. I don't speak for all people. I only speak for African people.
As Eunice said, there are pockets of areas where black people, i.e. yourself, practice synchronized or AKA racism in pockets.
Okay.
So if you're saying there's a large proportion we don't really do it, fair enough. To the extent that other ethnicities do it, I could actually agree with you to an extent. But yeah, there are pockets of us that do practice that, and even if it's a small pocket, it's still unrighteous, brother. So I don't know what you want. Yeah, what is your rebuttal for that?
Yeah, it is an unrighteous conduct, isn't it?
Well, brother Reggie, is the thing that you got to understand, right? Do you know, brother Reggie, historically, African people, they're the only people on the planet that practice their race first and had the ability to help non-African people. Do you know that, brother Reggie? Do you know that?
Did you know that?
Hold on, brother. Did you know that, brother Reggie?
Are you saying that we were the first people or we're the only people?
No, I said we're the only people that practice our race first and still helped out non-African people while we're practicing our race first. Did you know that?
When?
Well, we can start off in Arabia when the Christian Ethiopian king helped out the Muslims. We can also start with the Moors, and we can also start with all the kingdoms when it came to helping non-African people. But you know what, brother Reggie? Do you know that non-African people, they find it difficult to practice their race first and help non-African people sincerely at the same time? Isn't that something strange?
Brother Phil, are you using the story about in regards to the story about Muslims in Arabia were exiled and they were seeking help.
Intimidation, fight on a mason.
And when it went to
intimidation
for safety and stuff.
Intimidation.
What's going on? Is it me or someone's thing messed up?
Yeah, so what Kale said referring to a time, particularly early time of Islam, when Muslims were persecuted in Arabia and they had to go to Ethiopia for safety.
We know what he's talking about, but I am saying that even today, the non-Africans are giving refuge to my brother Kel, who they allowed him to be a British citizen on on these confirmation of our Majesty, or what do you call her? I gotta put some respect, on our Yeah. Oh, anyway, on Her Majesty the Queen, who's obviously gone now and departed
And
us.
once again, Reginald is
Yeah,
arguing with black people
again,
on behalf of white people. He's even got white
this man
people arguing on his behalf with black
I might
people.
have to go.
Once
The
again,
devil's here again. The devil, the demon is here. I might have to jump off. But my thing is, we've obviously given refuge. The British or the non-African rather has given refuge to a lot of non-Africans to come here. There are many waiting outside the door to take your place. If you would,
just like South Africa has given refuge to lots of non-Africans to stay there. Yes, lots of them. We will
Nah, man,
happily
South
send them
Africa's
home
very
and
racist,
take our
man.
ones back. We will happily send them ones home and take our ones back, Uncle Reg.
I'm
Nah,
talking
South
to
Uncle
Africa's
Regis.
very racist, isn't it?
Uncle Regis
And
will
xenophobic
happily,
and that.
Uncle Regis will happily go back to South Africa and they can take their ones back. Yeah, let's do a swap. Let's do a swap, Uncle Regis.
He can't
Let's
control him.
do a swap, Uncle Regis. Why not?
I'm talking to Kel. So yeah, Kel, with all due respect, they non-Africans are trying their best to accommodate a lot of non-Africans.
The non-Africans are doing nothing to accommodate the African. What they are doing is utilizing the African. Utilizing is not accommodating. We are accommodating ourselves. We pay for our own accommodation. We pay for our taxes. We pay for their foolish projects that they want us to be involved in. So you have no excuse to be sitting up here talking this unsynchronized nonsense, my friend.
You're not synchronized though either, are you? You're a different mindset to
Stupid. You have no place in this conversation. You are not part of this blackness over here. You are not part of this blackness over here.
I'm not part of your race. That's right.
You are not a part of this blackness over here, stupider. So I will not be paying you any mind.
And my observation is that black people are very unique in their ideals, and that there can be conservatives and there can be lefties and there can be gay blacks and there can be straight blacks and there can be nice blacks and there can be bad blacks.
Your people are racist. All white people are racist. All of you. All people who are not black are racist. There is a reason for this sentence, stupider. You need to understand. We never oppressed you. It was always the other way around for some reason.
Oh my God. Chip on your shoulder.
Who came up with the classifications, stupider? It wasn't black people who came up with the classifications, black and white, was it? Or Asian, or whatever classification you and your nations came up with, was it now, stupider? So maybe you should take the responsibility for your brothers and sisters. Or maybe look it up, stupider.
In the Western world or in the world?
In the world, full stop. We never came up with these classifications. It was your stupid people, stupider. So you need to fix up and stop pointing fingers, lady, woman, person.
Yeah.
And as for Reggie, you are black. You should know better than to have stupider arguing with black people on your behalf, and to be arguing with black people constantly in defense of the demons, them.
So this channel segregated again, is it, Shifa? You want segregation again?
Well, Jupiter, I don't know.
It ain't your channel, is it?
The thing, that's why no one goes to his channel. But the fact is,
very unsynchronized, my brother. Very unsynchronized.
You know what? Yeah, I think they're trying to segregate it. What they're trying to do is they're trying to put unsynchronized black people on the top, and then the synchronized black people on the bottom, innit? So they're trying to actually, like, what do you call it? They're trying to cause that, like that division.
You little shitster.
It's a coincidence, isn't it? Like, it's a conspiracy.
Eunice, my fellow Somali, who is this they people you're speaking of? Who are these days?
Nah, man, it's like the powers that be in it, like, actually done that, innit? Like,
now for me, I don't know where Kel is, my brother Kel. I mean, at the end of the day, Jupiter has been having conversations with us for the last few hours, and it's not really been an argument thing like some people would like to argue on here. You just hear each other out, you get what I'm saying? And you have discourse. It's simple like that. Obviously, some people are incapable of doing that, which is why sometimes it's kind of like fade away.
Sleeping with the enemy is not discourse, Reginald. It is not discourse.
Sleeping with the enemy.
But you literally sleep with somebody who's not of your same. You're a joker, Shifa.
It's confused, but the thing is, yeah. Where's my brother Kel, man? My goodness. He's hopped off.
You like to act like you're doing everyone a favor when you're taking everything out of their house. That's what you like to do, stupider. Unfortunately, and my partner happens to be one of the few good white people that recognizes this. There are very few of you, but they do exist. Unfortunately, you seem to be one of those pompous types. Very pompous, stupider, or whatever your name is.
Which partner is that?
Very
The fat
pompous
one,
indeed.
the one with the glasses, or the one that's underage?
Oh, are you referring to Colombian one? The Colombian one?
Oh, we're not here to talk about your mother today, stupider. We're not here to talk about your mother, so maybe we should leave her out of this conversation, and we'll just keep it humble.
The Shifty, you're with a white woman.
Yes, a white woman who is not white, Reginald. She
apparently
maybe looks white.
Reggie,
she maybe
Shifty's
looks
You
white.
said all white people
Colombian.
are racist. Now apparently you've got the only woman that's
This
not.
is
That's
very
really
true. This is very true. There are very few white people. There are very few
You said
people
they
who
all
claim
are
to be white
racist.
that are not racist. And the ones who are not racist would never call themselves
said
white. They go
all
by another
white
name.
people are racist.
Yes,
You
all
said
white
all.
people are racist. All white people are racist. This is a fact. This is a fact, Jupiter.
This man's you talk white, sleep black, talk black, sleep white. What no?
Reginald, it doesn't matter what
So
you
that
say,
makes you
Reginald. It
unsynchronized
doesn't
then.
matter
You
what you say,
synchronized.
Reginald. Everything you
Hold
say
on.
is coonery and
Hold on, I
tomcoonery.
need Cal back here. I need to
You're
understand.
done, are you?
Cal,
And
is
Jupiter,
he
nobody
synchronized
cares what you
because
have
he's
to say.
sleeping with a white woman?
Look,
And
it
all
doesn't
white
matter,
women are
Jupiter.
racist according to him.
Jupiter, it
So
doesn't
that makes
matter.
Schiffer
As long as
unsynchronized.
we are black first, it matters not, Jupiter.
You're
For people like
unsynchronized.
yourself, Jupiter,
No,
you
you're
are not even part of the
unsynchronized.
conversation,
I see it
Jupiter.
now.
You
I
have
mean,
no stance in this
I disagree with
conversation,
Well,
Shifty.
Jupiter.
someone's
I
blind,
don't
but
think
You
now
have
I
no
see.
stance in the conversation whatsoever, stupider. Your kids, unfortunately, and your family are the only people you have the right to speak to at this point. So go and talk to
Can I
them
ask you a question,
about your
Shifty?
issues.
What are you on
Shifty,
about? You can't stop me talking to
Go
Reggie
and talk
or
to
Eunice.
your family, stupider. Maybe talk to Reginald, but anything you say to me is irrelevant because you're not part of the community,
Yeah, okay,
stupider.
I agree. I'm not
We
going to
don't
talk to you no
care
more. You
what
talk
you've got to say,
I'll
stupider.
talk about you.
You are irrelevant, stupider.
So,
Talk
Reggie,
about
would
your
you
mother,
say that
stupider.
this man's unsynchronized?
100%.
Would you say that?
Unsynchronized, okay.
Would you say that this man's unsynchronized, Reginald?
And,
Would you say this, Reginald?
And Shifty, it's nothing wrong being unsynchronized, isn't it? Like, join the club, innit? You know what I mean?
My brother, I don't think that this whole synchronized thing is something you're applying in the right way. I think that maybe you are becoming, synchronized with the likes of Jupiter and Uncle Regis, which is not wise, my brother. It's not wise. It's very unwise.
Bro, you're projecting.
It's very funny. No, but do you know what I find hilarious, Reginald? You like to talk about black people living in England, but I never hear you talk about the white people living in Africa. Never heard you talk about them.
My brother, we're in England. We have people. We have people, black people here like yourself.
Why have you never answer the question? Why do you never talk about the white people in South Africa?
Because it can't relate to you. You've never been to Africa. Why would I talk about white people in South Africa?
So he likes to avoid questions which may make his white brothers and sisters have to atone for their behaviors.
I'm answering. I do talk. I do talk
he
about.
He avoids these types of conversations because Reginald is fully supporting the white community in enforcing their foothold in South Africa, where they are illegal immigrants.
How do they
in fact,
if they've got
they are illegal Viking immigrants who have been rampaging and ram-raiding South Africa for many years now, and they should be going home. But unfortunately, but Reginald doesn't want to talk about this. He only wants to talk about black people in England and black people who came here legally, not black people who black people who forced themselves into this country. Black people who are invited here, black people who were invited here and given the opportunity to work and live normal day-to-day lives and integrate with the populace. Unfortunately, your criminals were never invited in this way. So why have you not asked for them to return home, stupid? Why is Reggie not asking for their return, stupid? Reggie is all righteous, is he not? Is Reginald not all right, the righteous man you make him out to be then, stupid? Explain that to me.
Now, the people in South Africa, the people in South Africa are a different topic, I was responding to Kel on the fact that the Europeans have also allowed or accommodated people coming here.
And that's your best
Now,
excuse. It's a different topic. So you can only talk about one topic per day. Is it one topic per day for Uncle Reddit?
We don't
Is it just one topic per day? Is your mind being stretched too far now, Uncle Regis? Is your mind being stretched beyond its boundaries? Is your mind being stretched beyond its boundaries? I thought you were a man who went to university. You should be able to speak about more than one topic in one day. That should not be a problem for Uncle Regis. Certainly not. Especially not for somebody like Stupider. You're so educated.
You know what?
So would you like to speak on this,
sounds
Uncle
like
Regis?
those people in it that used to go to Cambridge University and that. innit?
Would you like to speak on this, Uncle Regis? You can call me Lord Shifkranized. You can call me Lord Shifkranized from now on, okay? This will be my name, and you will call me by it. Okay, Eunice? Okay, Unicorn?
Nah,
you have to talk to these pompous motherfuckers in language they understand. That's what it is. And then these bitches get on their toes and start, you know, doing what bitches do. Do you feel where I'm coming from? Like, go for a run, sprint around the block. I don't know, but you ain't got no answers for me. Why you don't want to take your white friends out of South Africa, but you want to talk about black people being in a country legally, but you don't want to talk about the illegal ones over there, do you? Don't want to talk about your illegal pilgrims, do you? It's funny that. And this is why we call you a coon reg, because you're just cooning out, bro. You like the new raccoon on the block.
What's he talking about?
I'm talking about you, Stupider. You know, leading Reddy and Reginald astray with your stupid ideas. It's absolutely abhorrent. It's terrible.
You're mad.
It's terrible, I say, Stupider.
Yeah, you're mad.
It's terrible how much food one woman can consume in one sitting. It's terrible. There's starving people in the world and you're consuming half of the food. Half of the produce is going in your stomach. It's absolutely terrible.
I'm not doing this with you, Shiva. Honestly, I'm not. It's
no problem, Uncle Fester. No problem, Uncle Fester. Maybe go back to your Adams family and have the conversation with them. Maybe go back to your Adams family and have a conversation with them.
You're actually making yourself look very stupid.
You are making your child, who looks like Cousin It, look very stupid because you're a mother. So you need to go and represent your children better than what you're doing, just stupid out. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
Stop being racist. Know your place. Know your place, woman. Know your place, woman. Know your place.
I just, you know, brother Shifa. I just find it interesting, brother Shifa. I just find it interesting. You know, like when Jupiter speaks of Christianity and that, the way how effortlessly she says it, we need to unite and things like that. But her people are practicing racism on African people in Israel. In Israel, the black Israelites, the Ethiopians, are being sterilized by the white.
Come on.
They're being sterilized.
So, Kel, talk to me about the illegal immigrants in South Africa. What are we doing with this? Because they've turned South Africa into a rainbow nation, my brother. They've turned it into a rainbow nation, and this needs sterilizing. This needs sterilizing. This is a massive issue on the black continent. We need to get rid of them. They need to go home. They're illegal. They should not be there. They should not be there. Let's be honest. We came here legally. They went there illegally. They bullied their way into a place. What do you speak to me about this, brother Kel, please?
It just goes to show you don't know your history properly.
Okay, according to ice fiction. But the thing is, Jupiter, right? Is
so
that
the Portuguese was started the slavery that was was with the West, and at the end of the day, Britain was asked onto the shores because they never went inside the shores.
I'm blickety black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blickety black.
Yeah, but
you can't have a conversation with them on the
blickety.
I can't have a proper discussion with you, Kel, because we've got the special needs.
Yeah, I just like interrupting you, man. Winding you up.
Yeah, but Jupiter, when you're saying special needs,
I'll come back later when I can have discussions.
You have to be very careful saying special needs because there are kids who have special needs, and it doesn't have. No. Jupiter, in the Bible, in it mentions about backbiting. You are assassinating brothers Schiffer's character and putting special needs on him, and he don't suffer from special needs. And there's kids out there
It's quite
that
clear.
suffer with it.
It's quite
Yeah,
clear he's got a brain injury.
no,
He's
it's
got
not.
wonky
No,
eye.
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
Schiffer just knows how to.
Someone's getting
This
smacked
he
in
just
the
knows how to
upside
this.
the
That don't
head
mean he's got
too
special
often. That's
needs.
what's
He
going
just
on
knows,
there.
as we say in
Are you
Birmingham, he
triggering
knows
now?
how to
Are you
pack.
triggering now?
He knows
Are
how
you
to pack,
triggering now?
and this.
Are you
That's not
triggering
special
now?
needs.
Are you
That's not
triggering?
special needs.
Are you
Am I
triggering
what?
his special needs? Is he a relative?
Yeah, he's a relative, actually. Yeah,
Well, then I understand why you're upset that you've got a special needs.
he's from the Sun people. We're all relatives, different tribes, but we're from the
Yeah,
Sun.
he's melting. Yeah, he's
Brother
melting.
Kel,
That's
Brother
right.
Kel, with all
Yeah.
due respect, there is nothing wrong if the brother
Yeah.
has needs. We just have to learn to accommodate him.
Yeah,
and
that's what you have
understand.
to do.
But I don't think you should
But
accommodate.
what we've learned over
I don't
time
think you
is
should
that when he has
accommodate
a
him that
special
way,
needs
though.
episode,
Yeah.
that we
But I don't
that
think
I
you
it's
think
should.
Brother
not to
Reggie
engage
especially
with him.
needs
Yeah, I don't think you should
re-education.
accommodate him that way, though. I mean, should we accommodate him that way? That don't make no sense. That's like me saying this, right? And I'll be honest with you. I believe that there is a chemical imbalance in non-African people. They're very narcissistic when it comes to racism.
You make
Anything
out
that's
all
done.
African
Hold
people
on,
are like
hold
shit.
on,
What an
hold on,
insult.
hold on. When it comes to their needs, we have to worry about it. But when it comes to African needs, it doesn't mean anything. You know, we could say that's mental illness as well, but I don't bother saying them things on the channel. But you character assassinate Brother Schiffer. Why?
Because he's got special needs, it's blatantly obvious. And if you engage with him when he has one of these mental breakdowns, all you're going to do is get a load of noise and it spoils the panel. And I'd rather not engage with that. That's why. So I'm going to leave the special needs kid in your care, Cal, because you know how to look after him. Well done. I praise you for doing that. And I hope you have a good conversation with him. And I hope
unfortunately, you and your people are actually the ones with special needs, because there was no ADHD in Africa and the Caribbean.
No, there weren't. No, there weren't. No, there wasn't.
None of them things there.
No,
So
it wasn't.
you need to take your ADHD self back to the Adams family, you know, Uncle Gomez. Because that's some ADHD. I'm telling you, the real Adams family. Look on our fears. Look like Leicester, the blog.
Because you know what? She gone on that.
Reginald.
Yeah.
She had to run, man. Reginald, why do you do this, though, bro? Why do you just come online to argue, jump online, to argue with black people, and then have white people arguing with black people on your behalf? But you never ever defend us. You will never talk about the pillagers in South Africa. He will never talk about them. Kel, I'm telling you, you will never talk about it. You'll avoid it at all costs.
That's why, Brother Schiffer. That's why, Brother Schiffer. There's going to be a political analysis on Brother Reggie later on. We're going to do a political analysis where there's no emotions,
we can get the
no
ball started
feelings
right now, Brother
on
Kel,
our beloved son, Brother Reggie. We're going to do that.
Brother Kel, can you hear me?
Yes, sister.
Okay, I'm here. Reggie, can you unmute, sir? Come on, brother. Unmute for me. I need to holler at you.
I'll go on mute.
Okay.
They don't feel threatened.
We better do this analysis now, man.
Come on, that's what I'm trying to, bro. Oh, chill.
Yeah, break it down.
Reggie,
break it down.
I've been taking some notes now, and I've been watching, observing. You know, you little lab rat. You're under scrutinization right now, yeah. So let's get started with some of the things I observed.
You say lab rat?
First of all, he's a lab rat for real. So first of all, Reggie, you enter the panel, and then you proceed to start venting to non-African people about Africans. What was the purpose of this, Reggie? Can you explain to us?
What exactly did I say about non-Africans?
Oh, I'm going to move on. I made notes. I just want to know, what was the purpose of this?
Well, you said I vented. What do you mean I vented to Africans?
Reggie, what was the purpose of your vent? And then I'll move to the next question.
I don't know what you're referring to as venting.
Okay, you don't know what I'm referring to. Okay, next question. So Reggie then shows a lot of respect to the non-Africans when he decides to have a conversation, compared to the previous day when he was engaging with Africans. Reggie, why do you tend to do this?
Showed a lot of respect to non-Africans. Okay, you're referring to Jupiter then?
I'm referring to any non-African that was on the panel at that time when you entered the panel.
What? So today, when I entered the panel, I think Jupiter was there. This guy that studies from Pakistan was there.
Right. So
This
there's your
other guy.
answer. So you already know who I'm talking about when I said the non-African.
It
So
wasn't
stop
just
being
them.
silly and answer the question. What was the
It
purpose
wasn't
of
just
that?
them two. It wasn't just them two. When you came onto the panel, I was equally welcoming of you. When there was another guy that was talking as well, I was welcoming of him. I didn't say anything wrong. When Eunice came onto the panel, I was welcoming of him as well. When Kel
Okay.
came on, I wasn't hostile towards Kel either. We had a normal, engaging conversation. There was no hostility like that.
Okay.
So I'm.
Okay. So Reggie, we're going to go with your order of how the events went down. So Reggie then proceeds to ask the non-Africans what they think about Africans celebrating the Queen's death. What was the purpose of that then, Reggie?
No, not Africans. I said, what do you think of people celebrating the Queen's death? And she gave a quite a decent answer. She was quite unbiased. I just wanted to see her opinion on it because obviously some white people take it offensively when anybody, but she gave quite a good answer.
Okay. I'm just want you to answer the questions. So then Reggie then tries to get non-Africans to then beef with Africans. He then proceeds to go on and says that and calls African channels extreme right. What was that about? Whose channel was you referring? Whose channel was you referring to, sir?
I don't know exactly what I was. I can't remember that context, but I wouldn't say I called African channels extreme. I don't even regard this channel as an African channel, so I don't know what you. Yeah, I don't know exactly what was said, but I wouldn't.
We're gonna play back your sound bites in a minute because I took down timestamps as well to make sure you can clarify what you're saying. I don't see. Reggie, this is the thing. When you come on these panels, I don't think you realize what you say, when you say it, and how it comes across. And this is the reason why the brothers come at you the way they do. Anyway, Reggie then takes notes from the non-African about what sellouts are. Why was that even a conversation? Why did you then start a conversation with the non-African about sellouts, and who were the sellouts you were trying to refer to?
So the non-African, one of them is from Pakistan. I know that they also refer to their brothers and sisters as sellouts at certain times. So maybe he would have been familiar with the term. Jupiter herself has probably had that thrown at her as well as of course her husband. So yeah, it was a conversation to be had with Jupiter at the time, just to get her opinion on the general use of the word.
Okay, then Reggie then goes on to then tell the non-Africans that the Pan-Africans and the nationalists are begging for crumbs. What did you mean by that?
So begging for crumbs is in to say that, okay, these donations or charities that some people keep on asking for is not going to liberate us. It's not enough for us to really. It's almost like we're pouring water into a burst hose pipe. The way I see it, I feel like for us to elevate ourselves, we have to focus on something else, not just trying to get contributions or crumbs from people from different. Yeah, that's the way I perceived it.
Okay, and then after you did that, you then sat down there and listened to the non-African explain to you how we as Africans should be empowering ourselves. He then went on to say that it starts with self, and that if you ain't got the let me take the notes. Starts to say the only way to empower is to build up thyself. Reggie said nothing. Then Reggie comes back and says, "Well, this is the problem. They looking for handouts and they can't get it."
Why would I say that in that context? I'm trying to understand what.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you to try and elaborate for me.
Yeah, I need to listen back to what was because it doesn't add up.
Okay, and then Reggie tells the non-African that if Africans are unhappy, they then should go back. Then the non-African then agrees and says, well, if they're miserable, why are they here? Why don't they go back? Go back where, Reggie? And who were you talking to? Who was the Pacific Africans you were referring to?
I wouldn't say that it's specifically for Africans, but I would say that people that are unhappy, I generally do think that people should place themselves in environments where they're happier or they can be at their happiest, because life is too short to be in an area where you feel like you're in a prison, for example, or you feel as if you're oppressed. I feel as
Okay.
if even in biblical times, when the Egyptians were oppressing the Israelites, they had to move,
Okay.
and that was the best course of action. But obviously, some people like to live under oppression, and will just continue to complain for the rest of their life.
Okay.
But,
The non-African then goes on to mock Marcus Garvey and then says, "Big up the Black Star Line," laughing.
oh, was that the guy? What's his name? Was he mocking Mr. Garvey? I don't know. I thought he was a fan of Garvey. I couldn't make out what he was trying to say, to be honest, at times. But
Reggie then goes on to infer, not to say, but to infer that Africans are racist. Reggie then starts. Reggie then states, "Synchronized Africans, aka racist." That's your exact words.
I said what? We're synchronized racists.
Synchronized Africans, aka racist, is the word you used.
Yeah, because I think that at that point the conversation was being like they're talking past each other. So I was trying to explain that when what Schiffer was no, not Schiffer, what King Kel was referring to was what people would deem to be a racist person, you know, in that context. So I gave an example of someone that was purposely advertising a job and only looking to employ someone based on their skin color. And King Kel was trying to refer to that person as being synchronized, and I said, well, AKA they're racist because other people would refer to that kind of person in that context as racist. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Reggie then says non-Africans gave Africans non-Africans gave Africans non-Africans allowed non-Africans allowed Africans themselves to be British citizens. Who are these non-Africans that allowed Africans to be British citizens? Because last time I checked, my people came here as British subjects, but go ahead.
So as I understand it, on your British passport, it says that you are a citizen of Britain, or you're a British citizen, not verbatim, but words to that effect. And you are a subject of the Queen, and Her Majesty has given you your citizenship, and that's what entitles you to be here and entitles you to the proceeds of crime, as some people like to put it, or the benefits, or the fruits of the expeditions. And yeah, so you're a British citizen, as I understand it, and a lot of people here.
Okay, let me help you understand it. So if I'm a British citizen and I do certain crimes and I get removed from the country, am I still a British citizen?
But this is hypotheticals. We're talking about.
No, this is reality. This is law. If I get into any trouble being a generation from Windrush, yeah, or 2 generations from Windrush, or 3 generations, or 4, no matter how much generations, I'm no longer a British citizen. How are we British citizens?
But has it happened?
It happens every day. A plane load that leaves this country every single day. Go and check the data. If it didn't happen, Reggie, it wouldn't be in the Houses of Parliament right now. So explain how we're British. Explain how we're British. Explain how we're British citizens.
Has it happened to you? Have you been deported to Jamaica or Africa?
Why are you being stupid now? You asked me, does it happen? I said it happens every day. So explain how they are British citizens.
You are a British citizen. I understand that it happens.
I'm not a British citizen. I'm a British subject.
You have a British passport,
I'm subject to Britain. Make me put one foot out of place. I am no longer allowed to be here. Now, if my non-African counterparts do the exact same thing as me, they don't have the threat of removal. How am I a British citizen? Let's try again.
Because you have a British passport, which makes you legally a British citizen.
Is anybody else understanding this line of questioning here?
Well, it's very clear. You're trying to
No, it's
insinuate.
very clear what it is, and that it's not what I'm trying to do, it's what it is. Let's be clear on the word you're using, Reggie. It's not what I'm
Very
trying to do.
unsynchronized, brother Reggie. Very unsynchronized. Go on, sister. Political analysis needs to be on you all the time, brother. We're going
All
to
the
help
time.
your mind. We're going to help you out, brother. Political science over unsynchronization.
You both have British citizenship.
Reggie, I commit a crime in this country. Yeah?
Yeah.
And this is noted and it's considered in the eyes of the law as a serious crime. My white non-African counterpart commits that same crime. Why is there no threat of removal from this country, but there is a threat to me?
That's a different topic. But what I
That's
would
not
say is
that I'm supposed to be a
as
British citizen. The point is I'm supposed to be a British citizen, right? So there should be no threat of my removal, right? According to you, I'm a British citizen.
my sister. So you are a British citizen as a bearer of a British passport. That's what the British passport confirms. That's what it affirms. So if you go and have the privilege of traveling as a guest to Jamaica, for example, just give me an example there, where they will take you and allow you to stay for a few weeks, and then you'll come back to Britain and enjoy the enjoyable life that you have here. But if you were to get into any problems, say for example you smuggled something or something, then the British government will intercede on your behalf because you are one of ours. You get what I'm saying? They will intercede and they will try to bring you back as a British citizen. So you are still entitled to a lot of representation and basically the same benefits as myself, as Brother Kel, or even Jupiter. However,
Brother, I don't know if you're aware, but you still not have answered my question. Why is there a threat upon my citizenship, but not upon my non-African counterparts one?
Well, that is
And by the way, brother Reggie, a lot of British Africans, as you like to say, have been getting attacked in Europe as well, brother. Remember the British passport, what you said we have? Do the research.
So we understand there are isolated incidents where, of course, someone, for example, the most mainstream one that we've heard of is Shamima Begum, who went to go and fight for the caliphate in Iran, or Iraq rather, or Syria, and we found that she basically wanted to come back and pose a threat to society, and yes, we had to revoke her citizenship, and she had to return to the place of her ancestors, which was thing. And some of you lot would have been happy with that kind of condition, that she didn't get any punishment other than that, to be returned back home, and perhaps some of you lot would benefit from that as well. But at the end of the day, the British citizenship is a privilege. There are a lot of people queuing outside of Dover, queuing
So
from Jamaica.
let me just make sure we're clear, Reggie. We should be seeing it as a privilege, but they can go into our land. Non-Africans can go into African quarters, settle there, and it's not considered a privilege. It's considered what?
It is a privilege as well for them to be in Africa.
Do you know of any African countries or Caribbean countries that have the threat of removal of non-African people? Can you give us an example of us exercising the same behavior?
Oh,
and who afforded those white people in Africa that privilege? Who afforded them that privilege, Reg?
Come again. The devil's come. Goodness me. So,
Lady Divine, can you please ask him that question, please? Thank you, sis.
So in South Africa,
Reggie, afterwards, can you answer Shifa's question of who afforded them this privilege?
In South Africa, we understand that some South Africans are now disgruntled because there is schemes that are favoring black people, and some of them feel quite disillusioned with the way that.
Hold on, we're not doing that. I asked you to give me an example of a law or a country that says that if non-African people misbehave in African places, they will be removed. Show me that.
And how were those people afforded the luxury of being in South Africa? Those white people. Can you explain that to us also, please?
So Lady Divine, what tends to happen in Africa? Way that we do. If, for example, what happened in South Africa, Nigerians, for example, come over there and they're committing fraud, for example, they then kick all the African or Nigerians out, through brute aggression and force. The same thing in Nigeria, when the Somalians or whatever come there and have a group of them committing heinous acts, we brutalize them and kick them out. There was a bad.
Can we get a country for this, Reggie? Hold on, bro. I'm walking with you. Can I get a country for this?
hang on, Lady Divine. Do you not recall this bag called Ghana Must Go bag? And do
No,
you
no.
look into Ghana Must Go bag because it's very popular in Nigeria? Is when we shafted all the Ghanaians out of Nigeria. There's another example
But Reggie,
Hey,
brother,
Reggie,
I
I'm mad
asked you.
confused.
I
You
asked
know, I
you
thought you was
for a
for
there's
black
non.
another
people, bro.
example.
Hold on, I
There's
asked for non-black
there's
people,
another example,
Reggie.
There's another example, my sister.
Reggie,
In
bro,
Uganda,
walk with me. Walk with me. I asked for.
Oh,
I
what,
give me an
conscious? Your eyes are
example.
open now, yeah? Your eyes are open now, yeah?
Oh, Reggie.
Shifters come now. It's
I'm
gonna be
glad
a
you're
Reggie,
awake now,
just
conscious.
follow me though,
Big up,
Reggie.
You
though,
talking
brother.
about
Give
me,
Big
me an
up, though.
Schiffer?
example.
I couldn't believe what I'm hearing, bro. I was like, what?
I'm telling you,
conscious.
brother, you'll start to see it for yourself. We don't have to explain no more to nothing. Go on, do your
Don't be
thing, Reggie.
poisoned by this sleeping white pro-black brother, man. Like, it's a oxymoron. But my thing is, yeah, if you look at Uganda, for example, Uganda shafted all the Asian people out under Idi Amin, potentially, or as I understand it, basically because they were earning too much. They weren't a threat. They weren't committing so many crimes or anything like that. But they kicked a lot of the Asian people out, despite the fact that they were born there or raised there. You know what I'm saying? So it does happen. They divine.
Hey, but Reggie, seriously, what do you think about the Windrush papers being destroyed within London? Like, what do you think about that?
I'm happy to hear more. I think I might not know enough about it, to be honest.
You didn't hear about certain black people that was raped, like that basically grew up here from the Windrush era, and they got sent back to Jamaica, and they got deported, bro. You never heard about that in 2010?
Not in. I think I've heard murmurs, but I don't know the full story. I'd like to look into the full story. If you can give me some names, and then I'll go and look into it. You get me? But it's not very common that these things happen, I would say.
No, but if you found out it did happen, what would you say then?
I'll go and look into the context. There are some, when people commit a crime, it's very difficult for someone like myself to say exactly what the crime should be. So, you know what I mean? Like, some people will be satisfied that person get thrown into prison for the rest of his life. Some people will say that person should have been decapitated or should have been killed. You know what I mean? And some people will be saying that, okay, send him abroad. It saves us money. You know what I mean? Like, it means that us taxpayers don't have to pay for a jail for him. You know what I'm saying? So it's a punishment. You get what I'm saying? They're not sending innocent people back. So why should I feel anything for them? You get what I'm saying? Although it does look a bit sticky when obviously you don't do that to your white counterparts, then you've got to ask questions. You get what I'm saying? It does look wrong, but it doesn't make me feel less of a citizen because I don't feel like I'll be in a situation where I commit a crime to that extent where they're going to send me back. And it doesn't happen often to people that are black.
Words from the pompous. Words from the pompous.
What's that even mean? Like,
And bro, it was Theresa May that was responsible over the Windrush papers being destroyed, and she only said sorry to the Caribbean people, bro, for that happening. So it was purpose. They done things to black people purposely, bro, and got
Yes,
away
they
with
did.
it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, they did.
So how can you say like how can you say your Majesty was good to you? Like what? Like, did you say that, Reggie?
No, I'm saying Her Majesty is. If you look at your passports, and I know most of you here have got British passports on the thing, despite your pretense. Some people pretending that they're not utilizing it or that they're not happy with it. You've got your British passports. You had the choice to have it, and it's there on the say so of Her Majesty the Queen. That's exactly what it says. If you look at the first few pages, that's what's there. You get what I'm saying? And if you want to denounce your citizenship, you can easily do it. There's thousands of people waiting for your citizenship outside of Dover. You know what I'm saying? So
I hear what you're saying, Reggie, but at the end of the day, you got a nationality and you have an ethnicity. And like the English know the difference from a person that is non-English and English. So you will never be considered in the eyes of the English as an English person or even a British citizen, bro. Like you can say, oh, you're a British citizen, but you're not really from this land. Do you know where I'm coming from? That's your nationality, but you don't derive from here.
100%. So we're talking about our nationality. Our nationality is British. We were born in Britain. We are not the same looking as. Obviously, there's a difference between me and Jupiter and our skin complexions. But in terms of our legal classification, we're both nationals. We're on paper entitled to the same things as each other. It's that simple. You get what I'm saying? Doesn't mean to say that, oh, we're the same people. We understand this.
No, I get where you're coming from, man, but you can't really classify yourself as a British, knowing the situation, the history, and how you got mistreated.
brother.
You know what I mean?
Conscious, big up yourself. Black power. Listen. Reggie, I've placed the link for you in the back. I'm telling you, if it kill me, I'm gonna re-educate you. I've placed a link.
Jupiter's not even English, she's Romanian, for goodness sake.
1 second.
You didn't know Jupiter was Romanian?
Oh, you want me to watch this? Okay, this is gonna take
I'm going
while.
to make. I want you
Go
to
on.
watch it. I want you to take notes, and then I want you to come back and have this conversation.
Now, for me, it would be hypocritical, my brother. You hear me? Because conscious.
Am I back?
I'm here with you,
Am I
bro.
back?
Go on.
Sorry, my
Yeah,
internet's messing
you're
up.
back,
But
yeah.
I was saying, yeah, I want you to take notes, and I want you to understand what is a British citizen, Reggie, and what is not, because this happens. I'm telling you, on a weekly basis. It's
My
so
sister-
bad that it's in the Houses of Parliament. It's been discussed. It's all over the news. It's all over the TV. They're making shows about it, and you're up here arguing with us. It's pathetic. This is actually pathetic.
My sister, whether you
Look,
feel,
I'm going.
whether you feel that they're not giving
Just
you the
listen,
same-
man. And Jupiter's Albanian.
So whether you feel as if sometimes the law does not do what it says, or people don't carry out what they're meant to do, or what they're following the policy as it says it on paper. The policy on paper is that you are a British national. You are classed as a British national because you have that passport. The moment you decide, they divine that you no longer want to have your passport, you return it, you denounce your citizenship, you head off back to Jamaica. I will gladly say you're not a British.
She'll be on their records. That ain't gonna work. She's still gonna be on their records. No, she's still on their records. You can't destroy the records. We don't get control over that one, Uncle Reg. Sorry. Won't work.
No.
Won't work. No, not getting away with that one. No. No.
Again, this is why I don't
This
argue
is
with you.
very unsynchronized, brother Reggie.
Because we've already established.
Very
people can-
unsynchronized.
We've already established that what Lady Divine's argument is that they can take away your British citizenship. So therefore, you can also take away your British citizenship. So Shipper's argument
But that's
is,
not what I asked you. I never asked you whether I want to take it away. I asked you, brother Reggie, just walk with me. I asked you, if I am a British citizen, why is it my British citizenship is under threat, but my white non-African counterparts are never under threat? How does that
Well-
make me then a secure citizen?
Very good question.
it doesn't make you a secure citizen, but it makes you a citizen. So whether you're adding a stipulation there, which says about
No,
security.
I'm adding nothing, Reggie. I'm telling you what I'm noted down as. I am noted down as a British subject. You don't understand what a British subject is and what a British citizen is. That's the problem.
You're
The,
noted down as
the conflict of unsynchronization in us Africans is astounding. Go on, brother Reggie. Go on.
Yes, I mean, this is what the British Constitution stipulates, that you are British citizenship as you have been granted citizenship in the form of your passport by Her Majesty, the privilege of Her Majesty the Queen. Of course, if you manage to fall into conflict with the law and you fall into problems, and for example, you manage to you're due to end up in Her Majesty's prison for whatever reason, and then they decide that, oh, the crime is just too extreme to even let you out, and they said that, oh no, she's got somewhere else where she could go. She's a Pan-Africanist. She's got she's got the whole of Africa, which is her oyster. And then you go back, you lot should be saying Alhamdulillah, because that's exactly what
Reggie,
you
it's
guys
not.
are
It's
crying
not.
out for.
See, this is where you're missing out the point. No, you're missing the point, bro. It's not a case of whether we want to go back, whether we want to be. It's a case of you're here on the panel. You are having a conversation. You clearly stated that we should be grateful. African people should be grateful that your grandmother, Her Majesty the Queen, has allowed us Africans to have British citizenship here. And basically, you don't know what we're complaining about. I'm here letting you know that's not how it goes with your grandmother. Your grandmother makes it very clear that anyhow we step out of her subject rules,
That's right.
Let's be
That's
very
right.
clear about what this really is. We are not
That's right.
British citizens, because no British citizen will be threatened to take away their citizenship. We are
That's
British
right.
subjects, and that's how my parents
That's
came, and that's how
right.
Yeah,
I was
true.
born. A British subject. Let's
That's
get the
right.
wording right,
We're all,
okay?
we're all, even a white woman is a British citizen, British subject. We're all subjects of the Queen. So what are you talking about, my dear?
You
Citizenship
know what,
doesn't
bro?
give you the right to remain.
Everybody's
You know,
a subject of
you
the
know
Queen.
what, brother Reggie? You know what? There's a tactic what white supremacy use. It's use religion to gain their confidence. They are religiously immature people. It will allow us to explore opportunities while they're busy in religion to care about their people. You are demonstrating that, brother Reggie. It's a shame.
This is I don't know where the religion came into this, but at the end of the day, brother Kel, you are in Birmingham. You're a brother in Birmingham. We've got a brother on here that's sleeping with a white woman. We've got Lady Divine who's living in Britain and doesn't want to denounce her British citizenship or her passport.
So Reginald,
So
would you sign up for all of the murderers in South Africa going home, and we'll take their place? They can send me back. Would you sign up for that? Would that be good? Would that be a good idea, Reg? What do you reckon?
There is space in South Africa for you to go back. If you don't want to go back, that's your choice.
No, I'm not going back to live with them again. No, I'm not. Guys, listen. I'm a racist now, innit? White girl pugilist. I'm not going back to live with them again, innit? So they can take their rapists and murderers back, and we'll just go back to South Africa. Then it will be black again, innit? And England will be white again, and everyone wins, Reg, right? And you can stay with the white people, yeah. How about that one?
To go back. You're refusing to go back home, and then you say you don't want to live with them. Come on,
no,
man,
I'm saying I'm not refusing to go back home. I'm saying send us back to South Africa. Take all your rapists and murderers out of South Africa, back to England, yeah, or Europe, wherever you gotta go, and then we've got a deal.
My brother, you're sleeping with them. You're clearly not ready to detach yourself from them. So what is the point?
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. You just take your rapists and murderers back. You see, good white people. I don't have a problem. Listen, I don't have a problem with good white people seeking citizenship in Africa. I have a problem with disrespectful, despicable white people going and raping, murdering, pillaging our people, our lands, and our resources. I have a definite problem with that, which you don't. So take your rapists, murderers, and pillagers back, and we'll happily go back too. Why not?
And
take
I
them
have
out of Jamaica too. We'll go back to anywhere you take them back from. We'll go back to. All right.
And I have a problem with non-African people in religion practicing racism, and black people in the same religion can't decode it for us, like what Jupiter was practicing, while Brother Reggie's on the left of her with Christianity. Brother, that's very unsynchronized. That's why we're scared of the Abrahamic faith. No disrespect to this is why we're scared, brother, because you can't decode what the non-Africans do in the religion. She's blatantly denying African human rights, and you did nothing.
Away from them. I stepped away and I said, listen, I'm going to deal with something. I'm going to deal with the Israelite faith and let the Abrahamics keep the Abrahamic, because they don't want to read it how it's supposed to be read, and they don't want to dictate it how it's supposed to be dictated. They want to write themselves into the books. So Reggie can stick with them writing themselves into the books. He can stay with them in England, send all of us back and take back all your murderers, rapists, pillagers and plunderers from all of our countries. And then we'll see who's winning. Then we'll see who's eating Cocoa Pops for breakfast, dinner, and lunch. There won't be no more Cocoa Pops. What are you doing?
Sorry, what were you saying about the Jupiter? You can't decipher what Jupiter is doing. I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, she was denying African and control African human rights in the religion, brother. The questions that she was asked, she was denying it, referring to, well, in the religion of Christianity, we're all from the spirit and etc., and then trying to use deceptive language, and you was co-signing with it, brother. I'm not surprised though, brother, because black people are religiously immature. Non-African people like Jupiter has the ability, brother, to practice her race first and fool you with the religion. She definitely did that, brother.
We can't do that. We already unraveled her story. Listen, her name's Jupiter, which is a Greek or Roman god. She worships Zeus, which is a Greek or Roman god. Yeah, Reggie's the same. He's dealing with Zeus too. This is what they're dealing with, Jesus. You know where I'm coming from? So, we don't need to deal with the Jupiters, the Jesuses, the Hades, and those types of deities of this world. We don't need to deal with them, but that's Jupiter's thing. So we're going to leave Jupiter and Zeus to it, and just know we separated ourselves from that, innit? We don't call those names.
I can't have this kind of discourse, my brother, with this kind of animated brother is basically speaking for people before they can even speak. It doesn't make sense. Like, I have decorum. You get what I'm saying, Brother Kel? Like we have to be synchronized in our conversation, even if we disagree. You know what I'm saying?
Reginald,
So
let's
for
be serious about
for
this.
me, brother
Reginald,
Kel,
honestly, do you
me,
believe
brother Kel, for
in
me, brother
Jesus
Kel,
or not?
for me,
Can you
it's
answer
very simple.
that
I'll
question and
respond
I'll leave you alone? I'll go. Listen, I'll jump off
to
the
you,
panel
Kel.
if you answer that question.
I'll respond to you, Kel.
Reginald, I will jump off the panel if you answer this one
I will respond
question.
to you, Kel.
Do you believe in Jesus?
I will respond to you, Kel, on your point that you made about
Do you believe
Jupiter.
you can't take the heat right now?
Jupiter has her own understanding of Christianity. When you were talking about Christianity, I wasn't really.
Fuck
It wasn't for me to come in and into your discussion at the point. I didn't actually join in with your discussion, so I don't know what you mean by this co-stand.
But brother Reggie, I asked you a question. You see, brother, I specifically knew you was gonna do it, brother. Everything brother Cal does is politically strategic. I knew by asking that question, you were gonna remove the race of us and focus on Christianity, and that's what you did in the chat, brother. I asked you a question. Hold on, brother. I asked you a question, and look how you deciphered and laid out the answer, brother. I knew you would do it, brother. I knew you'd do it because we are religiously immature, brother. We really are. That's why, unless you Pan-Africanize your religion, brother, black people should never take religion up on synchronized Africans and non-African people. We are religiously immature, brother. We cannot do it. It's a wrap.
Now, Kel, I don't know when you were coming onto the panel, I didn't have any discussion about religion. You and Jupiter, I wasn't involved in any discussion, so I don't know how you're linking it to religion. I don't know what you're
in the chat, brother. Remember the question? Remember the question I asked you in the chat? Do you remember I wrote in the chat and you translated it? Do you remember, brother? Do you remember when I said about why don't the the European Christians help out the black Christians who are using all their money to fund Israel? And did you remember how you interpreted it, brother? Do you remember?
Yes, I did.
And that's why Lady D done a political analysis, brother. That's very unsynchronized, brother, because they're not doing anything for the black Christians, brother, but they're doing a lot for the white Christians. And then you went on to Islam, and which has nothing to do, because the sand people do exactly the same thing what the ice people do in religion. You know what I mean? They all got that money. They got that money, brother. They don't help out the black Muslims or protect them. They are oppressing them. You know what I mean? So I don't know why you went down that way for.
I've caught up with you now, so now you've made it so clear I can actually respond with more clarity. So when it comes to these white Christians helping us, I think I answered that with Lady Divine. Basically, I don't feel it's their responsibility to be bringing us out of our problem, and that's why I kind of like have a different ethos to you. I'm not waiting for white people to liberals to come uplift our struggle.
Hold on, you're not waiting for white people. You're not waiting for Jesus, now.
I believe that the answer is within us as a group.
So the answer's not with Jesus then.
And I'm happy to say that the black African Christians are leading the way in terms of economics among black people
by following Jesus.
And yes, there's a long way to go, but you're a lot better than these sleep white, talk black Pan-Africanists or black nationalists, whatever they want to call themselves, who just want to sit here and wait for a handout. Like, that's just not our ethos. Our ethos is
not waiting for Jesus
within ourselves.
Are you not waiting for Jesus?
So the white Christians are allowed to ask for a handout from black people to fund Israel, brother.
Have you paid? Are you paying? Are you paying a hand? Have you paid out any money?
Donald Trump went on TV, brother, and he was asked about what happens if your money runs out, and he said on live TV, "If my money runs out, I'm going to Africa."
So you think that our black people
have a nice evening? Have a nice evening, brother Reggie.
Hang on, Kinko. Do you feel that you have the right to tell black people where their money should go? Like, do you feel there's only black Christians?
Jesus have the right. Does Jesus have the right?
Let me respond to Cole. I don't. This guy's
now, brother, you're getting very sensitive now, brother Reggie. I'm not attacking you, beloved. I'm just attacking your.
I'm not attacking.
You know,
I'm not attacking.
And look what you do now. You see, brother, that's very unsynchronized. You're very unsynchronized, brother.
We're
You're
having
my
a
brother.
conversation. Bro. We're having a
Yeah,
conversation.
Jesus have the right to do it.
You know, King
Jesus
Kel,
have the right to do it.
you know, you see me in the chat, brother Kel, and you know that if I want to get attack people, is a lot different from this, my brother. So my thing here is
I'm not attacking
that
though. Me doesn't ask if Jesus have the right to do it.
my thing, brother Kel, is that the black Christians, just like anybody else, may use their money for the wrong thing. You get what I'm saying? We have black Christians and black non-Christians who use their money for a lot of bad and questionable things. So we don't need to.
Hey, Reggie, can I ask Reggie just one question? Yeah. See, when we talk about Europeans, if we talk about reparations, right? Don't you think they should develop certain parts of Africa and bring schools and hospitals and make sure it's fully developed in certain parts? If we're talking about reparations, that's what they should do. Education, give us the right institutions, and make sure there's no crimes in certain areas of Africa, right?
Yeah. However, my opinion when it comes to Africa,
To repair the damage.
So my thing when it comes to Africa, from what I've seen, is they have the money there to do these things. It's just that the governance do not specifically use the money for these.
Conscious eye open. Can I be honest with you, brother? Reginald don't know what he's talking about. What we really need is we need the colonizers to go home. Conscious eye open. I guarantee you. You see, if the colonizers left South Africa right now, South Africa would thrive in a way we've never seen. In fact, it might even become a superpower. But Reggie wants the colonizers there forever. He don't ever want them to leave. You know, so they're the ones destabilizing the continent. And what we need stabilization of the continent, which means our people need to be in control of our resources, control of our money, and we need to dictate what our resources and our things sell for, not have the colonizers doing it any longer. And once that happens, I can see Africa thriving. But Uncle Regis, he's for the colonizers. He doesn't believe black people should have the opportunity to live free of colonization. He believes they should always have a foothold because, he works for the colonizer.
Is that right, Reggie?
Now, my brother, even if I work for the colonizer, it's better than someone that sleeps with a colonizer. Like my thing is,
admitted it now. There we go. Thank you. There's
no one that there's no one that wants to basically not set themselves free more than someone who decides that they can't free themselves from getting inside the colonizer's pom pom. You get me? But my thing is that at the end of the day.
I'm colonizing the pom pom. That's the difference. Reggie, you have to understand. You have to understand. Me white, yeah, feudalist. Me a bake it and trade it. Yeah.
No matter how much.
In secret. Yeah.
No matter how much.
To my one. Yeah. So me a colonize them girl for them. Yeah. Colonize them and take them away.
But let's see the sense. So let's see the sense.
I have no girl left soon, We are gonna take all of the girls and left the man them, the dirty man them.
You see the special needs coming out. So no matter how much money they give these African leaders, right? We just don't seem to see the work that they do, and that's the biggest problem that we have. They don't seem to want to do the work. So yes, liberation is more of a. I would be more in favor of the Africans or Pan-Africanist rhetoric when it comes to liberation than us receiving some sort of money. You get what I'm saying? Because I feel that we can generate enough money. It's just that the mindset of the leadership is just wrong. You get what I'm saying? So that's why we've not been able to.
What's enough money?
What's enough money?
Yeah, because you said we can generate enough money, so you must have a figure in mind.
No, I can't give you an exact.
Come on, man. Nah. Conscious. You see what this guy does now? Talk to him, brother. Because listen, brother, I can't argue with this dude. He's so weird. How's he gonna say we're generating enough money? You don't even know how much being generated. What's wrong with the guy? What is the amount needed? What's the amount needed to be generated?
But Schiffer, it's the same thing you said. I agree with you, as when you said that if we had control over the wealth, we're good. Well, we got Chinese people in Africa and other races in Africa controlling the wealth of Africa, so that don't make no sense. So what's Reggie saying though?
Reggie's for me. He don't have a problem with that.
Oh my God! I don't understand why.
Do you Reggie though? Do you have a problem with that?
So conscious. My thing is, I've said this many times. Like one of the things that we have in Africa is corruption is a very big problem. A lot of people on the continent.
Conscious, please ask him the direct question. Make him give us an answer, man.
Shut up, man! I'm trying to speak. Every time you got to speak over people.
Give us an answer, man. It's a simple question.
This special needs. So we have a big problem on the continent with people receiving funding and not using the funding
We didn't
for
ask you about funding. You already told us this. Answer the question.
for we got a
You
problem with
already
people not getting
told
funding.
us. What's wrong with
Right.
you?
I'm getting tired now, man. This talking.
You told us this already.
this-
We're tired too. It's tiring listening to you repeat the same thing. We asked you a question, brother. Please answer it.
Conscious. My thing is, yeah, this guy is mentioned it a few times. He comes on it to argue. I come on here to have a discourse, to have a conversation, to.
Now I get where you're coming from, man. We gotta have a conversation and be mature men. Mature men can reason. So Schiffer's got his thoughts. You might not share the same thoughts as Schiffer, but you guys can talk and reason and get to the point. You know what I mean? That's the main thing we gotta do. But Reggie, say your point though.
We asked him a straight question, though, brother. We asked him, why doesn't he want the colonizers to go home? Well, I asked that. He said, don't make assumptions. You said, well, let's not assume that. Let's ask Reggie. You asked him. You said, Reggie, do you want the colonizers to go home or not? He's not answering the question. So I've made it as clear as it can be possibly made. What are we saying, Reg? Are we gonna do this butt dancing that you do? It's like you're in a strip club dancing for dollars. I don't know.
But give him a minute. Let's see what his answer. Give him a minute. Go on, Reggie. Go on.
I don't know. Like this is just it's a straw man because what is a colonizer? The answer to our thing is not. We haven't even got that many people that you could deem as colonizers in our countries. The problem is that we do have them having quite a significant influence on resources. The resources need to be controlled by the people, the basic people of the country. That needs to change. For them going home, why should for them to go home? Like that's not even the biggest problem. For them to go home, not to go home, like that's not even the biggest issue that we have.
All right, but Reggie, let me ask you this: would you classify us as we're British, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. There's British men that go to Gambia in Africa, and they can buy children. This was on Sky News and the Sun News, bro. They go to Gambia, British men and British women, and they sleep with toddlers, bro. And it's poor children and poor parents allow their kids to get sold to these British men and the British women. They call it a pedo island, bro, for these Europeans that come from Britain. Now, if we're British, are we included in that?
They would say that, yeah, that we as British people, we would probably in some context.
UK form you get, they got the ethnicity part, and they got Afro-Caribbeans, they got Asians, and they got Africans, and they got white. So there's a distinction between the difference in the races in London. So they don't see you as the same. So
exactly, and that's why I asked him earlier. Conscious, I asked him this earlier. I said, if it doesn't matter about your race, then why are they putting us in boxes? Why the classifications? Yeah, why are we organized into race cards? And on top of that, Conscious, can you please tell me what his answer was to my question? Because I couldn't distinguish it from what he said.
I hear you, Schiffer. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know what I mean, Reggie? You gotta say the answer though. The initial.
He's answering dumb questions. I can't answer the question the way that he wants me to answer. So he's not gonna. There's no point asking me the question. You got what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so conscious. In effect, then he's answered the question, right? If he's saying he can't answer it in the way I want him to answer, in effect, he's saying he's answered it, right? So conscious, yeah. I'm asking you, can you please discern the answer that Reggie gave to the question of, people taking back their rapists, pillagers, and murderers, and leaving us to get on with things by ourselves so we can prosper?
I can't lie, I haven't really got a clear answer. There's a lot of times where I couldn't really hear it, but say it one last time for us, Reggie.
So even the premise is just weak. Like the rapists, pillagers, and murderers are a different generation that are no longer in Africa. These are the descendants of people that came to Africa to colonize Africa or to rape and pillage, whichever one you depend on the era, etc. But at the end of the day,
Reggie, I just told you, right? There's British people that go down to Gambia, and there's literally pictures of white men, bro, holding little black children.
But that's different. So that's different because he's asking me about the people, for example, in South Africa that are like living there now, calling themselves.
Let's call them the white people in South Africa, then, Reg. Seeing as you're so confused, all right? Is that easier for you?
So if you're talking about the people in Gambia that are committing heinous acts,
no, we're not talking about that.
Oh my God.
Like, hey, Conscious, can you see why we call him a coon now, bro? You see it now, bro?
right?
What we doing, bro? And you conscious, tell me, is this not coonery behavior? The man can't answer a simple question in defense of his black people, but to defend white people, he's got 1,000 words.
I'm not gonna I'm not saying Reggie's like a coon, but there's some times where it gets a bit confusing. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what side he's on, but it's just.
Did you say confusing, brother? Did you say confusing? Did you say confusing? Because the confusion over here is crazy. Telling you, brother.
I thought Reggie would burn fire for the British, bro. I thought you would burn fire for the British. I swear to God, Reggie, I thought you would, but go on, man. It's cool.
No, my thing is very simple. I mean, I'm trying to address your point about the ones in Gambia, and then I'm gonna try and move on to the ones in South Africa because they're different stories. So the ones in Gambia are coming there as tourists or whatever they want to call it, and they're coming there as tourists with a bad, bad things on their mind basically, and you can't decipher
bad intentions, Reg. Bad intentions.
Bad intentions, and it's not all of them that are coming there like that. So you have to be careful. They have to address the ones that go there and then commit those acts, or attempt to commit those acts, just like you would of any body that you think might commit a crime. That is up to the legal system there in Gambia. So if someone here is that there's loads of stereotypes here of someone might be carrying a knife, etc. You give people the benefit of the doubt till they actually are very close to committing that crime. It's up to your legal organization in the country to deal with these people. I mean, what's the solution to knife crime? That they just stop allowing people of an ethnic group to come in because maybe some regions they think that there's too many of this crime committed by one ethnic group. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. You have to sort out your legal system and stop these crimes happening when they come to your country. You get what I'm saying? And stopping everybody coming in because of that I don't think that's the way to go. But when it comes to South Africa, that's a different story. People have gone there for decades. They've been living there for decades. You're saying that they should all go back. You have to make a point why they should all go back. I mean, if you're saying because they entered there illegally, then you need to go and campaign for them all to leave. You get what I'm saying? Go and campaign for them all to leave. That's up to you.
Hey, but Reggie, if you saw pictures of this frequently happening in Gambia, bro. Look at this grown man kissing a little black girl, bro.
Hold on, conscious. Did you see the avoidance of answering the question, though? Did you notice that? We still haven't had an answer.
Yeah, kind of didn't really like.
Yeah.
Reggie did answer it.
This pedophilia that you're.
No, this is what he said. He said he thinks I should go and campaign, but I asked a very specific question, which was not about anyone campaigning. I said, "What do you think about Africa being able to prosper better if we take those white people out of South Africa?" What did he say? What was his answer? I should go and campaign. He didn't answer the question, bro.
Nah, come on, Reggie, man. You should answer the question properly, man.
That's sure enough. But no. My thing is that you just showed us
My thing is that I'm not going to answer the question.
No, but let him answer the question. I want to see if he actually answers the question. We'll see. Let's give him another chance. Go on, Reg.
I'm responding to what Conscious is saying. These pedophilia people, the people that go and commit.
You see what I mean, now, Conscious? I'm done. I'm done.
they commit. A lot of them commit in Africa and they commit abroad. But I don't know what you feel is the best solution, because clearly
because when you're mentioning knife crime, bro, that's a predicament within London, as in the London society. But when it comes to like us in Africa, we're literally being victimized by Europeans, bro, systematically and on a general level, just like as citizens. So at the end of the day, you can't equate the same things that the Europeans done as the black people here.
If you're talking about that particular pedophilia in Gambia, as I understand it, it's partially down to the local environment in Gambia that is enabling them to come there and continue to do that particular crime in that area. Now, the reasons for it, I think partially might be due to the poverty in that area, people trying to make money and therefore giving their children to do it, or it's just exploitation. but the solution to it is going to come from Gambia. It's
So
not,
who's the ones
No, but I'm saying
exploiting,
to you
Red?
that it's
Red,
British
who are the ones
men that's going
exploiting?
there, bro.
Who are
not
the
just
ones
British.
exploiting,
I'm
Red?
sure
Good
European.
question.
It's all over. It's all different types of Europeans, and you might even find black people.
All
But
right.
they have
All right.
they
And
have,
you think that's all right?
No black
You
people,
think
bro.
that's all right?
they have to
You think
protect
they should get away
themselves.
with that?
You know what I'm saying? And how do they protect themselves? By making sure that they stop these people going to those areas that people are vulnerable. That people are vulnerable because
So
they're
you,
going out
so
their
you
way.
don't think the British government's responsible in no way, shape, or form, no? Even though it knows this is happening.
What do you want the British government to do?
You don't think they're
Expose it,
responsible
get
in
rid
no
of
way,
it,
shape,
tell
or
them they
form,
can't
even
go
though
to
they know
Gambia.
this.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, stop people
So
going to Gambia.
hold on. One second. What you're saying is a British citizen goes to another country, has sex with a child, comes back and shouldn't be arrested. Is that what you're saying?
What the? I don't know. That's why I can't have a conversation with this guy. What are
Well,
you
this
even
is
talking about?
basically what he's saying. He's saying that the other government has to deal with it, or they should just get away with it. Basically, that's what he's saying.
Come in here to they're telling me what I'm saying, and I've not even said that.
Well,
Where
this
do you
is
get
what
all
you're
these?
saying. In effect, by not attacking the issue in the right and proper manner, that's in effect
nonsense.
what you're saying, isn't it? With your
Okay.
whole demeanor in your conversation, bro. That's what it is. So just know what you're doing, innit? Know what you're doing out here, innit? You'll put yourself in problems. I don't need to put you in problems. It's too easy.
Problems. Oh, right.
You do it yourself, man. You're doing it yourself right now. The man's telling you to address the issue, and you're doing it lightheartedly. Like, you know what? Them people that you know what that's going over there, they're not the ones you're attacking. You want to attack the African government. That's what you always do, bruv. And it's just, it's just
Well, because
sickening,
we
man.
know about
Makes me wanna vomit.
indoctrination, we know about mental slavery, so you can't really attack the Africans. You have to really go to the Europeans and be like, hey, wait a minute. You're the one that brainwashed black people in certain parts of Africa. Don't be blaming them. What the frick are you doing? Why are you going there trying to rape little kids? Like, do you know what I mean?
No, like I think you're misunderstanding my point. Like my point is simple: the people that commit the acts, if they're white, there are many of them are white European.
What should happen to them? What should happen to them?
What do you mean? Obviously, they should be.
What should happen to them? How should they be dealt with?
They should be penalized whatever way that they see fit. It's up to I don't know what Gambia do.
Whatever way who sees fit. Whatever way who sees fit.
Gambia, the people in Gambia.
So what you're saying is if they get back onto British soil, then the British government shouldn't do nothing then, no?
Yeah, no, I think that Gambia should punish them because they're in Gambia.
Right. So you're saying Gambia should be totally responsible for punishing them, but Britain shouldn't punish its citizens for sleeping with children, even though it's distinguished as a heinous crime.
Can you stop? You have to add to what people say, or can you not ask people what they're saying without adding?
I just asked you. You can say it yourself. You can say to me that's wrong, and you think that Britain should prosecute them if you choose to. That's your choice. But you're not choosing to. So everyone knows what I'm saying is real. You're making what I say real. You're making it real, bro. You're that stupid. I just don't get it.
Like, nah, bro. Reggie, you're dodging the questions.
No, conscious. So a lady went to Russia, yeah, a basketball player, and she got pulled up for having drugs in her bag. It's quite a popular story.
Marijuana.
Yeah, marijuana or something on a person's. Yeah. So Russia, because she was under their jurisdiction, they dealt with her. It wasn't for America to go back and maybe when she goes back to America, she will face another consequences. But I believe that the law of the country where you commit the crime should be the ones that penalize the person because the crime's been committed in their area. So
Regis, one second, Regis. Just pause for a second, Regis, 1 second, pause. All right, just pause for a second. You've had a lot of mic time. 1 second, Regis, 1 second.
Not 1 second, I'm talking. You come and interrupt me all the time, man. At the end of the day,
because you've already given your answer. There's no point in continuing giving us the same answer 5 times.
If they've committed the crime in Gambia, then
Gambia should deal with it. I've got you. Gambia's got a responsibility. We've got you, bro.
So Gambia
we've got you, bro.
So if Gambia,
bro, we've got you. You don't need to say anymore. We've got you, bro. Now, what I'm saying to you is, if a person goes to another country, conscious. If a person goes to another country and murders someone, conscious, and then they come back to England, what do you think they're getting away with it, bro?
So if
do you think you're getting away with it? And we know that you went there and murdered someone. Do you think you're getting away with it? No. So what makes them think they should get away with going to someone else's country and pedophiling someone and coming back? We know his personality. We know what he's about.
To black people in Africa.
You understand? And you have to do it to black people as well to make it worse. You're mad. Listen.
So if at the end of the day,
I feel sick.
if at the end of the day, Gambia has maybe, for example, Sharia law and says that the punishment is death for the person, then that is the law. You get what I'm saying? And respectfully, we will respect their law and let them get on with it. You get what I'm saying? But if their law is that they give you 7 years, go along with that. That's their law. You get what I'm saying? What, they commit the crime in Gambia.
Would you feel that way if someone that you loved and respected went to one of these countries, fell victim to one of these laws for something that you consider innocuous by your own doctrine, by your law? Would you feel the same way then afterwards?
Yeah, I think sometimes
Oh
these
my
laws.
God, he said, yeah. Oh my God. Hey, listen, you can't take that one back, you know, Reg. Anyone who knows Reggie, you know what he's about now, innit? Yeah, so know when you're dealing with the likes of Regis and Jupiter.
I think Reggie's dealing with the law. He's seeing things through the eyes of the law and it being done through the law.
I couldn't, as you could see, I couldn't answer the question because my guy can't.
We don't need to hear no more from you, Regina, man. You need to go back to singing.
You won't hear anymore. It's fine.
All right,
no, Reggie.
I told you at the beginning it's gonna be difficult. It will be difficult with this guy on the panel, and I think it's been shown. You know what I mean?
The disrespect levels, though. No, the disrespect levels are high, brother. The man saying that it should be okay for someone to go into someone else's country, commit a heinous crime, and come back, and the government know they've done it and not combat it, not do nothing about it.
No, but shit, for me and you know, and a lot of people can disagree with Reggie on that. But if he wants to continue saying his point, let him say his point.
Brother, listen, brother, I saw this program the other day, yeah? It's called Pedophile Hunters. They're in Australia, and they're watching these Australia man going to certain Asian countries doing the same thing, and they're hunting them down.
There you go.
They're hunting them down. And it's funny how it's funny how even the white people are hunting these people down because they know they shouldn't be getting away with it. There's something wrong with the system, but Reggie can't see what's wrong. What's going on here?
Yeah, for real. Now I see what you're saying.
Yeah, what are we saying?
See, brothers, the problem is, the fault is always on the Africans' head. It's always the Africans has to be held accountable, put to right, and the law to be held up against. But when it comes to the non-Africans, Reggie will find every excuse as to why it can't happen. And that's all I'm hearing from Reggie.
Can I respond? I don't know why you're not. Maybe you're not hearing because people keep shouting and shouting over, especially one particular.
Yeah, go on, Reggie. Say it. Go on, speak, man.
It is the Africans' responsibility, just like Saudi Arabia. If you go there and decide not to wear a burqa or hijab, they will come down on you fast and hard, right? And they won't wait for another governments to come and punish you. They will do it themselves there and then. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I say is our responsibility. Because people don't commentate that
those people should escape the jurisdiction. If they was to go to Gambia, let's say, commit a law against this Sharia that you say is in place, and then come back and get out and get away from that jurisdiction, does that mean they get away for their crime?
So, brother,
even if it's not a crime to where they've got to.
First and foremost, I don't know whether Sharia is fully in place in Gambia.
No, I'm just playing. I'm just going along.
I'll give an example. But if the country Gambia has a law in place and it is sufficient enough to deal with the crime, then I don't see anything wrong with that. If they don't have a law in place, then that's another thing. But as far as I'm aware, I don't know.
I'm saying, say someone gets away with it, then say they go Gambia, or even better, say they go Thailand and do something with an underage person that is not allowed in their country. They go there, they do it, they get away with it, they come back. We find out about it here. What happens then? Are you saying that the jurisdiction should be respected?
No, then it's a bit of a. I don't know how things work. I think,
you see,
it's complicated, and it's complicated even if it's two Western countries. You know, we've seen even with this. I forgot what this guy's name that did a crime in America, and he came.
Brother,
here
you listen to the nonsense. Hold on, now I can't take this no more. Listen, in Gambia, yeah, the age of consent is like over here, 16, yeah, but you could still get prosecuted for sleeping with a 16 up to 18-year-old in Gambia. So they have stricter laws. You have to understand this. But what's happening is people are finding ways of going beyond the law. So it's like if you're not seen, you're not heard. How's anyone gonna know? But people know what's going on in it. So what I'm saying is, for there to be whole shows on it, there to be whole information on it, we know it's happening, but these people ain't being prosecuted. And that's the bottom line of it. The people need to be prosecuted, innit? But Reginald's not focused on them being prosecuted. He's focused on Gambia dealing with it. How's the Gambia going to deal with a problem where you got millionaires coming into the country that are paying people off and getting away with their crimes? How
Yeah,
are they going to
that
deal with
makes
that,
sense,
bro?
Shiva, man. 100%. Like Reggie,
Hundred
don't you
percent.
see what Shiva's
So,
saying?
so the thing is, yeah, anybody can come here and say these things. It's what you can
Huh?
prove, right? So if you come and say this thing, you need to prove that they've not been prosecuted. You need to bring up these cases where they've not been prosecuted, where they've come here and then got away with the
The
crime.
man just told you there's a whole show on it. What are you doing?
Reggie, just go in Google and type in
You're drunk, innit? You're
Gambian.
drunk,
I mean, it's
brother.
not. It's
You're
not
drunk.
hard. We're just
Hold on,
human.
brother.
Yeah,
Reggie,
very
go
obvious
into
what's going
Google.
on.
Reggie, come on, you're on a device right now. Go into Google, type in Gambia, girl children sold for £2 to British, specifically British, white men. Let's go. Type it
So
in.
hang on. So Lady
Just type,
Divine,
brother, don't argue with me. Just do what I ask, please. And then
I'll
come back
type
and
Don't
talk to
argue.
me.
I'll type in girl sold for £2. But my thing is very simple, Lady Divine. My thing is very simple. Let me look up this story that you're saying.
Yeah, go on.
Go
You
and
look that up. You look that up.
Let me look
Snappy
at
on the
this.
A46, right?
But I still stand by the fact that it is the government of
Reggie don't
Gambia.
even feel the pain of those young girls and boys that are being sold. He don't even feel the pain. And that's where it is. And this is why it's like, I can't stand
seems
him.
like he
I can't stand
respects the
him.
jurisdiction. It
You
seems
see
like
it?
he respects
I
the
can't stand
jurisdiction
him,
of the
brother. I can't stand him. But you know what? I don't hate him, innit? I don't hate none of the brothers, them, innit? He's still a brother, but I just can't stand him because I just think like he's got a sickness that we can't repair. We can't fix this robot. There's a few screws loose. He thinks I'm crazy, but it's like, listen to what the brother is saying. But I'm crazy. Really? What are we doing here?
I'm not even being racist or anything. It would just be so much easier if Reggie was white, though.
It would be. It would be.
Yeah,
It
it'll make more
really
sense.
would. It'll make more sense. It would actually make
It
sense.
would make more sense. It'd be easier to understand him, his points of view, his opinions and stuff like that. It's hard to take him in sometimes. I know what you mean.
Like, brother, I'm not a brother who will use the word coon loosely, do you know, like that. I don't use these words loosely at all.
I know. We've had
You
that
won't hear
debate.
this come out of my mouth 9 times out of 10. In fact, 9.7 times out of 10, that word ain't coming out of my mouth. But this brother here, nah, brother. What are you doing? What is he up to? I'm sorry, no. We need to know what is he really up to. What's he up to?
What do you think?
He's on a
What's
mission.
Reggie's
He's got some
agenda?
kind of mission, man. I'm telling you.
My
He's
thing
got.
is-
What is your mission
Lady
statement?
Divine,
Explain.
Lady Divine,
I'm
Lady Divine,
listening. Yeah.
I've still read what you've sent me, right? And
Yeah.
there's an article in the Sun, right? And it talks about the fact that children are being sold for £2 in Gambia,
What the fuck?
and there are laws in place in Gambia that obviously are opposed to these practices.
Prevent that.
However,
It's forbidden.
Right.
It's forbidden.
Wait. Let him finish.
however, there obviously people are claiming that they can't, basically they're impoverished and they can't, they feel like they're inclined to basically sell themselves. So they are actually
Exactly. So that's the bit I was gonna get to, Reg. So my point is, if you're in a country, Reg, and remember it's poverty stricken and there's nothing, you've got no means, you struggle day by day to feed your family. And say there's like typically a family of 6, yeah, in a little shack, in a little hut, in a little whatever. And they have now got to the point that they've been reduced down to now having to give their children to these old dirty men that's come deliberately to that country for that purpose. Isn't it both countries at fault? Why is it only on one?
Thank you, Lady Divine, because you go to a country like that to go and
Lady Divine's on point. You know what
you
she's
see,
saying?
if I go to a country like that, yeah, I don't care what the people look like. I go there and I just want to help people. I want to help the situation. I'm not going there to take advantage of you and you got nothing. Do you know what? I'll take the shoes off of my foot. You can have one. I've got more than one. But you see, Regis will stack up 5,000 shoes in his wardrobe and ain't never been nowhere to give no one nothing because he's just a selfish cunt. Yeah, that's where it is. And he's so selfish that he's going to sit here and he's going to side with people that's going and doing nastiness to children, yeah, because he just wants to win an argument. I just don't get it.
Exactly. And these people don't have no phones, they don't have no internet, they don't have no Wi-Fi, so they can't even broadcast for themselves that my children are being sold.
Can't even take a stance.
Do you know what I mean?
Lady Divine, I'll add more context. This is a statement from the Child Protection Alliance in Gambia. It says he warns that sex is cheap in Gambia and children are being sold for as little as $150 or just over £2 in UK currency. Some of the parents know their children are being abused and they accept it because they are so desperate for food in their bellies. Others are too naive to realize. They think the Westerners paying their bills and helping their boy or girl out of the kindness of their heart, while in reality they had
Well,
bad
well,
intentions.
yo, you know,
So,
Let him
child,
finish. Let him
he
finish.
can't
Go on,
control
Reggie.
himself. Child
I'm
abuse
angry,
is
man.
going on all the time in the Gambia, and the government is doing nothing to put a stop to it. So that was their statement, that the government and the Gambia and the government is not doing enough to put a stop to it. Our children are being approached directly on the beaches or the street, and child abusers from all over Europe, including the UK, are coming here for this. I want to make clear that this does not just involve men, but also adult women who are paying for sex with teenage boys in the Gambia. We have laws that are supposed to stop this from happening, but they are not being enforced. So we
Hey,
have
but
to
Reggie,
right law.
don't that sound like slavery to you?
You need one law. It's called the death sentence.
I can hold on 1 second. You look, before you go, yeah, we need to ask Reggie this question. I'm
Wait,
sorry,
wait,
guys.
brothers,
I apologize.
quickly. I don't know
Lady
who's got
Divine.
control. 1 second, brothers. Quick. I don't know who's got control of the
MA,
show.
big up MA.
Wait. There's people in the back that need to get on. So I don't know
All
who
right, Lady
can
Divine's being
help.
nice.
Sorry,
All right,
go
nice.
on,
You're nice,
Shifa.
sis. This, no, I
Gang,
need you
gang.
to ask Reggie this question actually, because it's a very, very important question. It's
You
probably
need
the
to
most
ask
important
Carry on,
question
MA
we're
in the
going to
back.
ask about this subject today. We need to ask Reggie, how does this make him feel hearing about this? How does it make him feel? Please ask him this.
Now I'm going to answer in my way. Now, basically, with what I've just read, you can understand that the government is letting the people down. For starters, they are not enforcing the law that is already in place, which punishes this kind of behavior. And when you have a law that's not being enforced, you have people coming there to prey on this kind of loose law. And if
I
it's
didn't
happening,
ask you what you think. I asked you how you
and
feel.
and
I'll
if
ask
it's
Reggie one thing. Well, go on, Jane, talk.
and if it's happening and people are now seeing it as a very easy place to get away with this kind of thing, then your legal system your law and enforcement needs to tighten up, as well as the fact that other people, obviously the predator is responsible ultimately, but let's not pretend that there's not evil everywhere and people in some places are better than others. You need to have a law system that actually works. And that's
Reggie
what this
doesn't
Okay,
pretend
can I
that
respond?
Africa.
Can I respond to him now, then, quickly, brothers?
Yeah, Lady D, go ahead.
Yeah,
person,
I just want to say
person,
this, Reg. I've heard what you're saying,
hang on,
Reggie.
lady man.
Go on.
The person that came up
Continue.
with the person that came up with this statement is not a coon, is not a sellout. This person is from Gambia. They're from the Alliance for Child Protection. They know more about child protection than probably all of us put together. And they're in Gambia. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Reggie, calm
They
your ass down.
understand.
All right, chill out. 1 second, I'm trying to
But
Yeah.
he's
conversate
going to
with you
hold
now.
on. Lady Divine, he just read out someone else's words to explain how he feels.
Don't worry,
Imagine
brother.
that.
I got
Imagine
this.
that, guys.
I got this.
He's come to win the
So,
argument.
Reggie, I've
Nice,
heard,
thank you, bro. We appreciate you.
your response, Reggie, and I've heard, and you know what? To a certain point, I do agree with you. Yes, Gambia does need to tighten up their laws and pull up. But I've noticed something, Reggie. You focused on Gambia. You've not focused on, let's say, here, because we're right here in the UK right now. Yeah. Why is Britain, knowing these people are going to Gambia, not stopping them at the airport and refusing them entry into Gambia? They know they're going. Remember, it's stated they are going for this purpose. So
How
right
can you
there,
know? How can you know?
England could have
Thank
stopped
you, Vic.
a lot of
Thank
this
you,
happening.
Vic can answer that, brother. Vic could answer that. Even maybe
I'm
you
talking
become
to
a
you.
coon now.
I'm talking to
You'll
you
become a
because you're
coon
the
now.
you're the one that's focusing on one side. I'm trying to get to it from both sides. So if I'm going to be practical, I'm going to say both can flipping stop this. If that's the case, the Gambian government can put more laws in place that these children to stay out of these kind of situations. But then I can also look at the UK and say, but hold on a minute, you know these people are leaving your shores to go to that country for that purpose, but you still allow them. You don't refuse them entry to the airport.
How would they know that though? How would they know that? Just curious.
They're probably on the flipping child predators list over here.
Hold on.
They're
Hold on.
probably already on the list over here.
Let me help. Let me help.
Go ahead,
let me
brother.
help.
Big up,
Let me
MA.
help. Yeah, big up. Because as I said, I was in Gambia last year.
He was. I hope you wasn't
Listen, go fuck
How is this guy laughing? I don't understand how he thinks this is funny.
Go fuck yourself, man. Seriously.
Nah. Well, the way that people.
Hey, let my man talk though. Let my man talk though. Let him talk.
Fuck Reggie, man. Fully. Like, go fuck
Hey,
yourself.
mate.
Shut up, man.
God bless you.
Anyway, no, fuck you, man. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, so yeah, I saw this shit firsthand. I even attempted to run up on two certain man. One guy, one guy. Oh man, there's a what do you call it? there's a new shopping center that opened last year called Tropic, and it's where all the young people go, and tourists and that. But you tend to have Europeans and Arabs rolling through, grown men, and there's only one reason that they really go there for. In the daytime, you don't really see no one in there. After a certain time, there isn't any other shopping center in it, so that's where everyone goes. So if you remember back in the day in the UK when there was a shopping center that we'd all go to, in it, or in them places up north or down south, people are like the youths are going to these places. Do you know what I'm saying? To go and take selfies and not even buying anything, so they're just there. So there's a complicity from all four sides at this point. Complicity from the UK government, complicity from blame from the actual nasty pedophiles, complicity from the Gambian government, and a certain level of complicity from the people themselves. So the everyday people who have daughters and sons and whatnot. It's become they've been acculturated to doing these things, right? They've been acculturated to doing these things, and so even when I was looking to run up on someone, the people that I was with were telling me no, like leave it, no. Their spirit is gone, fam. Their spirit is like that. Their psyche in relation to this specific thing. Who's that?
Yo, what's up, guys? Chris, man.
Wagwan.
You alright?
Who was this?
I've been on here before.
Have you? What's your name, mate?
Chris.
He said his name's Chris.
Oh, I'm not even hearing you that well.
So what did you want to add to the conversation, Chris?
No, I ain't finished. No, Chris can wait.
Yeah.
Chris can wait. Yeah, so
yeah.
what was I saying now? Yeah, so there's complicity.
All four sides, yeah, brother. Yes. Yeah.
So what Lady Divine was saying, right? Essentially, yeah, there's no way of being able to kind of stop anyone from doing anything if they're not even if it's not been acknowledged by some authority, whether on the Gambian side or the British side. And the authorities are like, there's a strip called so Senegambia is an area where all of it's the party area, isn't it? That on the west coast, and this is the area where all the tourists go. They flock. So December, so from next month, you start seeing them flocking in. November, December, it's gonna be heaving. When I say heaving, bars are full of. So you got maybe not 200, maybe like 100 white Europeans just in a bar, and they're there. I would say the majority of them are there for that one thing, and they know it. Like, it's just an open. It's not even a secret. It's just the way things are operating now in this country. It's disgraceful. It's normalized. Even do you know what?
Thank you. Case in point.
Even those from the black community in the UK and the US who have gone over there to live, right? Even they've become acculturated to it, to the point where I've spoken to elder sisters about this, like in shock, like not knowing. I don't fucking understand how this shit is going on, and people are not doing anything, or like that. There's not been any action that's been sustained up until this point. Now, I will make this comment as well. There are people in our community who are trying to do similar in that country. Right, and I know this.
And you know what we need to do? We need to find who they are, identify them, and burn them out. That's what we need to be. We need to be on this.
I went to a Fulani wedding, yeah, in my second week. I went to a Fulani wedding. I went to the reception, a Fulani wedding reception. Yeah. And I'm there to spread, you know what I'm saying, my blessings and whatnot. And tutus now, I see the what do you call it? I see the bride, beautiful woman, beautiful young woman, and she's pregnant. And then I woke up at some point to go and spread blessings to the bride and groom, and I see the groom. The groom was the dustiest Rasta man that you could ever see on the London streets. He was about maybe pushing 70, and the girl was 18 years old, and she was already pregnant. So our people them
What the fuck,
yeah, our people are doing them kind of fuckeries as well, man. Like it's just
brother?
that nation is just on its knees, fam.
That's beefy.
Mental
Yeah, but
slavery,
would you
man. Mental
agree?
slavery,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, that's all, man.
would you agree that racism is on the decrease though? Like when I was
Oh,
growing
fucking
up,
hell.
it used to be up.
Oh my god,
When I
taking
I'm
us
leaving
left.
this to the brothers. This is when the sister falls back.
Nah, even this, I'm not even entertaining that.
I'm leaving
No,
it to
I'm
you
just
lot as
saying
well.
when I was growing up, yeah, I used to see a lot more racism than I
That's
do
right. The
nowadays.
sisters are stepping back. Step back, Reggie.
Oh no,
Pick up
man.
yourself,
Oh no,
Raheem.
man. I think the racism's got more covert, but racism still exists, man. Like something being more covert doesn't mean it's got
Oh,
less.
more undercover. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's my opinion. People get better at their job, don't it? And like that's what they do. Like they find ways around things. You know, like that.
Yeah, because
Anyone who's
I'm
ever
not in that
sneaked out
kind of
at work to have a
community
little
of.
cheeky boot. I'm
Because
gonna
I'm not
care.
in
But
because I'm not in the racist community. I guess I don't really see it, but you know,
yeah, but what
it's
is
talked
racism
about a
though?
lot. It's talked about a lot, so it must be out there, you know.
Hey, hang on.
But
Have we finished talking about Gambia? Because this is going somewhere else. Like
No,
before
we
you go
ain't.
any.
We ain't finished talking about Gambia. So like let's like we're gonna go back to M.A. Brown, man. M.A. Brown, can you finish the story for us if there was any more time?
MA. My man MA, he spent a long time in Gambia, right? And obviously he saw a lot of pedophilia, and he's confirmed basically what I was saying. You know what I mean? What the article confirmed.
Actually, before Reggie goes on another tirade or tyrannical rant, hey, Lady Divine, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, bro. I'm here.
You see, when you heard about this stuff to do with these little girls and boys, you know, being abused by grown-ass men and women, how did it make you feel?
Bro, the first time, I think it's about 2 years ago when I first heard that story, I was sickened. I couldn't believe it, number one, that it was happening. I couldn't believe that it got to the point where families are so impoverished over there. This is what they have to resort to, selling their children. And I couldn't believe that the UK knows about it, identifies it, clearly states that they know they're going for that attention and still allow them into the country.
But there's not
And
even.
that's the bit.
They
That's the
don't
bit
even
Reggie
speak.
doesn't miss.
They
That's
don't
the bit Reggie
even.
miss.
They don't
Nah,
even. They don't even speak. Like you know, like listen. The primary blame, as far as I'm concerned, the primary blame is with the Gambian government. Yeah, don't get it twisted.
Coon, sell out.
Don't get it twisted. The primary concern is with the Gambian government. There's that strip. Shut up, man. That strip that I told you about. When you enter the strip, yeah, there's a porter cabin, and there are soldiers in the porter cabin, and they check people's ID. And you know whose ID they're checking? They're checking Gambian people's ID. You know, all of the white people them just stroll through. Like there's a whole system of protection, a whole layer of protection for these people because of the money that they bring in tourism. It's fucking money. They don't give a shit about nothing.
Exactly.
You
Thank you.
Just like
MA,
in
was I right
slavery,
when I
man.
said what I
Just
said
like
then,
in
MA?
slavery.
Was it not right what I
Sell
said,
out.
MA, when I said
when you got a
you got
country,
millionaires
right?
coming into the
When you got
country,
a
the people are
country, yeah,
impoverished, innit? They're letting them do whatever they want to do. So we need to
yeah.
help
When
that
you got a
situation. We
country,
need to
yeah,
do
where the
better, man.
It's
government,
exploiting black people. That's what they're doing. They're
Yeah, we need to
exploiting
do
young
better,
black
man.
kids.
when
Yeah,
when
we
you've
So
got a
we
Reggie's
here
the
country,
need to
first
do
one to
better
say, no,
anyway.
that's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah, that's
You know
fucked
what I
when
mean?
anyway.
there's a country, right, that doesn't have a benefit system for the homeless and the poor and people who live in poverty, right, they're gonna have to do what they're gonna have to do to make money. I don't agree with you know, human trafficking and that, but you know, like it's out of desperation. I know that's not an excuse, but you know, like in Gambia, people don't get benefits if they're homeless
Exactly,
or
brother.
sick or
Exactly. But this is the whole reason why places like Britain, you need to start giving back what you stole. Do you understand? Places like
Right.
France,
Right.
And
places like
stop lying
Spain.
about black people's image.
Do you
Because they always try to
understand?
say, like, Reggie was trying to support the idea of knife crime. Like, all black men carry knives and go around stabbing each other. That's not the case. But there's actual white men from Britain that go to Gambia and rape little kids. But we don't
You know what
stereotype
I'm
white men for that.
And white
You know what I mean?
women. It's not even just the men. There's women that go there, and
Cheap
like,
damn bird.
they don't, when they're in this country, even their own fucking men don't look at them. These are the women that are going to Gambia and scooping up. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like a young
I'm
man
young.
in his prime,
Hey.
scooping
That's
them up.
crazy, man. It just shows you the white women from England as well on the same thing, bro. So it's just
Yeah,
like
same. They're worse. I think they're worse. Honestly,
it just shows
And
you, man. It's not
£20, yeah,
go on.
20 English pound goes a long way, because in Gambia their currency is called dalasi, right? And for £20 you can Western Union someone 1,000 Gambian dalasi. I've got a friend, yeah, in actual Gambia called Samba, and I send him like £20 a month. Yeah, it's not much for me, but it does a lot for him. You know, like, so
Well, I don't understand.
some
If they
countries,
can't,
yeah,
if they can't even,
where the exchange rate is different, you know, to kind of give to charity, you know, the money goes a lot further than you think.
£20 a
Because of the
month is
exchange
like
rate.
half a month's wage for some people that work. Like I know someone that works in a chemist in Gambia. She gets double that for her monthly wages. It's fucked, bro. And the thing is, like,
That's
The average wage, yeah,
if
in
the UK
Gambia,
government, if the
but
UK
here's the
government
thing,
have not got the
here's
resources,
the thing. Sorry, Reggie, I'll let you speak. If you don't understand why Gambia is in that scenario, how Gambia was formed in the first place, how the economic system impales Gambia against fucking a tree continuously, if you don't understand that and don't understand the relationship between the West and other countries like Gambia, then you're gonna talk some shit and you're gonna exalt UK, right? You're gonna exalt them and you're gonna excuse them of any crimes. You're not even gonna care. You're gonna sound like Reggie, but he don't fucking understand. Yeah, he doesn't understand or he doesn't.
You're a
One or the
liar,
other.
MA. You're a liar from the pit of hell.
Anyone who
Everybody, the
doesn't
people,
agree, anyone who doesn't agree with Reggie is a
From
liar.
the
Have you
pit of
not
hell.
listened
What
to
the
him?
hell?
and the caper,
And you
the
gotta
trademark
remember,
caper,
you gotta remember
the
Gambia, right?
trademark caper, the
Yo,
trademark caper. Let me respond. Let me
Reggie.
respond. Let me respond. Let me respond. When I came up earlier and said that it's to do with the UK government, all these people were opposed to what I was saying. I said it's primarily to do with the UK government. I did not absorb the people of the UK government of any blame. I did not absorb the person of any blame. Just because this is a so-called Pan-African is talking now, you lot are all silent. You were all calling me a sellout. You're all calling me a coon because I said that the blame is primarily with the Gambian government. Now you're silent like a church mouse.
Wait,
At the end of the
UK
day,
No,
it's very
but
clear.
hold up,
Quick
Reggie.
question.
I
Quick
don't know where
question.
Reggie's getting this
When
from.
did anyone call you a sellout or a coup?
I
Very
was
clear.
asking
It's very clear.
Lady
It is
Divine,
very
do you know
clear.
why? Do you know why he
It is
fucked
very
up? I
clear.
called him a
It
coon.
is
Call you
very
a
clear.
sellout or a
I
coup?
called him a coon. I
It's
called him
very
a
clear.
coon. And I'll be
So
honest, Lady Divine,
when
yeah.
he said they all,
It's
who are
very
the
clear.
all?
No, it's not
Very
they
clear.
all, it's just
It's
Chipper.
very
But you see
clear.
where
You
he
don't need.
fucked up, Lady
And you
Divine,
don't
yeah?
need.
I asked him a very specific
And you
question, but
don't
listen
need
to
to.
what he
And
listen to what he just said. He
Hey,
said he
Reggie.
didn't absorb. He said that
Wait,
the
yo, Shifo, let
Gambian
me just tell
government
Reggie
was
one
to
thing, yeah,
blame
real quick,
X,
yeah.
Y, Z.
Yo,
But I
Reggie.
asked
My
him how he
understanding of
felt.
the word coon, right? That's the
That's
word
what I asked
coon,
him.
again,
I
right?
asked him,
Listening,
how
man,
do you
talking,
feel
man.
about what happened
let's
there?
be
And
synchronized.
he
Let's be
decided to read
synchronized.
that out to
Again,
me.
he can't control himself. The devil
Reggie,
within
The
is
devil,
coming out. Here's
really?
another one.
You're
Another
in
one
trouble
Reggie,
again.
now, ain't you?
The
Reggie, man.
demon is coming
Yo,
out of Raheem as
He's
well.
in
Come on,
trouble.
yo, Reggie, listen, man.
control
Listen. We're
yourself.
all.
Shut up,
Control
Reggie.
yourself.
I'm on mute, so
This
what the
guy,
fuck are you
fam,
talking
man.
about?
Reggie, just for
Shut
the
the fuck
record,
up,
yeah.
man.
Reggie,
one at a
one
time.
second,
You're just
guys.
obsessed,
Reggie,
man.
just for the record, yeah,
They're
Reggie.
coming again.
I
I didn't get
didn't
to
call
finish
you.
what I was saying.
Wait, because I just
Yeah,
let you
fuck
know.
what you got to say, man.
I don't care
Rasta.
if you want to say they all, and I don't care whether I did call you a sellout or not, or a coon or not. But I'm calling you one now, Reggie. You're a fucking sellout and a coon. Period.
Hey, but Reggie,
And now I take back my
listen,
talk.
yeah, listen.
Thank you very much.
No one really for Africa, bro, is gonna.
Now, at the
Anyone
end of
really
it,
for black people, bro, ain't gonna blame black people, bro, for the condition that they're in. We
at the end
understand,
of
yeah.
the day,
Gambia was a colony, what of the British, right?
yeah, Gambia was
So
a colony.
we understand the same brutality that black people in other countries face.
Bravo. My thing is not to always like go back and use this as a reason. There are loads of
You don't
colonies of the
business
British.
about your thing no more. Please, allow us with your thing. Miss us with your thing now. Please,
Listen,
brother. We don't want to hear it no
is
more.
Gambia
Let's
predominantly a
let's just
Muslim
finish.
country or a Christian
Again,
country?
the devil's come out in him. The fact of the matter is Gambia is one of many colonies, but we're specifically talking about the specific thing that is pedophilia, that is epidemic in that particular country, and how it come about and what can they do to prevent it. And going on and talking about, oh, it's all to do with the British colony, then we'll have to find consistencies in all the other British colonial countries as well, which is not always the case.
Like
Now,
Jamaica, bro.
there is a duty for
Brother,
the
I
Gambian.
We
asked
don't
you
go
how
off the
you
topic. We
feel
want to stay on
about it,
point.
brother. I didn't
He
ask you to
keeps
tell
saying
me
it's a
all that
British
information.
colony, but it
You didn't
seems
even
to be
listen to
under
the
know what's
Islamic
question.
rule.
you
Hey,
know what's
listen, is
interesting?
Gambia
You know what's in,
predominantly a
The
Muslim or
devil's
Christian
coming out
you know
country?
what's
again.
interesting?
The devil's
You know
coming
what's
out against them. The devil's
sorry,
coming out
sorry,
again. All
sorry,
these
bro.
demons speak at the same time. I don't know why. Whenever I speak, I don't know the truth. It hurts. At the end of the
Brother,
day,
you're not speaking no
at
truth.
the
You're
end
just
of
here spouting
at
lies.
the
Just give up, man.
at
Just give
the end of
in.
the day, at the end of the day, at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
go on.
at the end of the day, what happens
Okay,
is that
now.
the British government that you say should prevent cannot even control their own epidemic of paedophilia. When the Islamic grooming gangs were grooming girls all over the country, people again said that why are they not able to do more to prevent it? If they can't
Speaking of
prevent their own,
Islamic,
it
isn't
Listen,
happens.
they're on,
Gambia
But
they're
wait,
on
wait,
one of the
wait,
most
wait,
No,
bro,
but
prominent
bro.
as a
When
Prevent
pedophile.
the little
Reggie,
white
before they
girl
could
went
Reggie.
missing,
Yeah,
didn't
man.
Do you
everyone
know
go
how
that?
report it?
Can I say
But you
they
know
something?
can't
what's
prevent
interesting? Sorry,
it.
one
Within the
second.
Remember
One
Islamic,
second.
Madeline,
when the
bro?
Islamic thing happened, there was also a white Caucasian man who was head of social services, and he got 18 months.
Yeah, we know about the
So
white
there's many
pedophilia.
white
It's
people
Yeah,
in
rampant
but
everywhere.
is Gambia
Everywhere.
predominantly is Gambia
Everywhere.
predominantly a
No, but I'm
Muslim
just
country
saying
or a
that the
Christian country?
epidemic is amongst a lot of people, and the people right at the top
Yeah, man.
to work in 18 months community service. Not even the prison
And
community
Prince
service
Andrews.
with his
Well,
picture all over the
Right
notice
in the
that
newspaper.
Reggie
comments, Prince
doesn't talk
Andrews,
about the
man.
white
Protected. A lot of them
pedophilia.
are in protected
You know what I'm
custody
saying?
and
Man will go straight to the Islamic
rehoused and
pedophilia or whatever. You
Hey,
know,
hold
relocated.
on. Can I just
Won't,
say, for the
won't
purpose
speak
of this
badly on white
program,
people.
yeah, if anyone sees Reggie parked outside the school, please call somebody, call
No, no,
authorities.
no, 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 no. Don't say that.
If you ever
Funny,
see
man.
Reggie listen
Don't
to
say
R.
that.
Kelly,
No, don't
please
say
call
that.
Don't
someone.
say
Listen,
that.
please, if you see him listening to R. Kelly in his
Hey,
Jeep, please
guys,
call the authorities.
do any of you know, yeah, if Gambia is predominantly a Muslim or Christian country?
It's a Gambia is a Muslim country,
It's a
like
Muslim
95%.
country. That's what I'm saying. What part of it is under British colonial?
What
Exactly, it's
part
a
of it?
British colony, so they went through. Go on.
It's no, so the Gambia is not an Islamic state, it's a majority Muslim country.
Right.
Their economic system is everyone's got their hands in that pot. Do you know what I'm saying? The British, the Americans, whoever wants
Chinese,
some,
whatever.
the
Yeah,
Chinese.
yeah.
Oh my god, the Chinese, bro.
Come on, of course. It's Africa.
Chinese on a different thing. But I was gonna say what's
Marvelous.
interesting is wherever we seem to find the British former or current British colonies or whatever or Commonwealth, you tend to find fucking white pedophiles. They go everywhere.
Exactly.
Wherever they owned, they use it as their little fucking playground to go and do their nastiness. Thailand.
There's
fucking,
paedophiles of all different creeds, colours, and
yeah.
Nah,
races,
but
Muslims,
man.
predominantly white people,
some
bro.
like that.
Like the Europeans,
And
even
don't
the
forget,
Catholic popes.
paedophilia can come in different forms. Like a lot of it was going through the orphanage systems and
Right,
taking
Oh,
orphans.
that's
And I
missionaries.
know
true as well,
Ethiopia
yeah.
banned it, and now they can't adopt children. They
Right.
Hundreds of
can't
cases
take
of the
children out
Catholic
of the
popes
country
molesting
because
children, man.
some little girl died in
Salam,
Seattle of
Sarah.
hypothermia. That's what they need to do. They need to ban them. Like as soon as you do, get out, ban, complete
What
ban.
ban white people?
Can I ask you a lot of questions?
No,
Like,
ban
yeah, do you
100,
think
100,
with the internet?
involved in that fuckery.
Can I
100.
ask you a lot of
The
questions?
British,
Do
the
you
Ban
British
think,
white
right,
government
people,
with
got
the
that
no
solves
They
the
need to
internet,
problem.
right?
literally apply pressure.
in
Some of it.
Yeah.
addressing that issue. No way. The British government have got no interest
With
in
the
addressing
internet,
that
guys,
at
do
all.
you think, right, with the internet, right, do you think it's put kids generally in a safer position? Like before the internet, right, kids were physically being targeted. Now it's kind of
No, it's not
more
safer. It's just
online
open up more
people
Wait,
doors,
stuff.
let
more
him, I want to hear his.
accessibility.
Wait, sorry, I want to hear his argument because it
Oh,
sounded
Yeah,
mad.
let's hear it.
Finish it.
No,
Finish
what
what
I
you're
mean
saying.
is like obviously like what I'm trying to say is like before the internet and that, right? Like would you say that since the internet's been around, like less people are being abused because of the dark web? People, if they want to access that kind of stuff, they can.
No,
So they
I
don't feel the
disagree,
need
man.
to have
It's
to
more.
physically
It's
interact with the
prevalent. It's
kids.
There's
much.
more access to
It's
people
100
now.
times worse now. Pedophile rings have moved from offline online. Share all their information. Share their images. There was a rock star a few years ago who got
Yeah.
arrested for sharing. Made some woman in Thailand do dirty things to her picnic, and while he watched and
It's
pleasured
fucking
himself.
disgusting, man.
There's a lot of
There are
documentaries on that. Yeah, I've
the
seen
internet
that.
has caused it to go tenfold. Plus the fact that porn addiction also spawns this type of a thing and makes people denigrated and become very low frequency. That's the only way I can describe
Bruv,
it.
any
And that's not
paedophile,
about
they
This
should
is
just
European
the
cut their
internet
dicks
porn
off,
agents.
bruv.
industry.
It
It's not
works.
African thing. No, do you know what I mean?
It's worse,
They should
man.
just cut
It's
their
worse.
dicks off, right? So they can never fucking orgasm over kids again, bro. It's
Yeah, make
disgusting,
them
man.
eunuchs, man. Make them eunuchs, man. Find them all, make them eunuchs. I'm with the eunuch movement.
Agreed.
Where's eunuch when you need him? Where's eunuch when we need him?
But at the end of the day, yeah, they always have this fascination when it comes to black people. Like when they used to cut off penises, they used to cut off black men penises in the 1920s. In the Jim Crow era, man, with the Americans. There's a lot of
And this is the
incidences like
wickedest
that, man.
thing. They didn't deserve, we didn't deserve it, but these motherfuckers definitely deserve it, man.
They definitely deserve it. Look at Madeline, right? The little white girl that was gone missing for decades. Yeah, how much freaking
Allegedly, even though her parents are involved in all types of fuckery, but anyways.
Exactly. Do you know what I'm saying? Then we got
Left
Reggie
the
here
child,
saying,
but
no.
she was born into
It's
fuckery.
the Africans' fault. How is it the Africans' fault? They're not the one that done that psychological war set upon African people and like totally brainwashed them, totally made them docile, totally got them ignorant.
You know what it is? You know
totally
when you're
got
in a
them
state of poverty,
poor condition.
people move out of desperation. There's like certain moral, like they will lose a lot of like certain principles and morals when you're in a state of desperation. It's a very dangerous state to be in. Do you know what I mean? And these people take advantage and they manipulate it.
They take advantage of white supremacy.
You know what I mean?
Because
So
they feel like white people got the upper hand, they feel like they can get away with certain things.
It's not
But
even
they
a
think
feeling,
African
though.
people are docile
yeah.
and they can't see it.
It's not even
You know
a
what I mean?
feeling. It's the they are in a stronger position in terms of economics in general. Yeah, they are in a stronger position in terms of how the system treats them. Do you know what I'm saying? There's impunity all across the board for certain people. Obviously, we know that the underclasses are underclasses wherever they go sometimes. But if you take someone for example, you take someone that is, I don't know how I'm trying to describe. So a white person that is classed as like at the bottom of his particular demographic metrics and all that.
Chav.
Bottom, yeah, whatever you want to call them.
A chav, yeah, go on.
You take them and you bring them to the Gambia. They will not look at them like that. They will look at them like,
yeah, I get what you mean.
Money, they're gonna be able to give me something, whatever. Like they're nice, fam.
It's foreign, innit? They're not really looking. They're not classing them as different types of foreign. It's just foreign.
Trust
Yeah,
me.
but you see what you lot are saying, yeah, the way I explain it and describe it to myself is just like there's certain white people, they don't feel comfortable with too much black in the room. Facts.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah? But then I
100%.
look around here and I say to myself, sometimes it's like I'll be looking up in the left-hand corner, I'll be seeing MJ, and I'm thinking like MJ seems like she's more comfortable here than motherfucking Reggie. It's like, what's going on here?
Like
in the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe even MJ, maybe she even more black
MJ's
than
Irish.
It's like,
certain things can be too black, but it can never be too white. You understand?
Why are you
understand,
calling my
Shifa?
name,
I
Shifa?
don't even know. It doesn't even make sense.
Because sometimes it feels that way though, MJ. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I feel like you're more black than Reggie. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Shifa, let me
Sometimes
tell
I
you this real
honestly
quick,
feel
yeah,
that way.
Shifa. Hey, Shifa,
Huh?
there's evidence to prove, right,
I
that
won't
Prince
argue with that. I'm
Andrews.
just going to go back on mute.
No, but Shifa, listen. There's evidence to prove a member of the royal family, Prince Andrews, was connected to Jeffrey Epstein. And you know what Jeffrey Epstein was about, bro? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
So a member of the royal family was involved with pedophilia. The royal family tried to cover that shit up, bro. They didn't want them to.
Reggie's uncle, yeah. Reggie, your uncle, yeah. Reggie, your uncle, yeah.
Wasn't he at the funeral? Was supposed to be mourning about? Wasn't he
Yeah,
there,
Reggie's
like,
gonna be at them. Reggie's gonna be at his
mourning
funeral.
him?
Trust me. Yeah, all Prince Charles and them dirty boy there. You got, you got to find Reggie there. Blood clot, boy. Yeah.
Second, I see something.
Do you know in
Why is it every time Reggie comes on?
Yo, can I just say,
Second, I
you
see
know
anything
in
with a postcode, it is fuck
do you know
you.
in there's this place in Europe, what's it called?
You'll never find
Amsterdam,
me.
right? In Amsterdam, and they've got the red light district, and they've also got the blue light district. What's the blue light for?
Blue.
Reggie.
You can answer.
Well, I feel like I'm missing a joke.
Blue light districts of puffs, innit?
Like, do you want a clap? Should we applause? Was that like? Would that make your day? Everyone clap.
Of course it would. He's showing off his mum's TV, his mum's yard, and he's acting like it's his success. It's crazy.
Hey, don't stop on my behalf, man. Don't stop on my behalf. Carry on your conversation. You know what I mean? I'm not telling
in there though. Damn, all right.
I am quiet.
All right.
I'm quiet. I'm just enjoying myself.
Imagine.
I'm enjoying Black
I'm just saying we know what the blue light represents, so big up
I'm
yourself.
just enjoying Black
drugs, children. Don't do drugs.
I am just enjoying Black betterment, Black empowerment, as you look.
It's not your betterment though. It's
even make it
blue empowerment.
What was I gonna
Black
ask?
power and all
Hey,
that
but
good
hey,
stuff.
hold on, hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
yeah.
Shifa
Let's
told me
stick to
something
the
about
topic.
Reggie though.
Settlement.
Shifa told me
Black
something about
power.
Reggie the other day, Reggie. He told me
Black
that you do
empowerment.
celebrate Christmas. Is that true?
He does. He
No, I
celebrates
celebrate.
Christmas, Easter,
I
Bloody
celebrate
hell.
Valentine's Day, Pancake Day. You know the usual suspects.
Mm-mm.
I thank the
Is
Lord
that
for my
true,
Man
many.
said pancake day.
Come on, man.
You know the ones.
Setting up the Christmas tree and that.
There's a lot to give
Yeah.
thanks for. No,
Instead of,
early.
do you know what you should do? Instead of showing off things that you had no input in doing, you should go get a haircut. Because your fucking face is like rusty, man. It's no good.
Yeah, man. Man
Them
should
man
get
there
a
still
haircut.
believe in the Easter bunny, cuz. Trust me.
No, I want to ask Reggie about this. What do you think about white
Hey, yo,
privilege? Like, seriously, man. What do you think about white privilege, Reggie?
White privilege.
Because
I
don't you
think
think
that
the white people that go Gambia got white privilege?
Jesus Christ, what privilege have they got, man? Like because they can.
Whoa, hold up. Listen,
What?
I'm going on mute. I'm done talking. I'm out.
Yo,
can
I did
afford-
try. I thought Reggie would save himself, but it's calm, though.
They can afford £2 for a child, which is dirty and disgusting. I know some of the people here will be proud of that conduct, but I mean, at the end of the day, like you got to be bloody off your bloody nuts to be attracted to a bloody minor. I mean, come on.
Hey, but
disgusting.
bro, do you remember back in the day in the 80s, right? The Broadwater riots.
What riots?
Broadwater riots, bro, within Tottenham.
Broadwater
The
Farm,
first-
man.
Yeah, Broadwater Farm, fam. The first riots within London. Do you remember?
They weren't the first, but they were one of the.
No, but it was one concerning
one of the
black
most
people in the
prominent.
80s. In the 80s, that was our
I
thing.
think Brixton was the first, or the first Notting
Yeah,
Hill.
there was
One
definitely
of them.
riots before then.
But
Oh,
yeah,
those riots
it's,
before
But
that. I'm
it's
saying
one
to
of
you,
the
a
main
black woman
ones.
died.
it's
and
one of the
police came
biggest.
into the house.
Biggest.
That was the
Yeah.
next thing.
It's one of the biggest black riots.
Okay. Yeah,
An
man.
elderly
Yeah.
black woman
That's
died in the
it.
house, and the police basically kicked down the door, and she allegedly had a heart attack. Allegedly, like, do you know what I'm saying? Because we hear incidents of white police officers beating up black women like Sandra Bland. Like, do you know what I'm saying? So, like, at the end of the day, it's not weird. It's weird to me how the European police in England have stories of black people dying under their like, you know, them just doing their work and shit. When it comes to white people, you don't really hear stories like that, Reggie. So that's like another incidence of white privilege, because certain white people don't have to go through shit, discrimination, police brutality.
Conscious. Let me just say something. Just because you don't hear of the stories doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. There is many like white people that die in police custody. There's
100%.
other races that have been fatally shot by them. Like, it does happen. We just don't necessarily hear about it because obviously I don't know, like, do you know what I mean? Like, we don't hear about it. I don't know why.
But I'm talking about the incident that happened in Broadwater Farm with the
why.
black woman dying and the police bust down the door. Like, that's situations that happen.
What I'm
regularly
saying
for black
is,
people
what I'm
within
saying is,
London.
in the UK, there is hundreds of people that die at the hands of the police every year. Right, so that's
100%,
that's one incident that happened in the 1980s, and that's terrible. But I'm saying there is hundreds of people that die in police custody every single year. You don't hear about all of them.
Oh yeah,
you
of
don't
course.
even
Like,
hear about all of
there's
the
white
black
crimes,
people.
there's white
You don't
gangs,
even
there's
hear about
white
all of the black people that die in police
criminals.
custody.
Very true, MJ. And
No, but the whole
then,
point is, yeah, when it comes to other races, right, they're very,
most
very,
distinguished
very,
thing about
very,
Broadwater
very
Farm
racist
wasn't
towards
the
black people.
black people dying. It was the police officer who got his head chopped off. The white man who got his head chopped off. That was the big thing about Broadwater.
When Stephen Lawrence got killed, the police was telling the family not to speak out against it.
Yeah, but let's not do this tit for tat, white for this, black for that. This is just like, that's just long.
It's not tit for tat. I want to show Reggie white privilege and white people in their system.
Reggie, you can't save Reggie. You can't.
No, but
Lady
Reggie needs
D,
to know this, man.
Lady D's trying it, but this is
Save me from what?
Yeah, from yourself.
Oh my God, you are delusional, my brother. At the end of the day, we understand what you guys are referring to as white privilege, and yes, generally white people are probably in a better position to become better in life if you're speaking generally. But there are black people that are very privileged, and there is black betterment, there's black empowerment, there's black excellence. You get what I'm saying? Let's not
When you
pretend
sell out, you might name it that.
Huh?
So when you sell out, you might name it black excellence, but it's actually being a traitor amongst your own people.
Not necessarily. Some people just
Nah,
are
I don't
born.
agree with that one.
Some are born into it.
No,
Some
when you
just
basically sell out and you're pretty much sexually exploiting yourself or doing something that's supporting their society and nothing to do with Africanism or you bettering your people, you're not really adding on to the solution. You're more adding on to the
Who says
beast.
that that's what black excellence is? Sexually selling yourself out. This is your criteria for it, bro.
Boy, in a
You
white
can't
society, man,
put that
you
on.
degrading
And
yourself
I'm
as a
not
black
taking.
person,
I'm not taking
not
Reggie's
upholding your identity
but
is a
I
real
don't
mental illness, bro. Like, you know what I'm
agree
saying?
that black people who are successful, there are many black people who are very wealthy, very successful, who do a lot for their communities and a lot for their people. So you can't just say that because someone's got black excellence, it means that they're a sellout. That's very narrow-minded.
No, but when they talk about black excellence, they show you certain celebrities and people that's in certain positions, and they're always in a white society being upheld. It's never like a pro-African person like Dr. Umar Johnson or something. Like, do you know what I mean?
Dr. Umar
Or
Johnson,
Dr. Sabi.
who secretly has sex with white women. Bruv, come on. Like, don't play the game. Like, there's a video of him talking to a snow bunny, getting his number. The thing is, black excellence is whatever you make it out. So I have a good friend at work. I have a good friend at work, Nigerian brother called Shay. Yeah, he amazing brother. The other day he got a promotion and moved to a different team, and the first thing I said to him was, "Amazing, black excellence," and that's what it's about. It's about seeing your own, like, climb the ladder and what they want for themselves, reaching their goals and being successful for that, and in turn that will benefit their household, their children, and again their community. So it's not just about the celebrities. Black excellence isn't like black people. It's not a monolith.
Can I ask a question?
Many forms of it.
Can I ask a question?
Hey.
What's white excellence? Or
Life is so much better at the top.
I'm trying to understand the criteria for what excellence is at the moment.
Excelling is excellence, my brother.
Brilliant question, Anna. I've been listening.
Yeah, in my opinion,
Big up, Sarah.
It's
I heard
leveling
that
up
earlier.
your position. So, if it's for a white person, yeah, I guess you could say it's white excellence. But then people stipulate this whole thing of white people already have everything easy, so therefore it's not really white excellence. Yeah, you have the separation between the two. I just say black excellence because this guy literally was rejected from the job because of his name, like categorically. This is a fact. He was even told it by the hiring manager, who ended up meeting him off chance and said, "Rah, I didn't know who you were. I apologize." He had to work fucking hard to get to where he is, all because of his name. And he could have used his middle name, which was Mark, but he didn't use his full name. He chose to use his given name.
Right. So
we're seeing a white man
for
did
him.
that, yeah?
So one sec.
Excellence, because he's worked upwards, like he's overcome it. He's not giving up. He's done what he's meant to do, and he's leveling up. And he said the same thing for me when I got my promotion. And we say it's something we use to encourage ourselves, you know.
Obviously, it's a term that came into popularity in the last couple.
100%.
Right? So that's why you're using it. But do you know when you heard the term, were you able to pin it to something? Is that what you pinned it to? What you just explained, like
just leveling up. For me, yeah, it's leveling up.
Leveling up. Can you say what is that? What's leveling up?
Increase in finance, increase in possession.
Under what system are you leveling up, bro?
Wait. I'm asking him these questions, isn't it? Go on.
Increase in position, increase in possessions, increase in finance, the ability to have that bit more of breathing room in your life, just personalized success. That for me is, if a brother or a sister is doing that, it's black excellence. If a brother or sister starts a business, uses their drive to make something out of themselves. I almost saw that, Reggie. I saw that as a package. I almost saw that.
That was
you're
very
lucky. Yeah.
So
what was I going to say? Yeah,
I've never heard anyone use the term to describe like a mother like looking after her children or raising. Do you know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's a bad example, but I only hear it being used in with regards to progress up the capitalist ladder, innit? That's the only context I see that or hear that being used. That's it. So it excludes all other aspects of human activity almost completely.
I think that goes for anything. Like and although you said it was a poor example, like looking after your children, that's your job. That if you have a child, that's what you're meant to do. You don't get a pat on the back for it. I don't get a pat on the back for supporting any of my children. I don't get in any shape or form, and I don't want that. That's my responsibility. They until the day I die, they are.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're saying basically that excellence is excelling, right? And the reason that there's so-called black excellence is because black people in general haven't been excelling. That's why there's no quote-unquote white excellence being kind of promoted, as you said, because maybe inaccurately, but that white people have reached a certain level collectively in terms of their wealth, or at least the state that represents them has done, or the minorities. The elite minority of those nations. So I'm trying to understand why it's only confined, because you can be excellent. Listen, you can be a dad, but you can also be an excellent dad. Right?
Oh yeah, agreed. You can be a shit dad, 100%.
So that's what I'm saying. This thing,
but isn't it subjective then? It's like success.
Oh, that's what I said at the beginning of all.
The excellence,
100%.
As a trinkets and collecting trinkets, and then you kind of move away from your natural roles, and you're not realizing you're being robbed of the very essence of what you are, in a sense.
Facts.
Do you know what I mean? Like mothers are not mothers anymore. Like you're chasing this black excellence, but you've realized you've basically just traded it in for your kids to be indoctrinated in indoctrination camps.
I think it depends on how you
mean?
do it, though.
Huh?
I think it depends on how you do it, don't it?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, they don't teach you that, though. They're not teaching mothers to be remote workers or work and educate their kids at the same time. They're not teaching them that. They're teaching them to work in offices for 12 hours to make another man rich so he can feed his family.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but
no, it does.
How's that black excellence?
Even me, I had to kind of go through that journey and realize, why am I out making next man rich? Like, allow it. Let me just do my own thing. While I'm taking care of my kids and while I'm educating.
Like you're feeding the system that enslaved your ancestors and stole your wealth. How can that
not
be
even
black
just
excellence?
that? Just like, why am I making a next man rich for what?
It's not even just about money, though. That's the point.
That's not why I'm here right now.
The point that you made about all right, man. The point that you made about Sarah. The point that you made about confining the parameters of excellence to the money making, job, whatever.
Materialism,
it's true, man.
Remember, the white man made the money,
No, I'm saying in today's society, that's what they push. So
exactly.
I know.
Manhood for money. Women are swapping their divine roles for money.
Exactly.
They're robbing you of the very things that make you you. Like, because they don't care about us. That's the reality. We're done. They're working on the next generation.
Exactly.
They don't care about us.
And as long as they
they got a fresh batch of guinea pigs.
As long as they uphold one or two,
big up everyone, man.
The rest, big up.
Yeah.
So keep the rest, go on.
Sorry, Reggie, what are you doing, man?
Just give up.
Reggie wants people to kick his door in.
What are you doing, man?
Just hold your L sniper and give up.
I don't know what's going on, man.
I am expressing black.
Being silly.
Hold your L sniper. Don't come in here.
He's got a free yard and he's going around showing off what he's doing. That's
just leave it. You know what it is? I think let's just ignore it because this is kind of
weird.
You know what you got to try and do, Reggie?
You know what I mean?
What? You got to try and have a place where you own everything in the room.
It's okay, man.
100%.
He's housekeeping.
Everything in the room.
Because no real person has their whole house on camera for free as well. At least get paid to put your house.
Man,
like the
free
car.
yard. You got a free
Like
yard.
the car.
Putting your whole household, all your rooms for free.
The car you never drove.
No,
the car you never drove. And now we're in. Oh, sorry.
Stop putting other people's houses on the internet. Anyways, carry on, Emma. You are making a point, bro.
Put your own house on the internet, man. Your own flat, your own apartment, something. This is struggle, as far as I'm concerned.
Why is it all blue?
Feeding off parents and that.
Blue light district, man.
Excellence. What it feel like?
Drinking by himself.
This guy's an arsehole.
Reggie, are you an employee or an employer? If you can get fired, there's no excellence there, bro. Take several seats.
I'm a promoter.
You might lose your job in the morning.
Excellent.
As I said,
talking to
you never
employers.
promoted
You
yesterday.
should
when
be
it
a
was time to-
promoter of
Once you're an
getting
employer,
forehead
when
When
you're
it was time to
employing
donate.
people and helping them feed their families, then chat to us.
I'm an employee of the
Yeah,
Most High.
employee. You sign a contract. You
Of
got
the
to come
Most
in
High.
at 9 and tap out
You're
after 12
converted.
hours.
Most High.
Struggle beard, struggle forehead, struggle hairline, struggle
Don't
everything.
Blood
not
clot. Man
threaten me
said
as
his
an
hairline
employee.
running away from him.
Stupid.
You're
How you
peak,
flexing
fam.
on
Yeah, man.
employers as an employee?
Man like
The braids are
Hey,
pulling
Reggie's
his
cool, you
forehead
know.
upwards and over to the back.
But
Jesus
Reggie's cool, you know.
Christ.
It's just certain things that he says is a bit kind of mad. You know what I mean?
Nah, I've realized Reggie is a top class dickhead.
You prick. Raheem.
Yeah.
You're
You're there
bullhead, you're
drinking
bullhead.
by yourself, brother.
You're
Walking
bullhead.
up and down, pacing by yourself in your own house, in either your house or someone else's yard. This
Sit
is
your black
disgusting.
excellence, my jigger.
Yeah.
Fix your black excellent. I'm done. I'm done.
Can I just point out to everyone in the panel? This is what I meant when I brought up the first point earlier, and I said that Reggie entered the panel and starts venting to non-blacks, then goes on to show them respect.
Right.
This is what I'm talking about. Because soon as he's around his own fellow Africans, this is the behavior we get from Reggie, especially when the Caribbean's coming around.
What
He
behavior?
wishes he was a part of us, man.
I'm promoting black excellence. Y'all should be proud of.
How much in there is yours? How much you paid for it? How much?
That was a good one. That was a good one. Man said promoting black excellence. I've done shit in my life. But yo,
he ain't done shit for shit.
Y'all should be happy in the presence of black excellence. Why are you not so intimidated by black excellence?
You know how much of a
Reggie,
warrior
you're
you
just
are?
attention seeking. Go and get a woman.
That's what I said. Free fucking house. He's got
After
a
that.
free yard
And no girl.
no woman inside. This is crazy.
Right.
That's
Yeah, where's
why
it?
you're
Where the
thinking.
woman, man?
Exactly. She left you, didn't she, Reggie?
Yeah, I think
That's why you're there
Man's
drinking
digging
by
deep
yourself.
into his life.
Yeah?
So your girl left you too, Reggie, yeah?
Fucking hell. She was
Yeah,
like, I want the nigga, let's go. Fuck me. You
Left you, took the laptop, the Range Rover.
Yeah, she wanted it all.
She linked up with the postman. That's fucked up, bro.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
No, but Reggie's right. Reggie's smart, you know. Reggie's not like a dickhead. I'm telling you, he's right on certain points. But when he mentions like black people and what we should do, he just goes left.
Sorry,
Start
he is a
blaming us.
dickhead.
Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly, MJ. I was tracing my
He is
eyebrows.
a fucking
dickhead. I was like, he kind of is.
MJ, boy, you're trembling in the presence of black excellence.
Do you know what I mean?
know.
Reggie, shut up.
MJ's more
You
black
hate
than you, man. Shut up.
Do you know how Reggie tried to
Did this
strike
guy
a
really just say
conversation
that?
with me in the chat? Let me tell you about Reggie. Reggie's like, so MJ, why do you associate with people that think it's okay for a 6-year-old to get married? Huh?
Show your excellence. Show your black excellence,
MJ,
people.
why do
Let's see
you
your
think it's
black
okay
excellence
for a
right here.
6-year-old to get married?
My
Huh?
black excellence called you.
But
a
Reggie
bully
says that
yesterday.
he
That's
loves
what my
he said
black
the other day he
excellence
loves
is.
M-Stacks and he supports that too. So what are you saying, Reggie?
Give
Yeah, Reggie, man.
Give Reggie.
Hey, but Reggie was talking about Jamaica being the new head of state of Jamaica. Reggie, what was you saying about that the other day?
Give Reggie an excellent punch in his mouth.
You're speaking
You
some
know what I
good
mean,
points the other
mate?
day, bruv. I got to give you
Say
points
that
for that.
again
Man.
about the head of state for Jamaica, the King Charles, or what you said.
Yeah, you was talking about that. You was mentioning good points the other day, man. I remember. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
He's head of state for Jamaica, King Charles.
Yeah. And you were saying that Jamaicans, like, what was you saying about Jamaicans and that?
No, just that they've got a new king that's head of state in Charles. So, you know, obviously, like they've adored the Queen and been happy with her as head of state for the longest time, and now they can.
Reggie's an excellent butterfly, man.
Hey, but Reggie, you know the Jamaicans don't really mess with King Charles and the Queen like that, though, innit?
Well,
More like a moth, to be honest.
I said, well. Don't
Well,
go Jamaica,
yeah.
Reggie, man.
That answers it all, don't it, Shifa?
Just don't go Jamaica,
Don't
man.
it, Matthew? That
Trust
tells
me.
it
Don't
all.
go Jamaica.
Well,
Don't go
Trust
Jamaica,
me.
Reggie.
well.
You're a different
Well,
I
type
don't
of
really
guy.
want to be them, so you know, I guess I'll find
Currently,
out.
Sorry,
he is
Reggie.
head of state, but
Sorry,
I don't
Reggie.
think he'll be long.
Reggie, do you think Jamaica should be proud to have a monarch, the British monarchy in charge of, well, at the head of their state?
Proud? No, I don't think there's anything to be proud about it. But what I would say is that they've got a lot more problems to worry about. Than
Yeah, but you support the Queen, though. So, like, what I don't know what
I
type
support
of
the Queen.
point you're trying to make.
I don't
You've
support
always
the Queen.
supported the monarchy and the government and the police. You've always done that.
You sound like Kipper. You two just insinuate stuff. I never told you I support the monarchy.
Of course, through your actions, through things you've
I
said.
do not support the
Even
Queen.
what
She
you
does
just
not.
said, even what you just said now, it's like
Hold on.
she was all of our enemy. No, she's some of our enemy, and your mother-in-law.
Hold on. You have inferred by saying this is the Queen's country and you should respect it, that you respect the Queen.
Right.
Because you even have said you don't go around breaking laws, you don't do X, Y, and Z, you recognize inadequacies in the black community, So you do promote the Queen, you hail up the Queen.
Again, I did not say that you should respect respect the country. I mean, that goes without saying.
People should be grateful for their passports because the Queen gives it to them.
Exactly. Thank you,
And
MJ.
saying that we're
British,
we're British now as well. Yeah? I did say that, Reggie.
So take your L, Reggie, man.
I've never heard you pick up your mum.
Trying to wobble.
The Queen.
You should be grateful for your passports. You're in a privileged position. There are thousands of people. There are thousands of people waiting to take your place.
Fuck a passport, man.
There's also a lot of.
I bet you got a COVID one. I bet you got a COVID one.
And millions
a lot
worldwide
of
waiting to
victims
take your
running
place.
around as well. There's
At the end of the day,
also a lot of victims of the paedophile the Queen defends and pays off. Their victims.
Well, there's a lot of victims to paedophilia that you guys are not condemning or able to
I don't know who
condemn.
you guys are, bro.
Like
I don't
who?
venerate paedophile
Like who?
supporters.
You do
Like
venerate
you.
paedophile. Be honest, Sarah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
which paedophile have we supported, Reggie?
no.
Tell us.
Probably Reggie.
He said no. Yeah.
Again, there's a paedophile that is very popular that slept with a 9-year-old that people are unable to condemn.
The age is also 19. We can get into that, but you're not intelligent enough.
Now hold on. What we're not going to do, Sarah, we're not going to let him. We're not going to allow Reggie to throw things out there. Call names. Say who you're talking about and who you're referring to. Otherwise, shut the fuck up, Reggie. How about we start there? Either you talk straight or shut up.
Yeah, Reggie, really. Who are you talking about, Reggie?
Now, there are Muslims that revere Muhammad, who was a paedophile.
No, we're not doing that. We're not going to say Muslims. Call it the names. Say what you're saying, or talk
doesn't
straight.
even make sense, man.
No, Reggie did make a good point, though. He just said
no, he didn't.
No, he's inferring people on this panel, so he needs to say the names of the individuals. We understand who he was speaking about. He needs to say who has turned around and said, yes, this is acceptable on this panel.
Man. Hold on. There's bare pedos in the Bible, and like, there's no issue with that. Men are sleeping with their own daughter and all of them type of stuff, bro.
Incest and everything.
Yeah, incest and everything in the Bible, slavery, everything you could imagine. Like we don't put holy books against each other because the Bible is going to take the L, the most L. Yeah,
specifically
as being the most violent and disgusting and.
But let him name names. Let's not slip past that. Name names, Reggie.
Sarah reveres a man that has been said.
Where has Sarah said paedophilia?
Wait. No, Sarah's going to deal with him after. Let him go and run his mouth. Go on, sis, you got on.
So Sarah reveres a man that has been said by his followers to have been at 50 odd years old, sleeping with a 9-year-old child. Now, for me, that is paedophilia. For me, that is a very heinous act. For me, that is disgusting. Now I know
there's also hadith, the same hadiths that indicate that she was 19 based on historical accounts.
Nah, she was a youth, man.
Plenty of other hadiths.
Nah, man, she's 19.
The numbers are.
It makes sense because
19,
there we go.
Right?
She has hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Some people saying she was playing with toys.
Hold on, can we let Sarah finish, please?
Based on my research, she was 19 years of age. Based on historical accounts of her and her sister Asma.
So therefore, Reggie, Sarah doesn't.
I don't believe she was a 9-year-old.
I heard she was 6.
Hold on, brothers. So according to Sarah's response to you, Reggie, she doesn't fit under the category you said. You said these people.
So who are you
sit
talking
down
about?
back
Name some names.
And they actually support pedophiles. A particular one of a 9-year-old. Sarah's not said that.
I haven't said
that.
Who
are you talking to? Who exactly are you referring to?
That we can analyze it.
So in response, if I can respond to Sarah is just like those many Michael Jackson fans who
deny that he ever slept with a child. She's just like the R. Kelly fans who deny, even to the day, that they swear blind that R. Kelly was innocent. There are also Jimmy Savile fans that, again, will swear blind that he didn't touch any children.
Were you
There
there?
are always
Sorry, let him finish. Let him finish.
There are always people to deny the truth. But the consensus is very clear among Sunni Muslims that the man was 50 odd and slept with a 9-year-old. Now, these 1 or 2 people that you see on the panel can be deniers as much as they want. But the hadiths are clear, and we will go along with what the Muslims say.
And there's also hadiths that indicate she's 19. The same hadiths in Bukhari and Muslim that indicate she was 19 years of age.
Sorry, let's not skip.
I met a lot of
Let's not skip. He said 2 people. Who's the other person, Reggie?
We know. Go on. Yeah, who's the other person?
Who's the other person?
No.
You said 2.
Again.
You said these 2 people. So who's the other person?
Well, again, there's
no,
what do you call it?
Brethren,
so I said he was 19.
Before I even respond, you said no before I respond. Sniper again is another one that denies that reveres Muhammad. That reveres Muhammad, despite the fact that Muhammad slept with a 9-year-old, who they are proud to say, or some would even say that she was a grown-up. How can a 9-year-old be a grown-up? And then you guys will be.
Who said that?
Sorry.
Who said that, Reggie?
I would. Sorry,
Where
I would
did we
refer.
say this? That a 9-year-old is an adult. Where did we say that?
Sorry, I would refer to Reggie that the people you're talking about have children. So be very careful when you're flinging these words about it. It doesn't even make no sense, bro. Yeah, I've got 2 daughters that are brought up and blah blah blah. You have no children. If anyone's going to be a paedophile or represent paedophilia out here, it's probably you, my brother.
And your grandmother, who bailed her son out of his fucking dirty little scandalous charges. Yeah? So let's not go there, Reggie. You want to call
She didn't bail it.
You want to call it? Hold on. He wants to call out people for revering pedophiles, but he reveres pedophiles and he supports pedophilic behavior, don't you, Reggie?
Nah, let's be real though. Aisha was actually 6 years old.
What happened to Reggie?
19, man. Nigeria.
No, there is hadiths that indicate, if you look at the time, the age difference, there are hadiths that show that her sister was 10 years older than her, and if you look at the time she got married, her sister. Hold on.
When you're talking to inexperienced Muslims,
how do you know hadith? What are the conditions for a Sahih hadith, Reggie?
You want to roll with the big boys?
Hold on. He wants to do big boy stuff. We do research.
I've actually met a whole heap of Muslims that told me she was 9.
Yeah, but today,
Reggie, what are the conditions for a Sahih hadith?
For them words there.
Go on.
If you want to back it,
how do you know?
And stay on panel, I'll fuck you up personally.
You can't talk to us, bro. We actually do scriptural research. Yeah? You don't even know what Bible you read. You're not in these type of spaces, bro. We read books. We analyze. We cross-reference. We study sciences.
Like, I'm pretty sure it was less than 3 months ago that you had this whole debate with Reggie. So, like,
he keeps.
I don't know why he keeps saying that. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's just repeating the same thing.
You know what I mean? And I'm telling him, I've studied this and I've analyzed it. And I will ask you the same question. What are the conditions of a Sahih hadith, Reggie? We're not moving on from that point. How do you know a hadith is Sahih?
It has to have a trustworthy chain of narrations.
Okay, go on.
It has to have a trustworthy chain of narrations.
What else?
Well, what else are you referring to? That's the basis of it.
Well, no, there's actual conditions. It's clear cut. If you've studied the science, if you know anything about hadith, you know the conditions for a Sahih hadith.
Sorry?
Go on. Yeah, connected chain. What else? Googling it.
They have to have a trustworthy chain of narrations. That's as simple as that.
What else?
For it to be a trustworthy source, it has to be. Well, you tell me what else.
No, there's conditions.
That's enough for me.
Come on.
That's enough for you.
Come on.
That's
You're done, Speed, bro. Study the science before you speak on the science.
I don't know what Reggie's doing.
Reggie is. You don't even respect your own salvation. You don't know what Bible you read. How the hell are you gonna tell me about my religion, bro? You don't even respect your own salvation to pick a Bible, and you want to tell me about my religion and who I revere.
There's a continuation.
Behave yourself.
Behave yourself.
You've got to figure out yourself. You got to figure out which book leads you to your salvation.
Ah, my God. Are you following the war? Are you following the wash
You
of
haven't
the
figured
three?
out your pathway to salvation, but you want to
Ask
speak
him about Jesus. Ask him about
You
his
don't know
triune
what
God.
Bible you read. You don't know who you worship. You don't know whether Jesus
Ask
is
him
a God
about
or
Zeus.
not. Like you're
You're a
discombobulated, bro.
non-topologist. You're a non-topologist.
I'm just saying, I don't believe she's
What
99.
about
I
what about
just
the
said,
Imam
I
though?
don't think 99-year-olds should have
Buhari.
Man's words are clear, bro.
Buhari said
Reggie,
that
I'm
the
just
little
gonna
Throwing
suggest,
words
bro, that you
around.
hold
Stop
the
throwing
mirror up
things
to
around,
yourself,
Reggie.
bro. When you're
My
throwing out
words are
these
clear. I
That's
don't
what I'm
believe
titles,
saying. With
99.
no
look in the
I
kids,
don't
mirror.
believe a
no
9-year-old.
family,
I don't believe a 9-year-old
and still living at home.
is an
Most of
adult.
Buhari said that Aisha was playing with toys and she was a girl and she was a little child.
There's big men that play
And
with
he was an
PlayStation.
imam.
What's your
Just
point? There's
saying.
women, big women that
Check
collect
this.
dolls.
Check
What's
this
your
out,
point?
Lady D. Check this out.
That's
Most
children.
pedophilia takes most
bro.
pedophilia takes place domestically. So
Right.
children,
Go ahead.
Yeah, and what's your point?
family members, children being touched by family members, parents.
Yeah,
you
like
know what I'm saying?
Reggie.
All
Oh,
these guys
Reggie,
that
are you a
pretend,
victim?
Like
Do
Reggie,
you
you
believe
haven't
that?
done that.
Were you touched?
all these
Tell us,
nonsense.
tell us
I
what
want to
happened.
understand his point. Hold on, let me understand. Go on.
So all these people that pretend that we're parents, so we can't do this stuff. A lot of them are
Now you're
nonsense as well.
claiming that our children are being touched. Are you
But
insinuating?
is there
I am
grooming
not-
That's what I'm
gangs?
trying to say.
Tell us where
Is there
that
grooming
is.
gangs in Islam?
You're moving
Hold on,
into
one
am not
second,
saying-
You know what I mean?
into the
One second,
streets.
bro.
I am saying that just because you have children, it doesn't mean that you are against
What?
pedophilia.
Are you saying
That's
that?
not defense.
Are you saying
That's
that? Are
not
you saying that?
defense of
Are
someone
you
being.
saying that as a statement? Though?
On the internet.
Are you saying that?
It's a fact. It doesn't suddenly.
No, I
because you have
say,
children.
are you saying that about the people on the panel as a statement of fact? Because if
I'm
you
not
are,
saying-
you, bro,
Conversation's dead,
you
bro.
don't
You know
even-
them
you don't
ones.
even-
Conversation's dead.
You don't even have to worry about
Hey, Muhammad
Uncle
was a killer, man.
Tony
Let's be real.
or
Prophet
Beefy.
Muhammad wasn't even a
Conscious,
prophet.
man.
Let's
Relax
just be real.
yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Like, just,
Yeah.
you're
Nah, I
very
have
excited.
to defend Reggie on that one, man.
Hey, Conscious, you better fall back enough. You don't want none of this smoke.
Yeah,
I'm
just
telling
sit
you,
down,
don't
bro.
defend this. The
Man
man's
just
literally
insinuating
on the
What are you
panel.
doing?
Hold on, Conscious. One
and you
second,
keep
sis. I've
keying
got
like
this.
it's a joke.
Wait, sis. Conscious, are you really sitting on this panel listening to Reggie throw out these random allegations of people being non-apologists, people being non-supporters or
Children not
whatever,
safe and that? Nah, allow it.
referring to us, including yourself on the panel, as we could possibly be those, and you're telling me you're bigging up Reggie? What are you doing?
I don't agree with that. But
Well,
with Islam, I
exactly.
agree
Then
with
cool,
him.
then cool, man. Just relax, man. That's what I'm saying. Because
Yeah,
you
like,
could get punched in the
trying
face just as well as Reggie. You get what I'm saying?
Conscious has a mind
You
of his own.
don't want to get in that situation where
Yeah,
you're
you're defending
in the
a
firing
man
line.
who's just throwing out
Trying to guard
really dangerous allegations
Fuck
in
Reggie
real
at the
life.
Tap record label and as a motherfucking crew. And if you want to
Go
be
on,
down with
let's hear
Reggie,
it then.
then
Go
fuck
on,
you
go
too.
on.
Dino
Fuck you
XL,
too.
fuck you
That
too.
effeminate
Oh, your
voice, bro.
motherfucker.
With that effeminate voice and that feminine energy.
Hope
You
all
do
your
not
kids
want to
die
say these
slow.
words to none of these
No, but we can talk
uncles,
and reason.
fathers.
We
They're
shouldn't
not
get
doing it.
emotional. We got to use our logics.
Behave
We
yourself.
got to be rational.
That's so emotional. Why are you not so emotional? You don't
Bro,
want to
because
cut
you're
that.
talking about people's children, bro. Are you stupid or
I haven't
something?
spoken about your children, you don't know. I
You're
haven't spoken about any of your
insinuating because
children.
you're a pussyo and you can't say shit with chest. But I'm
Why are
telling
you
you, bro, with
joking?
that
I've spoken
effeminate
about
voice,
people's children here all
that
the time. Are
pussyo
you nuts?
energy, bro.
Why
And that
are you
pussyo
trying to
energy,
get me
and
to
that
speak
pussy,
about
and
people?
that pussyo energy.
You
Watch
just said it
yourself,
though,
bro. Because you won't have the
Like, I'm just trying to
patience
get
for
you
these
to
kids'
confirm
fathers
what you're
and these
saying.
kids'
Make your
uncles.
mind up. Am
Let's
I
be
talking about
rational,
You
people's
won't
though.
have
children?
that type of
Or am I
energy,
not?
bro.
Yeah,
So
it's
don't
Let's
ever
get
let
the
the
point
internet
across.
confuse
It don't
you.
matter
London is
because
a small place.
right, I could jump
It's
in
a
the car
very
to
small
Twickenham
place,
right now.
Reggie.
You saw me
Am I
driving,
talking?
like,
And
bro.
don't
You
act
guys are
confused, because if your
Yeah,
kids were disrespected like
I'll be
that,
looking
I
for
would hope
Reggie
to
Rose.
God you would do
Hey,
something
man.
about it.
Yeah, man.
No,
Just watch
sorry.
yourself, man. Play with other things.
All
I
you
keep
gotta
telling you,
do.
Like
play
jokes
with
and jokes
things.
aside,
Play with
Reggie.
things
You
that
know what I
are
mean?
safe.
Like,
There's
yeah,
so many
play,
safe
yeah,
things to play with.
Yeah.
Call us
don't do
fat,
that.
call us
Don't do
ugly.
that.
Allow
Don't
the
do that,
kids.
man.
Leave the kids
Roadkill,
alone, Reggie.
Roadkill,
Don't do
can't
Leave
come
the
with a
kids
friend
alone.
now.
I
Man,
keep
I'm
telling
you
just
you,
know
saying,
even.
leave people's
don't
kids
do that.
alone.
When you're under pressure and you're under fire, you don't need to do that, Reggie, man. You get me?
You need to leave people's kids alone, bro. You can say so many things,
Is it
but
easy?
insinuate really dangerous shit, bro.
Can I respond? Now, how can you possibly think that you can like threaten me to?
That's not a threat. It's not a threat.
That's a promise.
Sarah, let
Reggie, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, Reggie. Reggie, let me ask you one question.
Or insinuate that man's a
Let's talk it
paedophile.
out. Come and talk.
Let me ask one question, Reggie.
We'll find you and broke you up, man.
Reggie, let me ask you one question. If someone disrespects your child, what are you doing, Reggie? If someone disrespects your child, Reggie, what are you doing?
No, but Sarah, talk back to back. Let him talk. Let him talk. Go on.
Now, I have spoken about people's. I've gone back and forth with people at different times in the chat, and I've disrespected their family, sometimes even their children. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not afraid of any of you people on here. My only fear is you should know that. You should know that from my past records. So you guys coming up here, you just wasting your time.
I'm just saying, I'm just making a point that you never have this energy in real life. Those kids' fathers.
Sorry, Reggie.
Telling you that for free.
If I wanted,
wait, man.
Can I finish? If I wanted to disrespect someone's children, I would do so, and I told them that I did it. You know what I'm saying? I don't come here and like, mince my words. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying.
I asked for clarification. I don't know about all this waffling that you're doing in this word salad. Yeah, just be clear. Are you calling people who have children on this panel, suspected or could be involved in pedophilia? Is that what you're saying, Reggie? Because just be confirmed and just be straight up. So then I can break you right in front of everybody.
I'm not calling anybody here a pedophile.
So what did you mean by kids get abused at home?
So when Sniper was saying that, we have children, so you are therefore, so I am in some way more likely to be a pedophile, and he is not because he has children. I was saying that there's research to suggest that pedophilia takes place more in the home setting than any other environment. Right. So it's more likely that people that have children are more likely to have children that experience pedophilia in the home setting than someone that doesn't have children.
And your home setting?
In my home setting.
Are you in a home setting?
I'm in a home setting. I've got my own home.
Right.
And most pedophiles are loners, bro. What are you doing? Most pedophiles are loners.
So in a house full of people, hold on. In a house full of people, you are the only one who's going to be suspected of pedophilia and weird behavior. So you are speaking facts, but you're actually speaking about yourself.
But there's no children in my household, so there's more likely to be a pedophilia occurring in a house where there are children than a house where there's no children. It's just common sense.
But I'm just saying, not my house. So
it's just common sense.
Well, not my house, and not Sarah's house, and not anyone in this panel
where there is children.
Otherwise, they would have mentioned it.
Start getting the wrong signals or giving them off.
Let me tell you something. Reggie's being very reckless right now.
That's what I'm saying, lady.
Hold on,
insinuating stuff.
What he's doing, he's being very reckless right now. He's very unsynchronized. He's got his coon shoes on, tap dancing away, talking about he ain't scared of nobody on the panel, whatever. But Reggie, let me just remind you something, brother. Some of us know of your whereabouts of where you work. Some of us know about where to locate you. So you keep running your mouth saying you're not scared. Keep doing your fuckery when you're around African people. But when you're around non-African people, like earlier, you're very civilized. You can hold a conversation. You don't mind chatting shit about us, mocking us, laughing at us. But as soon as you're surrounded by black people, this is the characteristics we see: throwing out wild claims, acting a damn fool, and being very harmful, insinuating stuff. Keep going, Reggie. Just keep going.
Lady Divine, I've never come onto a panel and threatened anybody. I've never asked anybody to meet. I am peace and love, my sister, and I'm about brotherly love and black excellence. I come on here and I receive so many threats every day, especially of late. You know,
okay, Reggie, don't pretend like anyone threatened you. I just made a comment. I said in real life, all I said was
I come on here and have conversations with people, and they just don't like.
Say it to the
father. They don't like what they hear.
As I said, he's not backing it. He's not backing what he said, so it's all right.
I come on here and have conversations.
Telling people to mourn the Queen is black excellence. Yeah, is that what black excellence is about? Yeah, because I'm out on that one.
I come on here and have conversations with people. I talk about black excellence. I promote black excellence. I demonstrate black excellence.
You promote buying Jordans that cost $100.
You done training with
By mourning the Queen, yeah. By mourning the Queen, you're promoting black excellence. Yeah. We know what you're about.
I don't want to be a walking contradiction.
You can't even claim your job.
I don't want to live a life of a walking contradiction.
Where do you work?
I do not want to sleep white and talk black.
Where do you work? What's your
profession? I want to be black and white. You get what I'm saying? I want things to be black and white. I want things to be clear.
What is your profession?
You know what I'm saying? What is my profession?
What's your profession? What do you do for a living? What's your profession? If you're promoting black excellence, tell us what you do.
My profession?
Yeah, what's your profession?
I'm a bin man. Just like y'all said.
You can't even claim your profession, but you're promoting black excellence. Who are you guiding? Like, what directions to what?
Huh?
Directions to looking after people's houses and getting Airbnbs and buying Jordans for £150.
That's
buying
it.
Trinkets.
I'm a bin man.
And opening your dad's car, but you can't drive your dad's car.
I'm a bin man. And
That's not black
I
excellence, bro.
pride.
You can't claim what job you do. You don't know what profession you're in. For all we know, you're fed. I personally think you're a fed, personally.
I am a
You're one
fed.
of these YouTube feds trying to hype people up and trying to
YouTube
make
fed.
people say certain things to
YouTube
incriminate
fed. That's
themselves.
a new one.
You're a fed, fam.
That's a new one. Which
You're a
one?
fed.
YouTube fed. That's a new
And you
one.
know how to twist shit to try and
Is
get
that
people
in
in trouble.
that
So
what you learn in
continue doing
English
what you're doing,
classes?
Reggie.
Is that in
God
your
don't
English
like ugly,
classes?
Reggie. Continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah, well, as long as
Well,
Reggie
yeah.
come back, he's still as per usual. It's all right, man. You get me?
Hey.
I'll take it. I'll take it as just a fleeting statement. You didn't really mean what you were saying, and you didn't really actually analyze what you were saying correctly. Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Because
I was
whether it's hold on. Whether you think you brought correct stats, you left yourself out of the stats. That's it. You know what I mean? It's cool. Yeah, you are correct. It would happen in a family setting, in a household, but it could be another member of the family, like you, yeah, an uncle, or those are the people that come into people's house and violate. Yeah, we know this.
It could be a dad as well.
Yeah,
it could be mom and dad.
It could be.
Yeah,
it could be. Very rarely for me.
Yeah,
I don't really see that as much. You know
when
what I
we
mean?
spoke about these stereotypes in Gambia, one of the articles, and people don't pay attention, unfortunately, on these panels, but one of the things that the people from Child Protection mentioned is that also women who have not even been discussed when it comes to pedophilia, women go to Gambia to touch up little boys. So you can see that
who's getting sent to Gambia?
outside of the usual stereotypes, there are people that take part in these heinous acts that are unexpected.
Yeah, but bro, Gambia compared to England, I mean, in ratio of pedophilia, which one is worse?
Parents get involved in pedophilia as well.
Which one is worse?
I don't know which one's worse. There's no statistics to support any.
Yeah, but
there's no statistics. Hold on one second. There's no statistics to support pedophilia in England. Who's doing it and who's not doing it and who's not? What?
There's possibly no statistics.
They've got information. What? They've got information. Okay, why are you bringing?
No, Snap is right. They do have the information, man.
Right, they have information, and especially like grooming gangs, under 30 white males, blah blah blah. So like this pedophilia thing you're talking about, yeah,
brother,
that's rife. Hold on one second. That's in Gambia. I don't know why you use Gambia as an example when the own country that you're in is 100 times worse than most places in the world.
And statistically, your child's more likely to be abused by a certain demographic. If you want to do statistics that bad.
Right. You leave your child walking around in Twickenham and see what I want.
I reckon Gambia.
Right. You don't, bro. You just don't have
no one cares
thing.
what you said anyway.
You know what I mean? We paid for our children. We paid for our children to be safe.
Reggie thinks that is safe though. Reggie's got an old white friend with a big belly. He's been sitting on his lap since he was 6 years old. He thought nothing of it. You know, he's one of them type of ones. That's why you have to watch these, man. I'm telling you, them soggy biscuit man there. Agency man, you know, like that. You can tell what he is, man. Come on, man. We know what he is. Yeah, we know what you did, man. Come on, man. You might as well just spill your beans, man. Give us your quota, man. Give us your data, man. What is it? What is your flipping? What's your method statement, man? What are you trying to do? You said black excellence and you're here promoting. Hold on. This guy said black excellence and he's here promoting mourning the queen.
I'm sorry. Can we also add an addition to this thing that if you support the queen, you are also supporting pedophilia? I mean, not Andrew alone. The queen also has a number of cases that were dashed to the wayside. 20-something kids,
bodies being found in her, you know, properties and that.
So we know that the aristocracy are steeped in this pedophilia, ritualistic.
And we know that your prophet slept with a 9-year-old,
right?
Oh, look at the energy he's got for the prophet, but he won't say nothing about his auntie and the queen.
You see it.
That's not triggering me.
Sarah. He swore an oath, sis. He swore an oath,
He never had this venom. He never had this energy.
When he's throwing out these claims, make sure he holds the mirror up to his own face. Keep going.
The man swore an oath, man. He swore an oath.
Pillaged your ancestors until the day she died. She was wearing the diamonds she stole from your lands, bro. And you're sitting here mourning that terrorist. worried about other terrorists who never experience,
I'm not in mourning, my
never
sister.
meet.
We broke that down. We broke that down.
No,
Anyway,
have
like,
no authority
again.
over you.
And if you want a whole day of
Yeah,
work tomorrow, I
bozo
mean,
and a
you're
half.
welcome, Reggie. You know what we do with on Saturday? We go for that information, go for that work. If it's and then Sunday, if you want that religious work, then we're ready. Do you know what I'm saying? There's many days for what you're trying to do, but you don't really want that, I don't think. But please do attend tomorrow and the day after. Anything that you have on your mind or you think that you can put up as a form of defense for yourself, it seems. Yeah, we can debunk it. We always do. That's why we FTK, fairy tale killers, truth, facts, kalas.
Hey, Maku, get him to say fuck the queen.
Yeah,
Hey, Reggie,
say fuck the queen though. Say fuck the queen. Can you say fuck the queen?
I'll allow it, you know.
Nah. Reggie,
You're
can say
mashing
that.
up the algorithms. Anyways, we call that
Yeah.
I'm
Just
telling
like
you. He's from the agency. You
Lizzie
lot are permitting
McGuire,
this.
man. Just Lizzie, it's another character, man. He's proper infatuated with these characters that they've given.
No, but as I said, if you added, she claims relation to the prophet. Peace be upon him. She claims relation. So you have to look up. You have to look.
Yeah,
those
the
things
Queen.
up.
It says that they have it stated, Reggie. It's on record. Everything. She's a direct descendant of the Prophet Muhammad. So what are you doing, Reggie? And you worship him, remember?
Wow.
Oh,
Take
really?
your L. Take your L. Take your L.
That explains Andrew's paedophilia then. Oh,
well,
okay.
that explains a lot. It explains a
I can
lot.
understand. It makes sense now.
But whatever side of the fence you are, you're still an apologist. You're still an apologist.
That makes sense.
And especially on the side that you're on, because hold on, Lord Mountbatten. Hold on, Lord Mountbatten. Listen,
why do you blame Muhammad then? It makes perfect sense.
What? I'm just saying that the Queen.
You guys that are Muhammad are pedophiles as well.
Why you're shouting? I don't know why you're shouting.
Any of you guys that are co-signing Muhammad are pedophiles as well by your own logic.
No.
Yeah, that's what you said.
No, we don't
on the side
Muhammad, man.
on the side of the fence that you are, right? The Queen side, right? Is pure pedophilia. We don't even have to go there. We just saying what. Hold on. Yes.
And he was a pedophile as well.
I'm just saying, well, that's what you're saying then. You're saying that the Queen's a pedophile and she's got pedophile DNA. That's what you're saying. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just letting you know what she said. I'm just letting you know what she's saying. Yeah. First it was Solomon, then it was David, then it was Muhammad. Peace be upon him. You know? So that's down to her. But now she's gone now. Yeah. She's left a trail of bodies. Literally. Yeah. All swept
And
under
they're
the
still
carpet.
and they're still continuing it.
You think Andrew's the only one? What about Prince Philip? What about all the
Diana
rape?
16?
Hold on.
Wasn't Diana 16?
All the rape.
He started dating a 29-year-old.
All the rape that was going in Kensington Palace and all of that. Yeah.
What about
Prince
the thing
Philip running around having sex? Yeah. Or
Kensington
fucking
Palace.
boys.
Yeah, what about
boys.
Buckingham Palace? That footage of that child climbing out the window.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The naked guy in it jumping
Reggie
out.
Notes?
Yeah.
Reggie. Nurse Reggie.
That's what I'm saying, man.
But I don't
Answer the
understand
question, please.
But look, you know what it is?
Hold
Just
on,
look at his
sis, one
energy.
second,
Look at his energy. He will never
Hold on,
have that type of energy.
sis, 1 second. I don't understand why people are in the chat asking me, where did I get that from? Go and do your homework. If I'm telling you what is on record, go and fucking find the record.
On what, lady?
What's that of what?
On the Queen making that statement and making that.
The lady of what? Can you say of what lady?
Decree.
Yeah, she's supposed to be a direct descendant of the Prophet Muhammad, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're asking me, where did I get that from? What kind of
a long line of pedophiles,
Do your research,
including a long line of pedophiles, including King Henry. She's got a generation full of pedophiles. You lot are right.
Okay,
so
but you lot follow her. You follow her. Yeah,
you mourn her though.
Anyone supporting the Queen? You mean?
Anybody revering Muhammad?
Yeah.
Muhammad came.
Yeah,
she came from.
You accept. No, hold on, Reggie. We don't
Nah,
accept.
Prophet Muhammad was a pedo.
But you've accepted the long line of pedophilia in this family, and you.
I know even Conscious cried a tear for the Queen when she died.
Mourn this woman while she has the pedo at her funeral, but we're supposed to mourn her as well with the pedos.
Nurse Reggie.
You sound bad discombobulated, you know, mad, like proper discombobulated right now.
Nah, I'm consistent.
Make it make sense.
Because you worship
make it make
idols.
sense.
You're an idol.
Make it make sense. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Make it make sense. Monumental pedophilia yeah, compared to an allegation that's not even based on anything correct. Yeah,
And we're
because
saying we don't
anyone
even
who's
believe in
read
that
it
allegation,
will
but you
know
believe in what she did.
exactly where it all fits into place. Like for me, do you get what I'm saying? Like I've never had this issue. As I said, this issue came up when man started going Speaker's Corner. It's like it's not an Islamic thing where we're sitting in the Ummah worrying about this
And
foolishness.
even amongst Muslims, it's an area of disagreement. Like, what is
You
this
guys
guy
are
doing?
enablers. You're enablers. That's
Sorry?
why people. That's why MA
Reggie,
went to.
are you hearing yourself? I don't think you're comprehending this,
and
bro. I don't know
you're
what's
seeing
wrong
young
with
I don't know
you.
what
girls
MA.
We're saying,
I don't know what MA's got to do
we
with it.
don't
Like,
believe
allow
she
it,
was
man.
9 years old. That's our opinion. That's
Yeah, you need
the
to go and
opinion that
debunk
we've
your brother.
taken.
You need
You,
to go and
however,
debunk
have just
Ali
admitted.
Dawah
You've just admitted that Lizzie and her associates are paedophiles. Yet
Right,
you continue to try to force people to mourn for this
right.
paedophile while you know
Support.
she's a paedophile.
I didn't
Like, are
support
you
her.
okay, bro? You've
No
admitted
one's
she's a
forced you to
paedophile, and then you say
mourn.
mourn her in the next breath.
No one's
Hey,
forced. But if she
hey.
is a defender of Muhammad, then it will make more sense to me why she's turned
Why
out
do you keep
and
going to
Andrew's
Muhammad,
turned
bro?
out.
Let's deal with this issue. We can go there. It's okay.
Right.
I don't believe she was 9, but you said you believe that Lizzie was a paedophile. So why do you want us to mourn this paedophile?
She's not a paedophile.
She's not a paedophile.
Wow.
Is she a paedophile
No.
enabler?
Wow.
She may have had. She had children. That. In fact,
Is
Wow.
she
Now the
enabled
Queen,
them
yeah,
by
Wow.
paying
allegedly
us
in the
Wow. Wow.
1960s,
Wow.
the
Wow.
Queen
paying
Wow.
went
people
to
off
Canada. She went to
Yep.
a Native American Catholic school,
and took them
and these
kids?
kids went on a
Kids.
trip
This
with
is
her,
career
and they
stage
never
at
came
its
back.
best, though.
Right.
And that's what
Where's the
that's what they
Okay.
popcorn
say
at,
for the
man?
Native
Thank
American
you.
Yeah.
school.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
that's
Thank you.
actually
Thank you.
documented, bro.
Thank you,
Like,
coaches.
imagine saying,
So
yeah, I
this is
agree
what we're
that
trying to
she's
say to
paedophile, but
Reggie,
you
but
gotta
he
mourn them.
don't. It's like he don't
we
do
know that.
research, bro.
We
You don't
know
do
that
no
the
Don't do
Queen.
research on the
research.
Queen, man. You
You
don't.
don't
We
do
know that the
research.
Queen. But we know that the Queen came from a
He
lineage.
said she's
of
not a
people.
paedophile. Not, you
We know
know,
that.
not.
We know that
That's
the
a
Queen
strong
came
word.
from a. She came from a lineage
Just
of
say you don't
people
know.
that
Yeah.
committed paedophilia. We know that King Henry was a paedophile. He married a lot of young women, young children rather, at very young ages. And we know going all the way back to Muhammad, there was paedophilia. You know, he married Aisha at 9 years old. And yes,
And that's
so
a
we can see
claim. That
maybe
claim could be
paedophilia,
addressed. It could be analysed. It
maybe
could be looked at,
paedophilia,
bro.
yeah,
That's a
they got a
claim.
genetical
That's a
gene.
claim. And we know during that time period, people didn't even know how old they were those time periods, right? It was a lot of
But
estimates. And that's why you find that there's different ages being mentioned. So you have to look at the whole historical context and look at all the, not just take one, look at all of them. Because the same way that was in Bukhari, there's other ones in Bukhari too that indicate that she was 19. If you do the calculations, because her sister's talking about her age. And her sister was 10 years older than her. So listen, this thing is Reggie. Yeah? We've just said we don't believe she's 9. We have our hadith for that. You've just admitted this woman is enabling paedophiles, and you still try to force people to mourn her.
She was
Can
playing
you
with
explain
those.
that?
She was playing with those, and Muhammad approached her. I don't understand
Bro, that don't mean
how
nothing.
can a
People
grown
play with
man?
dolls
How can a
today.
grown man?
Grown women play with
How
dolls
can a
today.
grown
That don't mean
man?
shit to
How
me.
can a
Big
grown
men play
man?
PlayStation. Big
How
men
can
play
a grown
PlayStation and collect
True
cars.
story.
That
True
don't
story.
How
mean
can
shit
a
to me,
grown
bro.
True story.
man?
Big
But
men
no.
play
Yeah,
Hold on.
PlayStation
Hold
and
on.
collect
Hold on.
Muhammad
Hold
cars.
on.
I don't
Muhammad
give a
around and
fuck.
said she
Hold
was a
on.
kid.
Hold on. Hold on. Hold on.
That
Hold
don't
on.
mean
Hold on.
nothing.
Because you got toys.
People
No,
have
she's a
dolls
mother. Hold on. She's
and
a
they're
mother.
collectibles.
At
She
that
wasn't a
time, she
mother.
was a mother. She was a mother, bro.
Mother.
And
Why you added
those
to the
toys.
text? Why you
One
added
of
to
us
that?
around Muhammad said
Bro,
that she was a
I
child.
should know. I should
She was
know. Maybe I should know. Maybe I should know. Maybe. Just maybe, Reggie. Maybe I should know rather than what you're talking about. Because you don't know. So you're just going with a rhetoric. But I'm telling you what I know. Like, I'm even trying to help you. I should just keep quiet and let you go. Because no one believes what you're talking about. Yeah? That's dead food. And it doesn't belong in this direction. Like pushing it in this direction is just like, what are you doing, Reggie? You can't deal with anything else. You can't deal with the monarch that you're crying about, yeah, that has monumental, yeah, genocidal, biblical proportions of pedophilia, murder, genocide, and all the above. That's fine.
My brother, the monarchy have a history of pedophilia. We're ready to condemn.
No, but the problem is, this is a person in our lifetime. Hold on. This is a person in our lifetime. We're not talking about a prophet or someone from a biblical book. We're talking about someone in our lifetime, someone that had real effect on our lives, right?
Okay.
And most of us don't.
And the
give a
victims
good
are still
goddamn,
alive, yeah.
right? But some of us, even in our countries, will still give her reverence, right? They're more for them, but you join them. That's got nothing to do with us. The rest
My
of
brother.
the people of the country and the rest of the people who know and didn't even probably went unnoticed that the woman died.
This is a
That's
nonce
true.
apology.
Yeah.
Nonce apologetics.
Brother,
This
this
is-
sick,
Bruv,
twisted
shush, man.
black Harry Potter is way too happy and smiley talking
what I'm
about
saying?
nonsense,
This is
bro.
what.
You're
Like
talking
he's
about
doing all this
nonce
non talk and all
apologetic, but you're
smiley and
sitting there
happy and
defending
shit. Like
Lizzie.
it's exciting to
What
him.
is this,
He's a
bro? I'm
weirdo,
so
fully
confused.
weird.
I don't know what you're trying to
At
make
least be
stick.
consistent. At least be
People come out and
consistent.
just
The
roast
When
same
you
man.
got no
way
kids,
you want to
when
talk
you
about
got
people's
no
problems,
kids,
why you
Roasting
don't end up
man.
for Lizzie? Just be consistent, and that's all we're
Yeah,
asking. Be consistent. Be
I'm very
consistent.
consistent.
that's your baby mother.
Very
Man.
Just be consistent.
This
Yeah.
is a very
No, Reggie does have a point, but with the
enabling
Queen thing, you
encounter.
lose me, bro. Like, I can't lie.
Yeah,
That Queen thing, though.
exactly. It can't work, can it? Like, it
What
don't make
Queen
sense.
thing? I don't even
It
like. I
don't
don't
make
think
sense.
you even know
It don't
my
make
my
sense.
position on this thing.
Look, you
Because
can
these
hear
people
his
are just
voice.
position?
Still
Tell us
crying.
No,
yours.
but Reggie,
there's a
what
lot
do
of
you think of the
time.
Queen, though? What do you think of Elizabeth?
You said she's not.
I mean,
I'm
Elizabeth.
sorry.
I mean,
Lizzie,
Elizabeth.
Lizzie,
Lizzie.
call her Lizzie.
Elizabeth.
Honestly, I don't really. I don't care about Elizabeth. She's not really. I wasn't mourning her,
That is a
and I wasn't
fucking lie.
dissing her because it doesn't add to me in any way. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't.
Yo,
She doesn't
let's
add
not
to
pull
me,
up old.
and she
Pull
doesn't
up,
take
Reggie.
from
Are
me.
you okay?
She took
Do you
bear
suffer
from
with
you.
dementia?
So again, my focus.
Hold on. She took bear
My
from you and your
focus.
people.
My focus is these guys come in again, these demons.
Mm-hmm.
And my focus is on black excellence, and she doesn't prevent me from what's the word for expressing black excellence
The
into
black
the highest.
excellence was to laugh and kiki
What about
about
British colonies,
paedophilia.
though?
Is
Hold
that
on,
what
Reggie.
black
What about British
excellence is
colonies?
about? Laughing and kiki and about paedophilia. You dirty little bunga, yeah.
Somehow we ended up talking about pedophilia, and we talk about
No, but seriously though, what about the British colonies though, Reggie?
Hold on, we're not going to do that. We didn't somehow end up talking about
We
pedophilia.
ended up
Reggie,
talking about
you inserted pedophilia. Let's just be clear on the actions that's
No, I
happened
didn't.
today.
No, I
You
didn't.
were the
You
one
know-
that said that. You were the
No,
one
that was
that came on
Shipper.
the panel.
It wasn't.
Shut
It
your
was
mouth.
Shipper.
Shut your mouth.
was Shipper.
You turned around and said, unlike some of these people on the panel that are pedophile supporters and are pedophile apologists, you did that. So that's how the argument ensued.
No,
Let's be
conscious.
clear.
Conscious, you
Yo,
there?
yeah.
Who began the conversation on pedophilia? Who took us
You.
to pedophilia? No,
I ain't gonna play. I ain't saying nothing,
Reggie,
man.
you
I
did.
ain't not in it.
Reggie, you did. I've been
Yeah,
listening
back up,
and I've
back
been
up,
muted and I've been taking
No, but
notes.
the
Remember-
real thing though, it wasn't
you.
you. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. It wasn't you. It wasn't you.
It was
Yeah,
Reggie.
no,
You
it-
tried to basically,
it wasn't
yeah,
me.
you did
He
it.
meant
I know why
pedophilia
you did
with
it. 'Cause every
Muhammad.
time Reggie sees me, he loves to bring that up, innit?
apologists. Come on.
And he
I didn't
really
take us
wants
to
this
pedophilia.
conversation.
The brother that took us to
But
pedophilia was Chipper,
he will always
and
kind
you
of
guys
drop a
have.
little
I've got
indirect,
I've
but
got
he'll never
poor
say my
memory.
name. He'll just be
Oh,
like,
come
Poor
on, man.
you never
Stop
been
it.
on the
Wow.
panel.
Stop it.
What do
Originally,
you say?
Gambia was about
As I said,
No,
be
you
a
said
man.
something
Be a
along the
man.
line,
Exactly.
paedophile,
If you're gonna
Exactly.
say
Yeah, man.
something,
This is what I'm
yeah,
going to tell
man.
you,
If
Conscious.
you're gonna say something,
Originally,
stick to it,
Gambia
man.
was
Stand
being
firm.
discussed and what's going on in Gambia. Reggie then insinuated that people on here are apologists, and then I asked him for the names. He couldn't give us. Then he
Collective
further
memory,
went on
ladies
to
and
then
gentlemen.
he further went on to say Sarah. Then he said another. He said these two people. So I said, well, who's the other person? He then said
Yeah,
Matthew.
lady
So
has a
who
point.
did it? Who did it?
Reggie,
Sister
lady has
Div-
a point. Who was the people though?
Sister D.
Fam,
At
this
the end
guy
of the
thinks
day,
touching kids is funny. He wants to laugh and kiki about it. You see,
Nah,
from there, you're done with me, fam. Me
I
and you
just
done
said,
at that
boy,
point, cuz like
boy.
Yeah,
we
you
ain't
can't be
friends
laughing
in it,
about the
like
king.
do your
Yeah,
thing.
you can't be laughing about
this is
the
why the
child thing, man.
demons.
Don't
This is
make
why
me
the
catch
demons.
you in real life.
Not
innit?
even a
Talking
child
about
thing.
this, bro.
Like some people's
This is why
kids
this is why
are grown. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
because Lady
Yeah.
D.
I told
because
you
Lady
already.
D,
My daughter's
if you
the same age
remember,
as you.
if you
Like, it's
remember,
mad.
if you
I don't know
remember,
what
Nah,
you
but
if
you
you
don't understand though, yeah. Some
if
of the
you
kids
remember,
that's basically like 9-year-olds and stuff, bro. Their
Yeah.
brains are not fully developed, so certain things they can't take in correctly. Especially when you got adults that's misguiding them, they're gonna get fucked up, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But we're
I
conscious
did.
though.
As
Our
a
brains
parent,
are fully developed, so someone
sorry.
can't mislead us
What is
easily,
wrong?
bro.
Sorry, you were brought up by parents, so I don't know what you're talking about.
But
You know what I mean?
conscious Jamaican black people, bro.
Right. So that's no issue.
No mental illnesses.
There's no issue.
mental slavery.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right. So where's that on the panel? That's not on the panel.
Well, what Reggie's saying is,
Yeah.
there's
So
some black people that promote.
even to suggest that anyone on the panel is any of those things, I had to warn him and tell him like, bro, man's got daughters and that. Like, Like, what are you doing, bro? You ain't
I
even
agree
got
with
no
you, Sniper,
kids.
100%. I agree with you.
You ain't even
That's
got no
fucked up.
kids, Reggie. Like, that's fucked
So
up,
conscious. So conscious. If you remember, because Lady Divine has got selective memory at the moment. If you remember, We were not even talking about paedophilia till this guy went to take us to Gambia and talk about paedophilia and blah 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 blah. He just went on a tirade.
Who took us to Gambia?
No, but the conversation
Hold on,
was a good
conscious.
Yeah, but
conversation.
But we were all talking about
Conscious.
Gambia.
Remember
We
he
was
talking
all,
to you.
we was
1 second,
all talking
conscious.
about
Original
Gambia.
conversation.
Conscious,
all the
remember
way
he
to
talking to you and conscious. You was the one who enlightened us about the problem in Gambia. I remember he's talking
yeah.
to you, trying to beg friend, you know. So know who the guy you're talking to is, isn't it? Know who you're
took
talking
us
to,
all the
conscious.
way
That's
to
what I'm saying,
Gambia
brother.
and paedophilia.
I got nothing else to
Yeah,
say,
it's
fam.
true. It was. I did mention it, and we were all talking about it calmly. So I don't know what Reggie. Reggie, what you trying to say?
We were
So,
just
so I
talking
was saying
about
that,
exploitation in
I
general.
was saying that it was not me that took us to
Reggie just wants to
paedophilia
die, man.
and the Gambia. Obviously, Gambia led to a different
Really
All
conversation.
right, but was we laughing and kikiing about it? No, it was not. We was talking about the problem and how it needs sorting out.
Actually, were you
You
not the one
decided
who
to
Yeah,
bring
brought
up
up
and Eminem,
Prophet
Gambia
Eminem was
talking
Muhammad
in
about?
because you
Gambia
want to
recently
laugh
as
and
well.
kiki about paedophilia. You're a
Case
weird
and
guy.
point,
Nah, man,
Shifa.
that's a serious
Weird
He
dude.
situation,
did.
man.
Reggie, you did.
You're
So when you're
strange,
sitting up
brother.
here talking about,
You're
I don't know
acting
Gambia
how it
fucking
got
and
there,
strange.
you brought it there. Let's be very
women are
clear on how it
paedophiles
got
up
there.
there, men are paedophiles. You're the one who brought it up.
Shiver's got a point.
I spoke about South Africa and Schiffer started mentioning South Africa
I
and
was,
saying that
yes, South Africa. I wasn't talking about paedophilia in South Africa, though, was I, brother? You don't chat shit.
wait. Schiffer started saying that all the white South Africans that come there to rape, to pillage, blah blah blah, should go back. And all those people in Gambia that have gone there to go and rape our little girls. Do you know about the girls that were raped in Gambia? That all the white people. Don't you think that
That's
white
not
people?
what I said. That's not what I said, actually.
That was not me.
You lost the plot. You lost the plot. You see how I've
That's not how.
affected him?
But what's his
Broken
point though?
robot.
What's your point though, Reggie?
Broken robot.
That was my point is that these liars that are insinuating, these liars that insinuate that
Brother, you're broken,
talk
man.
about
You're
paedophilia.
broken.
It
You're
was not
broken
me.
like a broken record. You're
It
all
was
on
not
repeat
me.
and them shopping there.
It was
You're
these liars.
The initial
son of a
conversation
Man just
was
jumped
motherfucker.
a
on panel
generic
and
one.
got
We're talking
abused.
about
There's a
No,
special
it's
place for
wrong.
liars here.
Allow it, man.
I
Allow
don't
it.
know.
I
You're
believe
done out
there's a
here, brother. You're
for
done.
liars.
You're finished.
And it's
Man,
hellfire.
just say
Wallahi.
hello, man. Yeah.
He is done, bruv. He's
I show
35. I
black
wouldn't say
excellence.
dash him in the bin. Just send him
Reggie,
home.
what's your point though? That's what I'm trying to find
Throw
out.
him in
What's
the
his
bin,
point?
man. Just move
Yeah,
on. Let's just help the
My
UK. He's
point
done.
was that someone accused me of bringing us to talk about paedophilia. It was not me that they insinuated and they lied. It was not me. It was Schiffer that brought us to talk about Gambia and the paedophilia.
Brother, you wanted to laugh about paedophilia and make joke about paedophilia. That's the difference. We was having a conversation. You're a sick dude. You need help. You need help. Listen, if I ever see you around any of my kids, you be in trouble. Like, bro, just stay away from schools and stuff.
Be around my kid. Hell no.
Like, you know what you're supposed to do, man. You know about people like you, bro. You're a weirdo.
Because I know that this is why Jupiter came on and said that Schiffer has special needs because he doesn't know how to concentrate. And you know that. And let me give you an example, Conscious. Let me give you an example, Conscious. Do you remember that that we were having a conversation?
Any black person that knows how to use their brain and figure out your bullshit is mentally retarded, right? We got something wrong with us because we called you out, and now we know how to arm ourselves against these fools. Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here. Furthermore, I can control myself. I'm gonna go on mute now. Let Reggie say whatever he wants to say. So
you remember that we?
I actually put.
You remember that I was. I said, and I was making the point that people that are unhappy should go back. Should go back to Africa and make a life for themselves. And then someone said, "Oh, what about the white people in South Africa? Why didn't they go back? They were raping, they were pillaging, and better. So what about the Gambians? They're sleeping with our girls. They're having sex with our children. Blah 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 blah. And they were the ones that brought us to paedophilia in Gambia. So they were the ones that were talking about paedophilia first, not myself. So these liars and these devils that come on here and try and lie. Before you lie, just remember that if you're following the Abrahamic faiths, there's a special place, a special cooker that is waiting for the liars, for the cowards, and for those that express hate and are unable to be consistent. You get what I'm saying?
But Reggie, would you say, yeah?
Lay off the hard liquor, man. Lay off the hard liquor, man.
What the fuck?
No, I don't even know what's going on there. Some speech.
Oh, Reggie, man. Oh, my
Reggie,
goodness.
my whole point is, are you blaming the black
Did I
people for
just
that
enter
issue
the
within
church of
Gambia,
Reggie
though?
just then?
I know.
Seems like it, man.
Yeah, man, sermon, sis.
And Africa as well, bro. It's a bit extreme.
Huh? What did you say, bro?
No, what Reggie was saying, kind of blaming the black people for their condition. It's not even them that put themselves in that condition. No, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he said. I already said, man, he's a lost cause in it. I don't even know
What do
why.
you mean? I'm not blaming. I wasn't. What do you mean? I was blaming the.
No, because remember, bro, you were saying that how like because you wasn't really saying much on the Europeans going there, and you were saying that it was the government that's allowing it to happen,
So that's
but it
the
was a
funny
British
thing.
colony.
If you see some people in the chat, they realized, and they were concentrating a bit, like Obert Saxby, for example. There was a few others as well. They realized that I made the same points as MA, but because it came from the coon, the sellout, these people they were unable to realize that we were making.
Is that what it was?
Basically, my stance was exactly the same. And I said it prior to him coming on. But that is, they're always playing the man and never the actual ball. That's how these ballers
No,
roll.
but
You get what I'm saying?
paedophilia
And
is
that's why they
every
don't make it
government's duty
professional.
to get rid of it. It's not just, but of course, there's a primary duty on the people who have authority over those people.
At best.
But any government should be watching out for paedophiles and fucking them up everywhere they go. Because at the end of the day, when you turn a blind eye to them, they're just gonna come here and do it here. In reality, a pedo's a pedo. They just look for vulnerable children.
Yeah, if you don't get to the root problem, if you don't get to the root of the problem, you won't ever solve the problem. So he's blaming. I'm saying that if you was considering the government of Gambia to be at fault, you got to really talk to the British people because they're the ones that's allowing the people to go there, bro. Like, do you know what I mean?
Any good government would take care of it.
It does make a big difference when governments actually like put their feet down. Because I remember in like 2010, 2011, there was literally like thousands of Ethiopian children being taken out. As soon as that new law came in that they couldn't get adopted, it went down to like 100 and something. Like it literally dropped drastically, and they just created one law. Like you can't take the kids out of the country. Period. If you're not Ethiopian.
Right, because the thing is, you can't necessarily stop people going to places because people like if they haven't been convicted, if they've never been caught, then how are you going to know what they're doing? Do you know what I mean? They just like appear to be innocent people until they're actually caught, arrested, and convicted. So you're not going to know where all the pedophiles are. You can't stop everyone from moving around just in case everyone's pedophile. If that's the case, no one will be going anywhere.
I do agree with what MJ said there, but I think in certain unique situations like this one, where we know there's a lot of poverty, like we need people going in there to help the people, not to make the situation worse. And I think like to some effect, I think that stopping people going there, especially in those kind of circumstances, I'd be up for some of that. Like maybe we just need to like, you know, think about how we can all contribute to the Gambia situation right now.
Easy for someone to say that when they don't travel, but people that travel don't want restriction on them based on what previous people might have done in that country. It makes no sense. It's not logical. It's not feasible.
Well, I'll be happy to contribute to the situation until it improves, and then we can start traveling again. I'll be happy with that.
So they should suspend all people from Britain going to Gambia because
they should just
I'll happily contribute every month.
In terms of consequences, if the consequences were so severe, like you're getting a certain amount of jail, whatever it is, people just wouldn't try it. They just wouldn't try it. But of course, there's bribery probably going on. People are probably paying people off.
No, it should be jail and £1 million fine, £1 million fine each time. 10 million.
Paying officers off,
paying people
off, and they just scot free jumping in and out of the country.
MA, you still around?
We have to kill them, man. I want a shotgun. I say we just go out there and buy shotguns, sis. We just go out there.
Is it a specific area?
Hey, MA, we can get that shotgun if we go out there.
Was that certain tourist areas?
Boy, I don't know.
We can get that shotgun.
It has to be revolutionaries, you know what I
You
mean?
don't even need a
man.
You don't even need a
some revolutionary people going on, like doing some marches and shit, and they got weapons.
You know that?
Black people. They'll be like,
don't even need
you know what I mean?
Remember, there's no
I'll shoot up a man's toes for them type of things there, bro. Happily, bro. I smile while I'm doing it. Yeah.
No, of course, 100%, man, because you know what their intent is. Like, do you know what I mean? It's the type of thing where it's like, my whole point is
it like specific areas? Is it like the resort areas? Do you know what I mean? The touristy areas? Or is it across the whole? How does it work?
The tourism is concentrated in Senegambia, which is the West Coast region, the west coast of the West Coast region. It's concentrated in that area. Obviously, there are NGOs about the place, and there's maybe certain Europeans that maybe they even have a house in the interior part of the country. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it could be going on anywhere, but in terms of seeing it, you will see it in the West Coast region in Senegambia and that. Like, but you see, even the same in Senegal, you know, but not the Senegal situation is just as exploitative, but not, yeah, maybe not as yeah. I don't know how to describe it because it's all fuckery, isn't it? But yeah, Gambia.
Sorry, bro, Matthew, your white noise is back.
What is that, Maku? Because that's been there for
That's
a couple of years.
Hmm?
I said the noise has been there for a couple of years. What is that?
Don't worry, man. Tomorrow it's gone.
Man said a couple of years.
Hey, but yo, Reggie, can you defend yourself and say like, yo, big man, I'm not a coon? Could you just say that real? You know you're not a coon, innit?
No. Reggie is insensitive. How can you ask this man this insensitive to the situation to say these words, brother? You see right now, I feel like they're shooting someone in the foot. Reggie ain't got no feelings. He don't care. He ain't bothered. It's just another day for Reg. You know, like that. But for someone like me, I feel this, you know, bro. I really, like, don't send me out there because I might have to shoot someone in the foot because I said it now online. Everyone's expecting me to do it now. So I'm in trouble.
Those are gonna say being pro-black is a beautiful thing, innit? But sometimes you got a clean house, and yeah, sometimes people need to get dashed out the house. We don't dash them out the window into the
You got to sleep on the sidewalk. Yeah.
Like, we ain't trying to save everyone, but certain people have to fuck off.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna dedicate Freestyle Friday to Reggie today. I think it needs a few bars.
I don't mean that.
It needs a few bars.
I don't know. I mean that much.
He's been left. He's been exempt. You know what I mean?
Impact.
Everybody's got it. No one's been exempt. But it's like,
what's that? Regina and the Raccoon Nation.
Right. We're gonna get him.
The miseducation of Reggie.
Yeah, all of it. The movie. You know what I'm saying?
You know, that's kind of
nah, man.
Now, conscious. My thing is, yeah,
of Reggie.
He's gonna, the re-education of Reggie. He's gonna get that work today.
People have a way of behaving, and it's very synchronized, as you can see. Like, you basically asked me a question, and instantly, you've seen consistently, there are two people that consistently answer for me, give an answer that basically represents themselves, but they're trying to pull it off on me. And
Say
I'm
names,
not really.
man. Say name.
We generally don't see this kind of discourse in the higher echelons of society. We see it in
what higher echelons?
What higher echelons? What are we doing?
No, go on, Reggie. No, let Reggie talk.
Reggie, we've proven you're an illiterate, bro. You scrape through life. You just said to us the other day you don't need to be illiterate.
No, but let Reggie talk. Let Reggie talk because he's proven a point.
You said you don't need literacy to be a nurse.
Yeah. That's
what
right. That's right. Let him prove his point of not getting a point.
You went to school for 15 years and you can't read and write. What higher echelon? What are we doing?
No, but Sarah, let him say his point.
Again. Here they come again. You know what I'm saying? For these people that have been to uni, they can't even control themselves. It's embarrassing. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you know, like when we look into parliamentary debates, do you see people talking over each other like this and trying to insinuate that this person said this and that?
Yes, you do.
You know what I mean? These are the people that are making they are making changes. Look at this. Look at this. We just they talk as if they're making some sort of change here. They're barely able to even show what they're doing. You get what I'm saying? Talkless of actually making any changes. Like at the end of the day.
No, they paint up the narrative that black people can't reason. You know what I mean? So let's just reason and show them that we can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you need to show that you can reason. I mean, I don't understand why they tremble anytime I speak.
Intimidation, fight on the mason. From a dash of petrol bomb at the station. I fear the creator, not the creation. That next turn out in birth of a nation. You're not in my
somehow become.
We already said you're the uniting factor in the black struggle because you are so much of a dickhead that everyone wants to go against whatever you stand for. If you stand for what is right, we will all move left. And I thank you for that. You are the uniting force that we all need because no one wants to be like Reggie.
100%, but my brother, black excellence is real. Black excellence is an action. It's not a talk. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So when
can I just ask 1 second? Can I just ask Reggie what is excellent about you? I just want to know for clarification. Yeah, what is so excellent about you?
what is excellent about me? The fact that I don't tremble by the amount of time that these guys use the word sellout, the word coon. I don't ask for any donations from anybody. I come out here charitable out of my own free time. I spend time with my black brothers. I try to, despite their grotesque behaviors and their grotesque mannerisms and their idle threats and their threats with substance as well. I still come and I come in.
Exactly.
No matter how many, today it's about 5, 6, 7, 8 of them that have come against me. But as the Bible says, no weapon fashioned against me shall prosper. You know what I mean? And I come in.
How excellent is it when a man goes into the chat?
I speak my truth. I speak my truth. I speak my truth. I speak my truth. I speak my truth.
Your success.
I speak
How's that excellent? Atting another man when that man ain't even is not responding to you in any shape or form. How's that black excellence?
What are you on about? Now, anyway, I'm on about
you.
As I said,
atting me when I saw you, I did not at you. You atted me. You wanted my attention, talking about, oh look, there he is. Oh Raheem. Oh, big baller. This and that. You wanted attention. How is that excellent?
No.
You have no self-respect yourself.
So you can see I've got under Raheem's skin as well. I don't know what. Obviously today I said hello to.
Sorry for you.
Today. So, seeing as it's become personal for some people, I know Sarah is very personal to her as well. But with Raheem, I said.
All right, go on. I'll respond to you after.
I saw him in the cut. I said hello to Raheem. I said, how's he? I basically said, how's he doing? I said, how you doing, baller? How you doing, baller? Because I put the respect.
Do you know what black excellence really is?
My man professed that he's earning 3 times the amount as me just the
almost
other day.
3 times. I would put money
down. Oh my God, Raheem, you broke his spirit with that 3 times, mate.
Almost 3 times the amount. He says.
It's interesting. This is how I know you want to be me so bad. Anytime,
but converted.
He cannot get over that 3 times.
Converted.
To the point where he got an Airbnb to prove to us that.
How can we have black excellence, when we can't unify? If we can't unify,
I don't want to unify. Oh shit! Is that what it was, sis?
That's what it was. I get it. Man. No one can tell me nothing, bro. Because I saw the last time he was on here, he was in a little box room with 1 table. So now, and no normal person like puts their house all over the internet for free. It's a very abnormal thing to do. I don't care how big and bad or balling. Who does that for free?
Who does that?
Got to be able to reason though.
Mental health. That's who.
If I lived in a mansion, I wouldn't do that. Who does that?
He's just copying his friend M Stacks, isn't it?
And then of all the things you can put up in the world, why would you show people training at 25? If my 20-year-old son did, I'll fly kick him in the throat. What the hell are you showing people trainers for? Like, show us nepotism, show us things that appreciate and value, show us at least 1 plain Jane, just one that you can flip in a year and it might double in price. Like, just show us one thing.
Well, show us something, Sarah. Show us a hand. Show us a hand. We don't even know who's that. Show us a hand.
Audacity and the nerve to come online.
Show us a hand. Show us a hand,
Sarah. With people with children who pay bills and then to show us.
That's true. Reggie doesn't get mad, Let's be honest. Reggie never shouts. He
Reggie does get mad.
That's not black.
I've never heard.
That's not black excellence, Reggie. You can't be 35
Show us a finger.
Trainers.
Sis, 1 second, sis. 1 second, sis. Reggie, 1 second, brother. 1 second, Reggie. 1 second, Raheem. Chill out.
Remember that,
Raheem. 1 second, Reggie. So I want to talk to you again. Reggie, focus.
Yeah.
I know you're struggling today, but focus. So Reggie, again, back to my original point. Why is it when you're around non-African people, you show a level of respect, you dialogue, you get into conversations, you even bitch about Africans? That's cool. But when you're around Africans, yet again, I'm going to stick to the point of the day, you act like this. Show us your hand. Show us this.
You're blaming me. You're blaming me. You're blaming me for reacting to these pagans.
Hello, I'm not blaming you for nothing. I'm asking you, why do you do this every time you're around African people? It's a question.
I am responding to the animosity. You see, he's even calling me a nigger. I'm responding to the.
I was singing the fucking song, man.
I'm responding to the hostility that I've received for my input into the
Stupidness.
I'm saying. And obviously, look at the demon again. He calls it stupidness. I'm just giving my opinion. Unfortunately, for some reason, we are unable to be able to have discourse and disagree amicably. I could do this with Brother Kel because I think that he has some genuinity. You know what I mean? But these people, these so-called
English is
English
poor,
teachers,
though. Your English is poor.
Amicably.
It's
my English.
Why don't you show us something you're doing for
Big
black
corrections.
people, not just for Reggie?
Just give up, man. Just give up.
Get Mick off your mind.
Just give up.
You see what I mean,
every day,
ladies
man.
divine? You see what I mean? These demons, they're not talking about my English.
You know
They hate
when
the
you came on the internet.
They
and you
hate
said
the
you
they
don't-
hate the English, but every day they're trying to teach me.
to be a nurse.
They
I
hate the
gave up.
English.
Reggie,
They
you
hate
like being a
English.
victim.
Every day
Reggie,
they're
I'm
trying to
not
teach
gonna
English.
lie.
That doesn't make
One
sense.
second,
Make
guys.
that
For
make
my
sense.
observation, Reggie. For my observation, I noticed that you like to say that we like to play victims. And you like to say that we like to beg for crumbs and all of that. But Reggie, I've noticed since you've been on this panel, all you've done is play victim. You've not once admitted to you triggering. You've not once admitted to you coming on here trying to shit stir and trying to get non-African people to voice their opinions on African people, like we give a fuck about their opinion, like we want to hear it anyway. But then you go on to then say, oh, but look, I can't even get a word out. Look how they're attacking me. Look at Reggie, you don't stop
He don't
playing
even have to get
victim.
vexed. When he gets vexed, he goes,
After
the
you
thing
say
is,
people's names, after you say their names and call them out.
You man there, Pete, fam.
he goes,
Man there.
well.
Hey, but Reggie don't get mad though, you know. You gotta give him that. He don't really lose it. He always tries to maintain his cool. He maintains his cool. Like, do you know what I mean?
The problem is, I know.
I've never heard Reggie shout.
With all due respect, Conscious, you've only just arrived 2 minutes. You don't know nothing about Reggie.
And we
I've
have
seen him for a couple weeks now.
On a normal day.
Yeah, we know Reggie for a couple years in real life. That's why
So
I
I
speak
don't know
for
what
Reggie.
this what
To chat shit.
But from
Bozo thinks like he's something special. Like no one
I've had
cares.
Reggie foaming at the fucking
But that
mouth,
shows you.
fear and anger.
You lot are very upset. Why are you lot so upset?
Reggie can't look man in the eye in real life.
It's not upset, bro, because you got more estrogen than all the females put together, bro. No one's upset about nothing.
It's amazing.
It's like real men don't get mad.
Like
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't get mad.
Men
We just wait
fighting
until we
with
see
the
you.
gay
And then
Yeah,
we
you
rock
got
up.
nothing.
Nah, bro, man.
normal.
People are more like
you're proper
You
feminine.
got
Like your
nothing.
whole
See
energy
what I mean?
is proper
Or
feminine.
usually when they meet me,
Proper feminine.
they don't want it.
it's like, do you stand by what you
All
say?
these
That's
women
what
are
it
such
really
victims.
really
Oh my
means.
god, please believe me. Oh my god.
That's where I'm
That's
from.
you in real life. Like
They say,
Stand by your
I
words.
think Reggie
say
stands
they're
by what
coming-
he says, you know.
Until we catch you.
see, he's
Look,
trying to
Reggie
catch
has a-
me.
It's easy to stand by your shit when you live halfway in London and don't come nowhere
he's
near
such a
anyone
friend. I
else.
swear to God.
Yeah, I know. Look, they're trying to catch me.
Easy to chat shit.
They're trying to
Hey,
catch
but
me.
what do you guys
You'll
think what
never
Reggie's saying
find
about
me, 'cause
Islam? Do you think it's actually a problem?
Eh?
What Reggie says about Islam, do you think that's
Singing
actually a
pop
bad thing?
songs.
Is that a problem?
No, it's
Anyway,
a
I'm
problem
not
for
involved in
Reggie
this
because
convo. You want to carry on, Conscious, because it seems to be on your chest.
we
Like you
keep-
keep
we
coming
keep-
back
we
to it.
keep
And I'll
going
go on.
over
I'll let
it.
you talk, bro. I'm not
No, but
involved.
I
Yeah,
see
it's
him
old
with what
school.
he says and I hear his points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As I said, jump on
And
the
because you guys
Conscious
know
has
you might have a
a
biased opinion of Reggie.
They do have a biased opinion. They're just bitter.
Reggie
Very
can't
bitter.
even be saying it because
Oh, they
Reggie don't
they
do
have biased opinion. Man, hold your fucking
Sour
nuts there,
grapes.
man. Be a
Sour
fucking
grapes.
man.
Sour
Be a man.
grapes. They fear what they don't understand.
Own your shit.
They
The fact
fear-
no one gives a shit about what you have to say because nothing you have
They
to say
fear
is
what they don't
positive.
understand.
No, but
Nothing you have to say is positive. It's always negative. It's always sly shots. You're not even man enough to turn around and name people half the time. You have to say, you
You're
lot,
the bird of the real
people,
man.
that guy. Like, be a man. Be a man and say, rah, Maku, you're pissing me off because of X, Y, Z. Oh, rah, Sarah, you're annoying me because of X,
Pissing me
Y,
off.
and Z. Oh, Lady D, you're pissing me off because of X, Y, and Z. Like everyone else does. You don't have the guts nor balls to do any of that, Reggie.
You ain't
That's why
pissing me off.
someone
Y'all is-
respects you.
That's facts.
I'm
Even
not an
when he-
emotional.
Even when he's trying to,
Like-
even when he's trying to say something positive, it's always
Hey, someone asked me to
sarcastic,
tell Reggie
all
about
that.
Betty. Who's Betty?
Exactly. Or
Who's Betty?
shit.
too far, like what he did
Oh
with you.
shit.
Again.
Don't
Always
do it.
too far. Always
Hey,
take
who's
too
Betty,
far.
though?
Betty's one of these guys' exes. I don't even like. Betty was a
You
person
see
that.
that you do it again. You're doing it again, Reggie. Just to alert you, Reggie, you're doing it
Oh,
again.
Lord have mercy
And
upon
then
my
hold on. Again, Reggie, you're
Check
doing
this
it
out.
again, and then you're gonna
The
turn around,
Lord.
bro. Hold on, bro. And then
You're
you're gonna turn
venerating the
around.
item that
Wait,
your creator
Sarah.
was killed
Wait,
on.
Sarah,
Okay.
chill. One sec. Reggie, you've
Lead
just
me
done it
back.
again. And then when they come and jump on you, then you're gonna turn around and say, Lady
I
D, you
will
see how they're all jumping on, but you start the shit and then you can't frigging finish it. I'm just pointing out your behavior. Carry on.
Side shots is okay, but direct. If you're gonna direct in it, and then we can, shoot back. But all this slide stuff while I'm bringing out my gun is just ridiculous. I have to keep taking it out, putting it back, taking it out, putting it back. Like, what are we doing here, man?
Fear no evil.
You know what I'm saying? Like, be a man and say, yeah, this is what I'm saying, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, then we can deal with something. You know what I'm saying? But no, I can't deal with my food keep moving. You know what I'm saying? Especially like, you know what I mean? It's just moving all over the place. Like, bro, I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You just don't need to bring people's names into it. I just don't think. Stick to what you believe and what you overstand and all of that. That would be more better, Reggie. And when you've done that in the past, this is what's led us to this situation. You know what I'm saying? So you have spoken your mind and you have spoken your truth, and it's just not everybody else's. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're not on the Reggie show. Interesting. But let's move forward.
And that's what he wants, though, Maku. He wants the Reggie show. He wants the accolade. He wants the time to everyone to listen and be like, oh my God, Reggie is speaking. Let us all be quiet and listen to what he has to say. When the problem is we're all too much of free thinkers to listen to something. And when we challenge, it always becomes, see, you can't handle the truth. See, do. So then when he gives his little sly digs and we give a direct dig back, he gets pissed off. And it becomes, oh, you guys are ganging up 5v1, blah, 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 blah. But it's never, what have I turned around and said that's made people act like this? You don't have any self-introspection to make you wonder.
Hey, can I say one thing, though? You know, in psychology, in psychology, they say when you can't express yourself, you start to swear.
Everywhere you go,
I'm not cussing no one about swearing.
Out of your own words,
but let's just talk calm.
Hold on.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Conscious.
Angry, very angry.
Conscious.
Yo, convert, log on.
Hold on. Why is it out of everywhere you go out, your own words, Reggie? No one gets on with you. I end up going against this panel. I end up going against that panel. I end up going against X, Y, and Z. You said your own self yesterday. Why do you not think as to why the fuck that happens everywhere you go?
Anyways, I'm out, man. Big up, everyone.
Oh.
And yeah, Reggie.
Yeah, big up, man.
Yeah. Anyways, don't have no
Big
kids,
up,
man. Let your
Sarah.
ancestral line die with
Yeah,
you.
man.
Peace, everyone.
Come on.
Gangalini. Peace. Run, devil, woman, run.
Bless Sarah, though, man.
Reggie, that is very, very petty. Petty,
Should write for
Reggie.
Drake.
Yeah, it's just
so petty. You should write for Drake.
You just want to wait.
It's funny he's always talking about devils and Muhammad, but he never talks about Jesus.
Never. That's real talk, man. Real talk. When you're gonna
let
talk
it
about
go,
Zeus, though,
Schiffer. Let it go.
Schiffer's still on him.
On
him. Let it go.
Pagan Schiffer.
Oh
wow.
Hey, but Reggie's cool, man.
Let him
Reggie's
go.
cool, man.
Hush your mouth, man. You're really pissing me off today, you know. Let him go. Let him go, because Schiffer's there to respond. Let him go.
The black nationalist that sleeps white. Yeah, ladies divine.
I'll be honest with you. I ain't got no response for Coco Red. I think like that's what he wants. He wants us to respond to him. He wants us to react to his nonsense statements. And it's just like, I'm not reacting anymore. I'm quite bored of it now. We've exposed you. We know you're an agent. Do your thing, brother. Do your thing. Black excellence. Like, go mourn the queen with your black excellence, please. Mourn the queen and black excellence, please. Do your thing, man. I'm not entertaining this any longer.
Yo, Reggie, what going for you, bro?
He's tapped out.
Pause. Triple pause. Triple double pause.
What in the star scream is going on here, man? You know, Reggie just screaming like, yeah, he's tapped out. He's tapped out. No, bro, like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, it's funny. It's interesting. But, yeah, I got about 15 minutes before the manslaughter of Reggie happens on my various channels.
Good luck, my G. I'm the talk of your town.
It's talk of the town. Okay, cool. Once I got your voice patterned down, imagine the bars that I'm gonna put on it. You know what I'm saying? With your caping with the queen and that. It's mad. It's mud. Levels. But no worry. You stay there talking. Yeah, we've got some pepper soup for you.
Black excellence.
Yeah.
Hey Vic, odds. Have you seen Black Excellence?
Lack of.
Black Excellence. Odds, my boy, you there?
Who's your boy? You talking to your dad right now?
You see Black
Excellence? No, listen to what I'm saying, yeah? You want me to take you seriously, yeah? Listen.
What it look like?
Listen.
What it look like, man?
Hey, let's hear what he has to say, though.
I can't even see your camera. That's how small that is. Nobody can see what you're saying. What are you hearing?
No, not one donation, my G. But see what Black Excellence look like, my G.
What is that, bro? I don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
Patterned up. Patterned up, my G.
Sorry, where's your Jordan ones?
What it look like?
Where's your Jordan ones?
Come on.
Where's your Jordan?
Come on.
Jordan ones?
Come on.
Jordan ones? Hello?
I'll say no more, my G.
Where is your Jordan ones? Jordan 7s and 8s and 12s and that is fine, but where's your Jordan ones?
Got more than one.
Yeah, but there's air bubble and all sorts going on, bruv. That's not the authentic. Bring out the Jordan ones. Everybody knows what the Jordan ones are. Standard number one, like, yeah, principle. Can't get them for less than a bag and all of that. 1,500 or, you know what I mean? It's big money. Where are your Jordan ones? No Jordan ones there? You're not saying nothing with Jordans.
What Black Exodus look like?
1 second.
Looks better than
Benny
that.
bro. Hello.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Reggie. Reggie. Funny guy.
Who's that?
Oh, Benny.
Yeah,
Benny,
bro.
I ain't seen you for a while, man. You ain't been around here for a while. Big up yourself.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Benny's
so
been on before, man.
Yeah, what's the discussion about? What's the fuzz about?
I don't even know, man.
It's about Black excellence, man. It stings. It hurts. I don't know, man. They want to see black people at the bottom. I don't know why. You know what I mean?
I think Reggie is an excellent.
They want to
Reggie,
see
Reggie must be an excellent liar, you know.
Top G. Yeah,
You know what I
man.
mean?
If there's no Jordan ones there, he's not saying one, bro. That's not a Jordan collection.
Reggie,
You've got
what's
to have a
Jesus
pair of
black?
Jordan ones. There's no
Reggie.
point. If you don't start at the beginning, at the first pair, yeah, then what are we doing here? That's not a collection, bro. It's a collection of Jordans, but it's not a proper collection of Jordans. You need 1, 2, Jordan 3s, Jordan 4s, Jordan 5s, because they go like that. Whatever color he chose, then cool. Because mine is sitting in a box in the room. But, you know, we're all good.
Bro, this is what I was saying to him yesterday. Like, his things ain't even in boxes. Like, he's not even taking care of them. What kind of collection is that?
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know.
So what's Reggie asking me? Black excellence is having trainers.
That's just like basically.
I know, it's embarrassing. I'm sorry, Ards.
What he's
sorry.
done is he's never thrown a pair of trainers in the bin. He's kept every pair of trainers he's owned since he was 12 years old.
Nigeria's got to take that L, man.
Since he was a size 10 foot.
Anyway. Yeah.
Marcus, watch your mouth. Nigeria's not taking no L's because Reggie is not Nigerian. Behave yourself.
No, it's too late. It's too late.
Reggie is brainwashed by the
His DNA. This is his DNA. His personality. You're right. His culture. He's not culturally Nigerian now, but.
Yeah, Mac is talking about his genetics are fucking, you know what I mean? That's why he's taking the L, because that's it sometimes.
It's very clearly materialistic, so he's in line with the liberalism and.
But isn't he a Christian, bro?
Right.
Isn't he a Christian? Isn't he supposed to be like throwing?
He's not even that, man. He's not even that. He's not.
What is he doing?
He's a liberal
He's
Christian.
boasting about having Jordan.
He's a liberal Christian, exactly, Marcus. Exactly.
Yeah, liberal. He's a liberal Christian.
He should be boasting about having a wife and kids and a life.
I know, bro. I know, man. You get me? Even your white rabbit trumps that. You get me? Like raw, he's got a rabbit and a hutch.
Imagine,
that's big boy.
Yeah,
that's big boy. And he's got a dog, and he's got a pig. And you get me? Like, what are we doing here?
My neighbor just bought 2 guinea pigs, so.
Yeah.
Oh man, what is this now? Oh my god.
It's what it looks like.
It looks fake.
It's what it
Right?
looks like. Charging
It's fake. I'm
It's
done.
what it looks like, man. It's
Start charging tickets for £5.
what it looks
Come
like,
visit the
man.
zoo.
It's
What are
what
you
it
doing,
looks
bro?
like.
All right,
Wait, I ain't gonna lie,
It
yeah,
looks
I
fake,
heard that.
bro.
you wanna be
The
special.
things look
What
clean
is
though.
this?
It does look
China,
It's
clean
bro.
what
though.
it looks like, my G.
Yeah, but what is this like?
What it
What
looks
is
like.
this? Are you trying to chirp us or something? What are you doing?
It's what black
Back to
excellence look like, my G.
Yo, faggot you. What are you doing?
Reggie,
Why are
question.
you talking to
Reggie,
big men about
one
trainings, bro?
second.
What's wrong with you, man?
Question,
Fix up your
Reggie.
life, man.
Is this your interpretation of black excellence? Is this what we're witnessing?
It looks like it.
Reggie, answer the
Fucking looks
question.
like it.
Is this your interpretation of black excellence? Showing a few pairs of trainers, yeah?
Oh, black excellence encompasses a lot more than what I am showing. Black excellence.
Trainers.
At
Can
the
you
foundation.
elaborate for me, Reg? What is black excellence to you?
So black excellence can be simply put as excelling above the norms. You get what I'm saying? It's going above.
Having more pairs of trainers than another man is
Nah,
excelling.
The Suka lessons lit though on the road.
You know, there's like 15-year-olds with a better collection than that. Like, bro, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, he's got.
That's who you're comparing yourself to, children, because like adults, as I said, they have collections and they're in boxes, and we've done that. We've done that out here.
Right, you see how
even
they distract.
Even the OGs are like Uncle Tony, bros.
Conscious. You see how they try to discredit. They see how they try to discredit black excellence. That's what they do. When they see black excellence,
Reggie, stop. Reggie, I'm not going to allow this. I'm not going to allow this buffoonery to continue any longer.
Bro.
Stop.
As I said.
One second.
As I said,
Reggie,
this is black excellence.
No,
You get
don't
me?
do
This
that,
is black
Maku.
excellence.
Maku, don't do that.
Come
Don't
on.
do that. Hold
This
on.
is black excellence.
Maku's doing
I own everything in the room,
No,
Reggie.
no,
I
we're
told
not
you
doing that.
before.
We're not
Own
doing that. Hold
everything
on.
in the room. Own the whole yard. Own it. Because if
Reggie,
you don't,
let me talk to Reggie a second.
your
Hold
house
on.
sitting. Man's house sitting out here trying it.
Reggie, focus. Where you at?
The big move, though.
Reggie, focus. Reggie, focus. So, Reggie, when I think of black, wait, Reggie. When I think of black, Reggie, stop the fuck. I'm talking to you. So when I think of what happened to this man, Reggie, chill out.
Yo,
I
Reggie,
don't know if you're
shut your mouth,
high.
man.
I don't know if you've been drinking. I don't know what's going on with you today, but chill out. So, Reggie, when I think of black excellence, I think of people like my grandmother that came to a country foreign to her, didn't know the language, managed to strive, get through all kinds of oppression, brutality, go through all kinds of just race discrimination, still manage to achieve home, secure job, land, build, and make a way for us to still be here. That's excellence to me. Reggie, your trainers is not excellence, bro. It's not excellence, bro. I'm just letting you know. That's what I'm saying.
How many trainers
The
can you
rug,
wear?
the rug as well. Let me see the rug. Let me see the rug though.
Ah, Nigel, stand up.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Hold this L. Hold this, bro.
With the white foot as well. You see how white his foot was?
You man, look at the rug though. The rug's lit.
The foot was like,
animals
yeah, who's that? Who's that? European foot, boy.
Nah. What are we doing? Lady D, can you talk to Reggie? What is wrong with you tonight?
There's something wrong with him. He's sick.
Why is man putting his whole foot on the camera like this is his own account or something?
Excellent, buddy.
That's his mum's house. Look at them trinkets, man. That's his mum's house. Look at them trinkets.
Black excellence.
Reggie, I'm having you know this is very embarrassing. Very embarrassing.
Look like the Nigeria flag.
There's no way Reggie buys them type of ornaments. That's his mum's, man. Did you see them ornaments?
Yeah.
That's his mum's house, man.
I don't know what he's doing. He's just there for the weekend. What happened?
How much is your trainer collection worth?
He was meant to have his girl come over.
Well, the trainers.
So he's there
a lot less than the laptop.
In a free yard, drinking by
in the bin, man.
Right, Raheem, this is what I'm thinking. Why isn't he synchronizing with a woman tonight? Why are you alone in your big house drinking on a Friday night?
Can I say one thing, people on the panel here, everyone, yeah? No disrespect to you lot, yeah? You're doing what you're doing, it. But
shut up.
I've been on the end of what's going on right now, so I know how Reggie's feeling. I'm just saying, Reggie, you know you brought this upon yourself today, though, definitely, the way you were going on.
How?
Bro, you start talking about people's religions, calling their revered figures P words. Then you was talking about black excellence only equates to having trainers. What the fuck you on, bro?
Trainers, you know? Trainers.
Embarrassing.
Trainers. Reggie, on camera.
This
yeah?
is black dumbness.
That's $4,000. That's a bag and a half.
Black dumbness. It's black dumbness, man.
What we
Worn
do that
out
whole train collection in
trainers.
one
Showing
item.
trainers.
Unboxed.
You ain't got a
worn
pot to
trainers.
piss in,
Unboxed.
but
Now it.
Yeah. Used, worn.
You know what? You know
worn collection.
Worn.
Allow it.
You can only wear one at a
Yo,
time.
Maku, can I ask you a question? Maku, can I ask you a question?
Down.
You know how much money
You don't wear them,
single,
man.
Vic, not a single limited edition pair. What was it?
I wouldn't know what I was looking at.
Let
I got 20 grip.
me ask Maku a question quickly. Maku, I want to ask you a question, yeah? Do you know all these trainers and the money he spent on the trainers, yeah? And he's saying he's black excellent.
Yeah, we told
did
him.
Did it save his hairline though?
I heard there were his popses. I didn't hear there were Reggie's trainers. He's just showing us a collection, right?
And I know for a fact this
doesn't
is
mean that
younger
they're
than me,
Reggie's.
you know, this fucking Reggie.
I was gonna ask, how old is Reggie, man?
Reggie's 35, man.
I was gonna say, take a guess.
Reggie, I'm turning 37 in like 2 weeks, bro.
How can
My
you
hairline,
how can you
bad
talk
boy.
about black?
What's your
how can
hairline
you
saying
talk
though?
about how can you talk about black excellence and at the same time be a Christian? It makes no sense, bro.
Shit. No. You know what? I can't agree with that.
point.
I can't agree with that statement.
It
You
is
know
a
why?
good point.
Because you know why I would say, yeah, look, yeah, there's certain in East Africa and even like West Africa, North Africa, them places there where Christianity kind of like originated from. There's still people, in my opinion, I don't know like what you guys believe, but in my opinion, there's still certain sects and certain tribes that are on the huck and they're not on this Trinity and what this guy believes. You get me?
I get that as well, my
Jesus
bro.
black or white?
100.
Reggie, was Jesus black or white, bro? Do you know, Reggie? Do you follow black?
Bro, he's definitely not going to be white, innit, bro? Where he come from, innit?
What?
Come on. You can't be white.
You don't
and
know
survive
with
from the
Reggie,
Middle
man.
East.
He loves the queen, man.
If it's
so
40 plus degrees, yeah, you can't be white. Simple as.
man's in love with the queen. So I don't know. And Wendy and Jupiter. Come on, man.
Loud.
These are his aunties. Mad.
Matthew, do
Gang.
you want to drop the link for your StreamYard and
Yeah.
YouTube in the chat?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I
really?
thought
Alright,
Matthew was
look.
just turning the craziest
Gang,
light on his mic.
Has
innit?
he got his top off? What's
Kel
he
come
doing?
through, man. Kel,
Hey,
kill
what
it.
the? Who is that?
What was he doing, bro?
Who was that? What?
Reggie,
Yeah, who
Reggie
was
had his
that?
top off on that. What was he doing?
Huh?
Hold up.
Yo, go to
Come
the
on.
I
right.
Wait,
just
then.
got a quick
Oh,
question for
Reggie?
Reggie.
Reggie?
Wedgie, innit? That's
Where
his
is
name.
he? Where is he?
Nah.
Wedgie.
What is this?
Can I ask you a question? Did
No,
you
but
guys
Reggie's
force
on
him
point,
to
you
get
know.
birth
Let's
and
be
start
real.
acting
Reggie's
dumb?
on
You lot
point.
have really
You know what I
pushed
mean?
him over the edge, you know.
Let's just get ready for any more.
I was in the mirror with his iPad with his top off.
Nah, you guys
Yeah,
have tipped him
damn
over
it.
the edge, you know.
Who's he
You
got
made
that
him
name
think-
up there for?
You lot made him think he was odds, taking his top
Yeah,
off and
damn
like
it.
that. What are you doing?
This guy's psycho, man.
Come on, lads. Cheer up.
Listen. What are you
Look
doing?
at
This
Yo, Reggie, where's the women or
little
woman?
crack
or
baby.
Were you taking nudes
What
in?
are you showing, man? No,
Oh
no,
my
wait,
gosh, he
that's
was
not
doing the
valuable.
H.
But
Man
Reggie,
was
you know
doing
whatever
the
you're showing
H.
us here, you know
Oh
it's not
my
valuable,
God.
Reggie.
I don't
You
know
have
who's
no
worse,
relationship,
Reggie or
no
M-Stacks at this point. in time.
Mad.
kids,
You know what I'm saying?
nothing, bro. The hairline's gone back to the 60s and shit. It's not coming back.
My
What about?
Skinny
He
Reggie.
looks like
Oh
one
my
of the Indians.
My
Which way does he look like? Toward the Sean.
Brother,
My hairline.
you know who you make look good? Cuz you make that KSI with the bad boy fucked up big forehead look good. Look at your
Oh
head,
my
man.
God.
Fucking hell, man.
Oh my God.
Hey, Maku, lend me a
Borderline.
fucking bandana. Somebody give me a
Borderline.
fucking bandana.
I can't do nothing for Reggie, man.
Annoying
I
face.
met Reggie with that hairline.
I'm just saying, someone give this boy a bandana. Look at that
I
forehead.
just
there.
got to say, Reggie, I pray you
forehead
have your
never
rosary.
ending, you know?
I pray you have your rosary beads with you tonight, Reggie, because Brother Maku's going to be commencing your night in very soon.
I ain't gonna lie.
No,
Reggie
your
ain't
night
even
night
mad.
will
He's
be
still
happening.
calm.
I'm
Yeah.
coming with the
Reggie's just
Punjabi
smiling in the
flag.
Reggie's
camera.
man,
Done
man.
that.
Oh my God. That's
Mad. Look at that. What's that?
But cuz, do you not see
What is
what's
that?
taking up most of the screen?
What is that?
The forehead.
Plats.
And it's never ending.
Is that what?
Because
What
the
is that?
hairline
Locks,
is gone
plaits?
far
What you
back,
doing?
you know.
Huh?
Right, I'm going shop. I'm going shop. I'm going shop. Nice.
This is like Trilluminati receded.
Hey, you must go get
Yeah?
that machine.
What's your name? Jed High. What's going on?
God. Oh my
Like
God.
what?
Oh my God. Allow
Jed
it.
Bye, more like you get
Mad. With the picky beard as well. Like, allow it, man.
Nah, but you know what's mad?
How is your beard Khoisan? It doesn't even make sense.
Yo,
Like,
Max,
I'm gonna
you can't
roast
compare
you.
him to the
Oh,
brother, you
speak
know,
me.
'cause he's
Anyway,
not
yeah,
right,
in the chat. I'll put it in the chat, people. So yeah, just get over there because I'm going
No,
over
his
there in a
beard's
minute.
purple. Why
You
you
get
keep
me?
purple, man?
Yeah,
I just want to say, brother Reggie, I
Yeah, piss
loved
off.
you. I
Macu
tried to
Fred.
fight for you. Wait, Reggie, I loved you.
You
I
winking
tried
at? Don't
I
wink at,
tried
man.
to fight for you, Reggie. But guess what?
He's
It's
a
time
real
that
faggot,
it's
you
time.
know. You can
It's time
tell.
we part ways. I'm sorry you have to
Log
rest in
on. On
peace.
Sepan,
I
Chichi
did
man.
try to save you
Log on.
today, babe.
I
I
didn't know say
tried.
what not making.
Rasta man, don't
faggot, you
apologize
say.
to nobody, boy. Nah, Reggie ain't on that, man. Reggie's conscious, man.
No,
Reggie just bro,
weird,
Reggie, why are you doing this to yourself? Turn your camera off, Reggie, man. What the fuck, man? No, I'm trying to help you,
He's
bro.
going
Stop it,
to
man.
Weatherspoons, man.
Reg, just stop it, man. Turn your camera off, bro.
He's going Weatherspoons in a minute.
Reg, just stop it. Like, turn your camera off, bro. Like, people like you. You come in the gun cover. I don't know what you're doing today, bro. You're fucking yourself up.
MJ, I beg you take him off the screen now, please.
Yeah, literally, man. Like, it's too much, MJ. No joke. Like, it's a bit
Now,
too,
my
I don't think he's there. He's not in the right frame of
Hey,
mind
what
today.
is that about you people? What is that about you people? I mean,
the guy,
really?
You know what
Like,
it is,
I'm
yeah?
just
Reggie's
putting my
been
camera
sinning.
on. I don't know why you look so
Reggie, you've
excited.
been sinning today. Reggie, you've been sinning today. You've had a drink, we can tell. And just turn your camera off, innit?
Why?
Yeah, he is.
Hey, does anybody want to know about what's going on here? Odds, the one you always call whatever, is giving this guy whatever advice.
Anyways, time for Freestyle Friday, people. Big up.
R.I.P. brother Reggie. It was nice knowing
And
you.
Reggie,
I'm not
do
gonna
not
lie.
fucking Reggie, do not turn up to Sniper.
Lady D.
MJ, where's
Reggie, they're about to bury you alive. What do you want me to say? I'm saying rest in peace,
Yo,
bro.
leave Lady D out of it. She got nothing to do with
I'm
you.
trying
right
to tell you rest in
Yeah?
peace. They're gonna bury you. You've brought this
Yeah,
upon
basically,
yourself.
bro. You best be wishing for
Really?
them to start doing your tobas and that. You know, stop touching your ears and do toba. Hurry up.
Oh, please. I'm not Lady D. Lighten up. You know what I mean?
Log
Lighten up.
Reggie,
The
I
world
cannot
is
take you mocking
log
black.
on.
I cannot take you mocking
Someone
black
play a beat, man. What's
excellence
he
down,
running right now?
reducing it down to trainers. I cannot believe, Reggie, you sat up here and I watched and observed you for 3 hours taking notes. That you sat up here with non-Africans. You had very peaceful conversation. You were dialoguing about us. To not us, but to other
Reggie
people,
just
as you
drank Magnums.
do on a regular basis, Reggie. You went
Reggie
on
just drank
to
Magnums.
laugh
That's
along
all.
with
Look at the
them,
state of
but
him.
when you're around other Africans, this is what we see. And I'm just watching and taking notes. It's just that simple.
Nah, you know what? He does the same around anyone that's coloured. Unless they're white, he don't treat us.
In the real world, Africans argue all the time and Africans disagree on stuff. And usually we tend to disagree
So
amicably.
what do you
but
mean? What,
for
white
some
people
reason-
don't disagree?
Amicably.
Is that what you just said? That what, white people are
Amicably.
just one
Thank you,
nation
my
and we live
English
together?
brother.
Did somebody just say
Thank
that?
you, my
What?
English brother.
Thank you, my what?
I was over.